Anthony are no strangers to scandal. Opie and Anthony on satellite radio.
Apparently, Opie and Anthony are dicks.
Oh, here they go again.
It's a fun, dopey radio show.
Not just any radio show. A radio show that inspires beyond your wildest dreams.
The show was a lot funnier on NEW.
The show's hosts, Anthony Cumia and Greg Opie Hughes.
Controversial team.
6 years without getting fired, a new record for us.
It's just astounding to me. I didn't want to say it's racist, but goddamn.
This show will rock as best as we could possibly do this radio show.
I'm going to go home and whack to a tranny later. There you go, all right?
God, we just lost our demo, man. What's wrong with you?
This is the last straw for the raunchy radio duo.
The Opie and Anthony Show, the most popular show in the history of satellite radio.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Hi, everybody. Hello. Hope you're all having a happy... Oh, it just started. No one knows yet. Get out of bed. You might get hit by a truck. But it is Friday. Opie and Anthony Show. Who is that? God. Nice picture.
When they hear our voices, though, this really does make their day.
It really does. They're listening right now. Somebody's little clock alarm or alarm clock, whatever you want to call it, clock radio, radio clock. It's going off right now, and someone's in bed, and they're like, "Ooh, it's the Opie and Anthony Show," and they're here. Well,
they really are lucky to have us.
Oh, please! I wish I could just be a listener of this show. But that's my cross to bear, is that I have to be the show.
And not be able to enjoy it from the outside.
I wish every day I had one of those Men in Black things where I could get rid of my memory of doing the show so I could just listen on the way home and laugh.
You do have something like that. It's not quite the device they had.
It's called Captain Morgan. Yes.
Oh, they really are lucky. They should be a little nicer to us, too.
Oh, they certainly should. So it's the wonderful Opie and Anthony Show. Opie, Jim Norton in for the vacationing Opie. I like when the news does that.
Yes.
And you have no idea why, who, where, when. But it's just he's out, and we're here.
Yeah, he's having his prostate enlarged.
Yes.
It's small, and he wants a bigger one.
Much too tiny. In no danger of any type of problem.
Fine.
And you need that as a man. You have to worry about your prostate. So he's having his enlarged.
Just for ego, so he could say I got a really big prostate. Just a weird thing.
Pineapple one. Ooh, with prickly things on it.
Do we have Bill Burr today, I think too.
Bill
I said
Burr.
I tink. I can't. I'm really having a stroke lately when I talk.
Yeah, I think.
I
think it's the jewels from the belt.
Greatest fucking jewelry flub ever.
What a dolt.
Who would think to take a championship belt and hit it with a hammer? Anyone saw Raging Bull?
I know, Raging Bull. It's fantastic.
That is really the worst part about being a fucking chick, is that they just can't do that. That little movie moment that two guys can do, chicks can never fucking do that.
Girls are incapable of doing that. Because what are they going to talk about? Girl flicks? Exactly. Oh, that was so funny when Stella got her groove back. Really? Was it? Was it good?
Remember when Nora Ephron? No, I don't.
When they were all dancing with the glasses of wine.
When Romy and Michelle finally made it to their high school reunion.
Oh, in the helicopter. And then they say a line from it, and it's something about a period. I don't know. Is that what's in those movies?
I wouldn't know. Whole room smells like copper. Oh, yeah, I remember. Just misogynistic pigs on this program.
I know we are. It's horrid, but so true. Another absence today on the program.
Yep.
The lovely, beautiful, and talented Eric Nagel. And just because he's not here does not mean we cannot just make fun of him. Because the Nagel extravaganza, the Nagel wedding, today.
It's the wedding of the century. For America, anyway, this is our equivalent of the Prince getting married.
Prince Charles and Lady Di, that whole thing. Yeah.
This is it.
Yeah. There it is. There it is. Yes, the nuptials.
That's right.
The Nagel nuptials. You get the big nuptials will take place today.
He probably invited the Grease Man.
What did he doodle?
Just hoping
Yes,
radio guys
Scott
show
and
up.
Todd. Todd's going to get up and sing a parody song about a wedding. Ugh.
Pointing out people in the crowd like Billy Crystal at the Oscars.
Oh, no. He'll probably go that route. The whole top 40. He tries to hide it. And he's been on this show, which is the furthest thing from top 40 radio since sliced bread. No, that doesn't work.
No, that's the best thing since sliced bread.
Thing. The furthest thing since. I wish I had a beat. Hold on.
I'm sorry, I'm thinking so slowly. I have nothing either.
Oh, good. Don't go anywhere, because I got this. The furthest thing from at a Klan meeting.
I would say why, but it makes sense.
Of course it does. But my God,
this is what it's going to be like.
Yeah.
It's going to be loud and a lot of pomp and circumstance, a lot of plump and circumstance. Why not? He's not
a lot
here.
of pomp and circumference. I hope that the girl's father beats him the way fucking Susan's father beat Arthur.
I don't want to marry you. I want to eat. Take a knife out of the cheese. Can I have some cheese? I do. I hear it's an 8-layer spam cake.
Wow!
Yes.
I can't wait.
Yes.
I couldn't go tonight because I'm in Poughkeepsie, and I was debating canceling this gig for tonight and tomorrow.
How long did you debate?
Not long, because the money is good, and I haven't been there in a while, and it would have been too long to replace it until February or March, so I couldn't do it. I need the money for the holidays and stuff. But then I found out you're not going, so I don't feel as bad.
I'm not going. I have a big holiday gig at Bar 9, if you remember the old days when me and Joe and Adam Ferrara, Joe Curry, a couple of our friends play bass, guitar, and drums and shit, going to be at Bar 9. Tearing up the stage with some of that, what I like to call old-time rock and roll.
Maybe I should blow off Eric's wedding and just go to that.
You know, for the better time, Bar 9, or just walking around Times Square.
Yeah, Do you want to go to Bar 9 or watch a girl make the worst decision of her life?
I was saying it would just be great to be at the reception and hear, the DJ with the whole. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's introduce the brand new Mr. and Mrs. Eric Nagel. and then her. And they walk out waving to this. In her mind, she's just thinking, oh my God, I'm Mrs. Eric Nagel.
A single tear is falling from her.
They think it's a sweet tear. No.
I've made a horrible mistake.
It's the same tear Denzel shed in Glory.
And then when the bride cuts the cake and they do that whole thing where she shoves the cake in his face, he doesn't get any on his face because he manages to get it all in his mouth off her fingers.
Well, she pulls her hand back and it's missing, and they have to. It's like feeding a horse an apple improperly.
Like a chimpanzee, he starts eating her face. Oh my God! Oh,
he's gonna have pit stains on his tux.
Dash Wellington is saying the toast is going to be made with garlic butter sauce all around. Oh my God! Who is the best man? Is it Greg Opie Hughes?
No.
What?
I don't know.
How the hell did that not happen? And why wasn't I told?
I don't know who it is anymore.
I know who it was.
Who was it?
Wait, was there a replacement?
Last minute.
I heard. Well, from what I heard, somebody was chosen and somebody bailed out, kind of, sort of last minute. So
Was I the best man? And I didn't know.
I heard there was 2.
Oh, I don't even know.
Somebody bailed out on the guy? What happened?
No. The guy that runs Hellman's Mayonnaise, he couldn't make it. Really, Roland?
He was one of them.
Wait, Roland was he asked Roland to be his best man?
Yes.
I can't make it.
Are they that close?
Are they friends?
No.
Then why did he ask him?
I don't know. Roland get some stuff signed.
Who's giving away the bride? Steve Blatter? What the hell's going on?
You see the
Eric had
band?
his way.
The band is it's Gary and Mel. What are you doing, Eric? Are they giving you a discount?
Hey, who else was on the guest list that I heard about?
I don't know, but I don't think that I don't think he invited our bosses.
Our bosses.
Not ours.
No.
Yeah,
Why?
yeah.
Who did you hear?
Oh, I heard someone else's boss got invited.
Really?
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know.
You guys know Tim Sabian?
He's actually
Sabian
Yeah, I love
from
Tim.
the Howard Stern show. He's like the head muckety muck over there at
he runs
Stern's
Howard's channels.
Yeah, he's invited.
I guess
is he
I guess
going?
there was a rumor.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Because I remember there was a little bit of a controversy because he couldn't make it to Opie's wedding, I think.
That's
Yeah, and then if he went to Eric Nagel's wedding, oh my God.
oh god.
Oh my dear sweet Jesus Christ on a cross.
It is quite the guest list.
And
of
it is
people who were invited.
it is
people
quite
who were
the
coming.
lack of a guest list too, because I just found this out. Oh, are we gossipy
I know.
little
We really
Gerties?
are fucking little Gerties.
We just gossipy Gerties with this one. What I find out is that our own Danny Ross and Travis Teff not invited,
And
along
D-Boy.
with
D-Boy.
D-Boy also not invited to the wedding. Well, Mars, you know.
Mars, were you invited?
But wait, I mean, what do you expect? Mars isn't going to get invited.
And
Why
the-
not? Maybe his wife
I
could
mean-
make a cake and he could have saved money.
He was invited to wash the dishes.
Oh, damn.
Danny.
Oh,
Talking about his
shit.
background and how they all wash dishes. Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Kenny, were you invited?
Kenny was invited.
I was invited. I'm going.
Now, what is the difference between the likes of a Sam Roberts?
Wait a minute. Was Troy invited?
Troy Kwan? Was Troy invited?
Troy? Yes.
Troy
yes.
was invited. What a willy-nilly
know.
sort of invite list, but I see a pattern here.
What's
right.
that?
I don't know. I don't know, but I do see. Now, Danny's not invited.
Correct.
Travis not invited.
Correct. And
D-Boy not invited.
That's a little odd. Like, do you guys speak to Eric? Like, you talked, right?
Yes. As much as I would think Sam would on a professional level. Do you guys talk much socially, like outside of the boundaries of the program?
we have met socially.
Okay.
You
What
know.
about Troy? Does Troy...
Troy's
meet-
actually known Eric for like 14 years.
What?
Yeah.
How?
They go back to the old days.
No, not Scott and Todd.
No. Back to like when Troy was in Pennsylvania.
I bet you
Yeah,
Troy.
come on in, Troy. I want to know this. Wow, what's this relationship you have with Mr. Nagel? With the Nagel family?
Yeah, I've known him about 14 years.
How'd you meet him?
We met through, I was in a band and he worked for college radio.
You were in a band and he was getting one on his stomach. See, because he's fat.
Yes, no, that's what he was getting from the buffet. Band.
Yeah.
All right, so you were in a band that he worked for college radio.
And he had some way of rigging CMJ, because back in the day, that's how they would sort of, when you were in a band and you wanted to be noticed, they would look at CMJ and he had a way of rigging it.
Oh.
So I don't know how he did it, but he started doing that, and then I started working with this other band that he was doing the same thing for. So
you were one of those bands that thought a college radio guy could get you somewhere.
Well, at least it would help you start charting. So you would show up on the CMJ charts, and then labels would go.
Again, you thought a college jock could get you somewhere.
Well,
Where'd you get? Because I was in the same boat.
Yeah. Well,
I used to do college radio shows and things like that. And
They help you?
No! They stunk. They weren't even good jocks.
no,
Couldn't
it's a
even
gamble.
interview anybody.
You know, you're just trying to make a name for yourself. So
Yeah, I know the game, my friend. But, wow, you've known him that long.
yeah.
All right. I didn't know you guys were like old buddy. What?
Wouldn't you love to hear those fucking air checks from back when he was a college radio guy? Oh, do you have any of those, like from your own stuff being played?
No,
Oh, I'd love to
I
hear.
would. I want to hear some Nagel.
You know
on
Eric
there.
has all of them, but he pretends he does it.
Oh yeah, I know.
I mean, he trades radio tapes. Of course, he has every minute that he's been on the internet.
Wait, he trades radio tapes?
Well, he did before, yeah.
With who?
He's an old. He'd
I
go
know,
on
right?
the internet
Who wants,
and he'd trade
them?
like when he was a teenager, he would tape full radio shows. Like he used to tape Scott and Todd and all kinds of shows and trade radio tapes on the internet.
Would he sell them?
You trade them.
For
You get-
what? Who
to
the
get-
fuck want? Hey, do you have Scott and Todd Tuesday the 8th? Yeah.
No, that's exactly what they would do.
You
Yeah.
get
trade
more
them for other
radio
shows.
tapes.
From what shows would he want?
I don't know. I mean, there used to be, when we could get to his website, there used to be a massive list of what he had and what he wanted. Like, he was serious about it. He was a big radio tape trader.
Well, he's still big, but
Well,
He's still a traitor.
Bigger than ever, really.
he is at an all time.
But he knows him for 14 years. He could say what he wants.
Wow. Eric's interesting. There's a lot of layers
No,
to
he's
that
not.
little fat kid.
Oh, there certainly are a lot of layers.
Because he's got secrets. That's
Fatty
why he's
layers.
interesting. He keeps secrets.
He does. He's got secrets about himself. Because isn't he a gossipy little Gertie, too?
Very gossipy.
But for other people, like, he doesn't expose anything about himself. The mysterious Nagel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, he always, like, he talks in, like, code when, like, he keeps details that there's no reason to keep. Like, he
Really?
keeps secrets that are not, like it's
what?
not a secret.
With him.
Like, he'll talk like, well, so-and-so said so, and you're like,
And when he acts like there's something going on, it's a complete non-event.
it's nothing.
Like a really weird. Like I was in the kitchen before, and Robin Quivers walked in, and you know what happened? Nah, she got some coffee. I got a pretzel. Is that the story?
And he pulled you aside, and that's when he pulled
That's
you
a
aside.
horrible story.
She got some coffee. I got a beef shank.
Eric also is known for his terrible practical jokes. Like if you do something that pisses him
Like,
off.
what's
like,
happening tonight?
Like you could fuck with him pretty hard, or something will happen, it'll piss him off, and then like Eric's big version of revenge is like he'll turn your monitor facing backwards and then be like, "Got you pretty good."
Or, or a celebrity will come in, and he'll be like, hey, could Sam get a picture with you? And then he's like, I got your back. And
Yeah,
I'm like,
Eric-
yeah, but I got a picture with it.
Eric totally got D-Boy a couple months ago by having him get a picture with MC Hammer.
Face.
Wow.
Nailed.
And like 2 weeks ago, you guys were making fun of him on the air, and he just played a sweeper for no reason during the show.
Yeah.
That was him getting back.
He got us.
But I like the exclusivity of the wedding. It makes me feel like I'm going to an event that is a place to be seen.
You know what? You got on the other side of the velvet rope.
I know.
And the likes of, the scum have to
Yeah.
stand outside.
Oh, we're not standing
And
outside waiting.
No, I didn't think you were.
We're just somewhere else.
All you guys can do is watch from afar.
Going to bar 9, Danny?
I guess got no other plans.
Yeah, come on, show up. We'll have a pisser. Yeah, so I see, because we've noticed over the years, there's a couple of camps here. Sure. The place can tend to be a bit cliquey, as they say. A little cliquey.
It is. And
poor Mars doesn't belong to any.
No.
nobody wants him. He would
He
love
wants.
to. You could tell, too, because when it's just Opie in the room, he tries to kiss his ass. When it's just you in the room, he's trying to kiss your ass. He just wants to be in a camp.
I thought just conversation.
He just wants to work in the kitchen of either camp. He doesn't
Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it is a little cliquey, and I've noticed, the people that tend to frequent my house, not invited to the wedding.
You're right. As a matter of fact, I showed up at your Halloween party. I probably almost lost myself an invitation.
You really almost, if you would have stayed longer, you showed up for, I believe you were there for 16 minutes.
Well, I had to go and do a show.
Well, whatever.
At 9 o'clock.
Channel.
Yeah, at 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
We were there at like 5.
I was there. Yeah, I was there at 5. I stayed for like an hour and a half, and then I had to drive in here.
Oh, what a long drive.
And then I had to prep for a show. It was on this channel.
Well, it's nice to see Jess with her little bunny ears. That was very cute.
She did have bunny ears on.
Jessica Rabbit.
Yes.
That's what she was.
Jessica Rabbit.
Jessica Rabbit.
Her name's Jessica.
I know. When is one of the nuptials taking place?
Well, we're not engaged,
Sam Roberts.
so
The Roberts wedding.
it would be a little early to set a wedding date when there's no engagement.
Is there any talk about engagements in your life? Or
Well,
anything?
I mean, we've been dating
Does
for...
mommy allow it? Will your mommy?
She would be absolutely fine with it, yes.
Really?
Yeah,
Would
well-
she insist on giving you her engagement ring to give to Jess?
With a dress? Do you think she'd make her with a dress?
She might if she ever...
Some oldie time Little House on the Prairie traditional dress.
He has to bang Jess in the dress that his mom wore.
Oh,
He sees a stain on the back right by the ass part. He's like, oh no, what happened?
Oh, it's sardines and buttermilk.
There's cracker crumbs by the crotch. Oh no.
Oh, that would be terrible.
No, she has no engagement ring to
What?
For Jess to wear, so.
Why doesn't your mommy have an engagement ring?
Because my dad proposed over the phone and then...
Of course he did.
It's just more mystique.
He's a cheapskate. He didn't want to buy a ring.
He really is a skinflint.
Well, because
Did he make her stick her finger through his little mustache to the curly part?
No,
and be
that's
like,
not the
"Oh, will
ring."
you marry me?" It's like the ring for the night. He clipped it off.
No, because they were dating, I guess, when they were living in Detroit.
Dating means having sex, by the way.
I mean, I'm sure they
In
were
the back of the
intimate.
car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
In Detroit?
The Studebaker.
That's great.
Detroit.
Yeah, they both
Romance
lived in
City,
Detroit.
they call it.
Yeah.
Oh, God. They
And then-
get sucker punched and robbed.
That's right. They'd park on 8 Mile and she'd blow him. Sorry.
No, it's fair.
Wow.
And then my dad moved to California, and once he got out there, I think he got a cold.
They
And he
said
got
that's the place you ought to be.
Yeah, but then he called her and asked her to marry him. So then he went back to Detroit, married her, and then brought her back to California.
The fuck is that about?
I'll tell you what happens when you leave and you realize that like the sex you're having is not as good as the stuff back home. You got to go back and get the girl back
California
home.
sex doesn't beat Detroit sex?
I guess not.
I
Who
think
knows?
hands down it does.
Maybe it depends on what people like. You never know. I mean, could be some fetish there. Or...
No, I
don't know
think
what
it's
it
more
was.
traditionalist. Here
Oh,
it
really?
is. His dad's very traditional, and I think the California chicks little too wild for pops.
You think so?
Little
Apparently,
too wild. Did he
they-
have his wild streak?
apparently they used to throw like parties every single weekend before they had kids.
Tupperware parties.
I don't know what kind of
Swinger parties.
Oh, you think
Oh,
the
yeah.
hotel keys and
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
Detroit, cuckold city.
oh wow, I didn't know about this. No,
Oh, yeah.
so even over all these years, he never decided to
No, I just said fuck that. No,
fuck that.
yeah, no.
Never decided. Wow.
So she doesn't have an engagement ring, so I won't have to worry about that.
What about wedding band type thing? They got
They have
that?
well, yeah, it's just
then
like
you
a
need
plain
that.
wedding band.
Plain.
Yeah, it's
Plain Jane, little gold band.
Yeah, that's it. Just a plain gold band.
Now that doesn't mean you're gonna, be the same thing. You've been with Jess how long now?
Over 5 years.
5 years.
Yeah.
Do you say you love her?
Yes.
And she says, "I know."
No,
She doesn't pull a fucking.
no, she responds appropriately.
Come on.
She responds, okay.
Oh,
After 5 years, she's still all right. It's just uncomfortable when I bring
terrible.
it up.
I thought she gave you the old Han Solo. I love you. I know. And then Frozen.
Yeah,
Gone.
I know.
I
That was
know.
his line?
Yeah.
I know. That's
I
funny.
know.
That's pretty funny.
It was a great line. It's like, fuck you, I'm being frozen in carbonite. I know. Or carbon.
I know.
What? He backed up his computer or something. I don't know.
No, that's carbonite. This is different.
Oh, literal James.
Guy who gets angry at the jokes.
Well, when one comes out, let me know.
So, Eric, it's weird. How did Eric invite certain people? I could never invite
I know
Troy
that.
and not Sam or Sam and not Travis.
It's
Yeah.
weird.
awkward. It's awkward.
if I was to have a wedding, I would invite either all the staff or none of the staff.
Yeah, it would be
I would
too
think
awkward.
I would probably go for all.
Yeah, even the
Yeah,
little
yeah.
glistening snot under your nose wouldn't stop you from doing that.
I'll wipe that
gee.
now.
Poor Sam has a cold.
Oh, you little sniffly.
Yeah, he is.
But you
No,
know
I
what?
guess so.
Not getting invited to Eric's wedding saves me at least $100.
At the very
$100.
least.
Well, yeah, figure a gift, a babysitter.
Jesus Christ, what year is this?
Yeah.
$100?
I don't
At
charge.
least I said, well, I mean, it's Eric.
A gift, a babysitter. What would you give him a little cash in the envelope?
Yeah.
What, like $10?
Well, for Eric, yeah.
Yeah, I've been trying to talk Jess down in amount.
Are you really?
Oh, yeah.
I could only imagine the conversations that take place with the people for the gift.
Because I have to tell her, I'm like, look, we both know Eric and me work at the same place, and he makes significantly more money than me.
Oh, God, that must be a great discussion.
So,
Wow.
Cheapskate and hot chick. It's like a 70s film with James Caan.
she doesn't want to be embarrassed because she's friends with his bride-to-be. And I'm like,
Oh,
look.
that's right. There's that dynamic, too.
Yeah.
How much is the difference between what you want to give and what she wants to give?
I would probably like to give half of what she wants to give.
Wow.
Wow. So I'm going to guess Jess wants to give 200 and Sam wants to give 100. That's my guess.
It's more or less. And 100 is like I'm like, look, I don't want to give 100, but
You really want to give
because he makes look for what he does around here, he makes a lot more money than me.
By the way, this is one of the invited guests. Imagine what the uninvited guest would have
Troy-
been thinking.
Troy has made it clear that he's not bringing a gift this evening.
Troy, no gift whatsoever.
Well, technically, I have a year to deliver a gift. So,
But
Yeah.
he said to Eric's face, technically I have a year, and hopefully you'll forget by then.
That's good.
Because you're not getting one.
Times are tough. And I know he makes a lot of money.
Tough economy right now. Very tough.
More than you?
Absolutely. Probably double.
That's,
Wow,
he doesn't need it.
Then, yeah, that's kind of a weird thing to give money to somebody.
And let's not forget, he also stole $100,000 from us.
Yeah, I told him that too.
That is true.
I said take my 100 out of the daily newspaper.
That is true. Years ago, he did win a daily news
$100,000.
$100,000
using
contest.
a show newspaper.
And it was a show newspaper.
Which all the fans still think that's why everybody makes fun of him, because we're all jealous that he won the lottery.
I forgot about that. Wouldn't be.
That's it.
Does he still have any of that money? Come on.
He invested in a property in Florida. The old homestead.
Really?
Yeah.
Does it do good?
It's a condo. And where is it?
His father has money. He's smart, so he might have. His dad does not have
Eric's, he comes from a very good place.
Of course.
Yeah.
He also...
he's loaded. He can afford it.
Yeah.
When he started working at XM, he bought a ton of stock for like $13 a share. So he's not that smart with money.
$13 a share.
That's so great. His father probably said, start a nest egg for yourself.
It's creeping up, but wow, that might take
He
him
did
a
that
while.
whole thing where you take X amount of dollars out of your paycheck and it just automatically goes into buying more stock.
Pre-tax, so you save a lot of money.
That's great. It's exactly what Enron did. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Is that what they did?
Wonderful. Oh, yeah. They were giving you the option to either put it in a sound retirement fund or just buy this company stock, which is just going through the roof. So people did opt. And this is another thing where it's like, all right, Enron they were fucking just despicable criminals. But the greed factor on the employees going like, well, I could slowly build my retirement plan over the years, or I could make a fortune overnight.
Was it a Ponzi or no?
No, not so much a Ponzi as downright out and out lies.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They were juggling the books, making the stock. What do they call that? Falsely inflating the price.
Okay.
And
who's the head in Enron? Who's the big
shenanigans.
name in that? It wasn't Kenneth Lay.
Eric Nagel. Wow. Was, the head of that. It was a fantastic thing. What the fuck was his name?
It was Dave Enron.
Was it Dave Enron?
Oh, okay.
It was not.
I'm so
Dave Enron.
I knew that didn't sound right.
Dave, you should have said Ted
Yes.
Enron.
Yes. It was me and Ron. We're friends. Ted and Ron.
Travis told me it's Ken Lay.
It was Ken Lay. I was right.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Ken Lay.
Is he in jail?
I don't think so.
All right, so were you hurt not to be invited, Travis?
Honestly, no.
Danny, a little bothered?
No.
That your coworker didn't ask you?
No.
I think they're probably not necessarily hurt, because they probably in their heart didn't specifically want to go, but it is kind of like you're making
I'm amused.
You're making it like it's like a very clear sign.
It is I'm in a quandary about it, because it's like you would think you'd invite the entire staff, and then you don't. You're selective.
Here's the weird thing, especially with Sam, because everybody thinks that me and Eric have like a thing or something, and there's really no thing. I haven't the last time I really got mad at Eric, legitimately, it was so long ago I can't even remember what it was over.
Yeah.
We're not best friends.
He doesn't like when you demean his job on the air.
Yeah, but even that happens once in a blue moon for the most part. Sam, however,
blue moons every day.
Sam,
I
don't really hang on. I don't harp on Eric too much, but Sam will bust Eric's balls.
Yeah.
Every day of the week and make fun of him, and just every time, and when Eric is in here getting his balls busted, Sam's the one in the background going, "Hey, you fat, hey, you stubborn."
Yes.
And then I don't get the invite, not like I care, but then Sam, and I see the same behavior going on with Stevie, where Sam delivers Stevie all of the abuse.
Yeah.
But then he hates me. And Travis. And I think the same thing going on with Eric.
Get mad at Eric and Stevie, you're coming from a very angry, you guys get very mad and start yelling, and then people get hurt, whereas I'm just coming from a silly place.
Because you're a baseball bat to the head, whereas Sam is more of a slow stomach cancer.
Yeah.
They don't understand what he's doing, and by the time it's too late.
Yeah, it's just too late.
I'm just being charming.
You'd make a great Manson or Hitler.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'll take that as a compliment.
I think so.
Where's Roland? We got to get Roland in here. I have to hear how that went down. Best man. Who's the best man?
I think they must have been switched out with his personal friends, but
was it
somebody it should have been in the first place?
Yeah.
Is Dave going?
Eastside Dave is going.
Eastside Dave is
Eastside
going.
Dave got the invite.
Which, by the way, guarantees the wedding will be a horrid memory for everyone involved.
Troy said he plans on getting completely fucked up because of this open bar.
Who, Dave or Troy?
Troy plans on doing
The
it.
food will be good, though.
Dave, you don't have to even tell.
Eastside Dave also does.
Of course.
And he sat them at the table with me, and who I've been known to instigate a couple things. So it's not going to
okay.
be
Hey,
pretty
Dave,
soon.
why don't you, and
Or
then...
Troy, I think Dave's
Hey,
drinking a little
Troy,
more than you.
Why don't you... Yeah.
You want to see Dave get drunk?
I want to see,
hope-
I want to see the wedding get ruined.
I hope that Dave's. I hope Dave's asshole is the ring bearer.
Oh, yeah. Wouldn't that be great?
She has to stick her finger in his ass to
And
put the
then
ring on.
pull it out, and there it is.
There's a pucker. It's like a right on. One cries.
Right on her little finger. Well, Roland's in studio with, wow, he's got a Bruce Springsteen shirt on. Bruce. Holy shit, Bruce. Bruce.
So what happened with hold on a second. What happened with Eric's wedding? He asked you to be the best man?
Well, I don't talk about my private life on there. So.
Girlfriend, let me tell you.
Yeah, Roland's a gossipy Gertie too, isn't he? We're all just hens today.
It's like I'm the Real Housewives.
Yes.
And Samantha.
Now you were asked. Now
It was during my unemployment years, like Castaway, where people feed you, you just like nod your head as you eat. I don't know, nobody did. So they go, want to go for food down here? Well, I'll buy your waffles.
Oh, so that was the setup to asking you, like you needed a moment
I eat my
alone.
waffles, and then I stuff in my face. He goes, we're getting married. I'm like, all right. And then he said, you want to be best man?
Pass the syrup, please.
I mean, we're not. I mean, it's friends, but I'm the next like
butter. Butter, you got the butter.
Oh, it was the melted
trying
butter.
to have a sensitive moment, a poignant moment with Roland, and Roland's just grabbing condiments off the table.
Yeah, it's like trying to talk to Billy Bob Thornton and Sling Blade.
Yeah, what's going on in that mind
and then you go, best man. Go, well, don't you need somebody who you know for a long time?
Well, you're closer to, right?
Yeah, closer to like my buddy David or my buddy Kevin. We like halfway grew up with each other from 15 years old on up.
Yeah.
So I thought, I'm like, oh, all right. He goes, well, you get free food there. I'm like, I don't know how long I was to be unemployed.
Yeah.
So like free food. I'm like, I guess so.
But there are expenses that come with being a best man.
I didn't know that.
And responsibilities.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
Until I Googled away, and then I called my brother. I go, "What's the best man?" He goes,
Roland,
like $4,000. I'm like, "Fuck, girlfriend."
You gotta spend money to do what?
You have to take him out to dinners and this.
Yeah,
and
you
that.
have to do the bachelor party. You have to get him a gift.
I'll show you my underwear
gift.
with a big shit stain when I find out how much it costs.
The toast, you could make or break a wedding.
It doesn't
with
matter.
Good
All
or
the
bad
nagels
toast.
are drunk, so it doesn't.
All the nagels are drunk.
Roland just thought he was gonna
the nagels.
He just thought best man meant he was gonna get to go to the wedding and have a front row seat, and that's it.
Or he had won something. I'm the best man.
He just has to show up and high five everybody.
I thought, like Danny thought, you just hang out, top shelf liquor. I'll pound down a bunch.
Eric lied and told him Bruce was his wedding band. Okay. Oh.
I know, but well, they said there would be a band who played Bruce. That was
It was one of the selling points.
But now it's a DJ who plays like 80s music.
Oh, that'll be.
I think I know why Roland was asked to be best man.
Why?
All the pieces are coming together. Troy, you weren't asked to be best man. Were you invited to the dinner last night?
No.
14 fucking years?
I was invited to the dinner last night, but I couldn't go. But he knew I couldn't go to the wedding, so I think he invited me for that. But I had to work, so I couldn't go.
But he also invited Ope to the dinner.
Yeah.
Which makes me, and Roland's the best man, which makes me think that Eric doesn't really have a semblance of who's a close friend and not. Eric is looking at the people who can do things.
Yes.
Like he wants people who have careers in show business. He wants Roland who knows celebrities. He can be the best man.
Yeah.
This is networking.
I don't think I was invited to the dinner, was I?
Oh, I shouldn't have said anything then.
Did you go?
I didn't know there
No,
was
I wasn't invited to. That's what I'm saying.
don't care.
I wasn't invited to the dinner.
See, I wanted to go because I like Eric a lot, but I wanted to go to the wedding because it would be a hang with the guys and all my friends at fucking work. Right. I didn't know that none of you guys were going. I would have been fucking miserable if I canceled this weekend.
Oh my God, imagine
Me and
that.
Troy would be there.
No, yeah, but it was like you guys,
get
but it was like
Troy.
only 2 guys from the show. I thought it was gonna be the whole show.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, I don't even think. I think he told yesterday that there may be like random people at our table. It's going to be Dave, Troy, and me with some
seat fillers like they use at the Academy Awards. They just top people in there.
I don't want to be the big attraction at the wedding.
You would be.
You would be celebrity number one.
Oh.
He'd be introducing you to everybody because he knows a celebrity.
Or Mars' family, he's doing the valet. ¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué pasó? Aquí, Mars, aquí. Feed food, senor, por favor.
Mars running into like catching keys, running out to the lot,
upgrading his car as it goes along,
putting fuzzy dice in there,
catching air as the Superman music plays, like Ferris Bueller.
Yes. Change missing from your car. Hey,
yeah, Mars has to tell you he's not responsible for lost or stolen iPods.
Roland, I got to ask you now, since you declined being best man. Now, first you accepted.
Over food, yes.
Yes. Now, how did you decline? Because that's an awkward thing to have to then tell somebody.
Especially when the wedding's, 3 weeks out.
Wait, when did you tell him no?
I don't...
Well, I mean, all told, this wedding was planned in 3 months.
Yeah.
So it's like...
Yeah.
There wasn't a lot of time either way.
Like,
even if you told him, like, a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I try to remember. It was like if you told me, like, if you go, hey, you want to go eat and kill a dog, and I was broke, I'm like, yeah, fuck you. Kill a dog.
Yeah. We're going to eat? Yeah.
So how did you approach him and tell him you then could not be the best
Well,
man?
it's like, guess who's not going to be there on your wedding? He's like, I don't know who. I'm like, ta-da!
And what did you say?
And then he was like, oh. And then it got awkward, so I just like going, it's not a big deal.
You're the guy canceling.
But I said, like, how long your marriage really is going to last? Statistics show.
Damn.
But he was getting nervous, cold feet. I'm like, all together.
Yeah.
I'm doing myself a favor.
Yeah. And he was fine with this?
I backpedal like a motherfucker. Woo, 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 woo.
Did you? Yeah.
Did you? Was he mad at you?
A little.
Yeah.
He was probably hurt, too.
I bet he was hurt.
A little.
He thought Roland was going to be his big show business best
It's
friend.
such an odd choice. Not that you're an odd choice, but your relationship's an odd choice. You don't know each other like that.
Didn't even ask Giddles.
Best man is someone
Who's
you grew
Giddles?
up with.
Giddles is his friend who's been around forever. He went on one of the homeless shopping sprees, but we all love Giddles.
Giddles?
Just 'cause his name is...
That is a
See everybody laughing in
fantastic
the
name.
other room.
Everyone's laughing. Giddles.
Giddles is exactly the person you would think is Eric's best friend.
Is he a guy from the past?
Yeah, he was Eric's roommate.
Like he's Eric's legit friend.
Yeah.
Oh. So is Giddles now the best man?
But if you look
I
at
don't think
Giddles,
so.
you say, yeah, that's Eric's best friend.
How do we not know who Eric's best man
Giddle, I
is?
know. Who's Giddles?
He's very private, Eric.
Yeah, I think he emailed like 4 people though after I said no.
Oh, gosh.
He emailed like BCC them like, hey, congratulations.
Oh, he BCC.
Hey,
So-
blind CC.
So people couldn't tell that they were on an email with 3 other people.
I don't talk about that, Sam.
Okay, you're right. Okay,
No, but-
you imply things.
Yes, I did.
Who did he ask? Finally, who did he get?
I don't know.
We'll
Somebody-
find out. Mystery best man tonight.
Yes, you'll find out.
Plus,
I'm
you
sure
have
you're going to
to
dish all the
You have to
dirt.
take 2 days
Oh,
off,
yes.
and I can't take any day time off, so.
Yeah.
Why you have to take 2 days off? he
Oh, that was
the
the excuse. Yeah, the time off. Now, also, Eric Nagel got a wedding. He got because he's a skinflint.
Eric's cheap?
Yeah. Well, it seems so because he got a Friday wedding.
Oh God.
Last minute kind of a thing because weddings are usually planned, especially if you're.
There's a bird in here. I keep hearing.
Yes. Especially if you're, you've been engaged for a while and been with the same girl
Couple
for
years.
a while.
3 years.
You would think
They got engaged the same weekend that Opie got engaged.
Yes, and Obi
Oh,
has
my
a
God.
6-month-old, and he's been married forever. And
Yeah, we celebrated an anniversary.
yeah.
We were talking about this before the show a little bit. We were saying how Than, back everybody remembers Than, right?
Oh, wow.
And when Than decided that it was time for him to get married, because he knew Eric had wanted to get married too, so Than kept going, when are you going to schedule your wedding date? Because I don't want to interfere with your wedding.
Oh God!
They've been
I
married.
had short hair at Than's wedding.
Yeah, they've been married. They've been married for about 2 years.
Oh, like, Than, wait, tall guy, looks like a praying mantis. I remember him.
Is he invited to the Nagel wedding?
Oh, hell no.
Of course not. So
Wait, is there a reason for this wedding being so fast?
He keeps saying
speculate.
it's more secretism, but he keeps saying, "I just wanted to get it over with."
And he said he got somebody approached him with a good deal on the hall and everything.
Well, it's Friday. It's 7 o'clock at
And
night.
it's Friday,
in Jersey.
7 at night in Jersey, which, by the way, would have been a fucking nightmare for anybody. Could you imagine driving to Hoboken?
You'd have to take a
Going
train.
have to.
You'd have to take a train.
But you have to get cabs at like $80.
Oh, yeah.
Those gypsy cabs over there.
Gypsy cabs.
I don't know. They don't speak
Jeez, they
English.
kill
Like,
you. You get killed.
That would have been a nightmare.
I actually have to do Eric's work today since he's not here, and then try to get out of here early so I can get home, put a goddamn suit on, and then drive to Jersey.
Why didn't you bring a suit with you? Just change here. Have Jess meet you here.
Or go see Harry Potter.
and if you have to do Eric's work and get out early, that should be a
Shouldn't
problem.
take too long. You're right.
You're right. I don't even know what he
You
does.
should start now. I'm just
Yeah, you can actually leave now. If
you have to go on Twitter and eat Subway.
And Troy's got to come over to my place because he can't get to Jersey from here.
No, huh?
Why?
Because he'd have to get two subways to a train to a cab.
How hard is how far is it from the train? Hoboken's small.
It's like 15 minutes up or 20 minutes up from the train station.
Really?
It's not a convenient place.
It was like when Liza Minnelli went to Arthur's party. She used to take
2 buses and a cab later.
And a cab and a train and
Get out here.
And shut up.
That ugly monster.
Oh God!
You like all the space. You're like, yeah, because nobody wants to come here.
Oh God!
Nobody wants to come
so
here.
far out.
That was wrong.
Hoboken, huh?
Sam wrote down a piece of paper. So.
Oh yeah.
Is it more Hoboken or is it more Jersey City?
I think more to the
JC.
left there. Yeah.
It's by the Statue of Liberty thing.
Oh boy.
Wow.
Camden.
Why would he do it on a Friday night, the week before
'cause
Thanksgiving?
It's cheap.
It's much less expensive.
It's cheap, but
Do it on
like we
Friday.
said, he's got some cake, you know.
Oh yeah.
And a lot of it, he eats it.
And his and his bride to be is doing very well too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to say anything. I don't
Well, she's a
want to
wonderful
disparage
person.
The wonderful future Mrs. Nagel.
That's why we're all so confused by it.
We just want to give our condolences.
Yes, actually,
to her.
it's condolences that should be given.
Everybody, does anybody have any objections? 80 people are going to stand up. What are you doing?
Yes, including Eric's whole family.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't
Her
matter.
parents.
No loyalty. The new best man, whoever he is.
Yeah, who is this new best man? Who is it? Did he ask Howard, Artie Lang? Who's doing it?
No one
I think
knows.
Gary doing the book signing.
He's got Pat Cooper doing it.
Who told you that?
He's a good man to marry.
Yeah.
He has no idea who it
I'm
is.
the best man. I'm the best man. I have dignity. Dignity. Yeah, poor Iraq. All right. Well, that's the Iraq's nuptials.
Wow.
You'll be going.
Is Opie going, you think?
I believe he is planning on going.
Yeah, he's planning on going to the nuptials. But I'm sure our own Sam Roberts will have full accounting. Because you know how to keep your eyes open, your ears open. You don't drink a lot,
Right.
So we'll ask Troy, and he'll go, I don't fucking know.
I'll have to give you all the Troy stories because he won't have a fucking clue what
Dave
happened.
will just be like, and then he took the wedding, and I was drinking. So you don't know what he's talking about.
Sam's like a mongoose. He just kind of shows up, peeks, gets all the information, sneaks out.
Yeah.
It's creepy.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear all the details of the Nagel wedding.
I can't wait for it
The
to go
Nagel
down.
nuptials.
And then Jess was like, she's talking about what time we have to leave because she was like, well, we can't be late to the wedding, to the ceremony. And I'm like, why? All the action's going to take place at the
Ceremony
reception.
blows.
Yeah.
I went to Ope's ceremony. I don't know if I've been to one since then. I hate the ceremony. You only go with really close friends.
Yeah, I haven't been to a wedding ceremony.
They fucking stink.
I've the more weddings I go to, the less ceremonies I go to. I just start going to the reception. Fuck
Yeah,
it.
here's the money. Take this.
Yeah.
And they will never know that you weren't there.
Fuck.
And now a letter.
The letter from John to the Corinthians is read by someone that can't fucking read. It's always someone stumbling through their shit. And now I'm reading, the bride and groom have decided to make their own vows. I vow to lock the refrigerator at night. And I vow to, I don't know, what do I vow to do? Got my stomach stapled.
Do you promise to not take Frigidor rides? Because Piggy broke Frigidor by riding on it.
Piggy. Yeah, his refrigerator door fell off once, didn't it?
Yes, it
he
did.
just went to open it and it fell off. That's saying a lot.
He would just open it and ride it closed and open it again.
NASA checked the hinges and they just had stress cracks on
Yeah,
them.
there was an O-ring problem with Eric's refrigerator door. Poor fat kid's not even here.
The O-ring is his mouth. Too much food going into it.
Yeah, there was a gimbal lock and his kitchen exploded.
That poor motherfucker. But the good news is that Jess, until yesterday, was not aware of the 1 year to give a gift rule.
Oh, really?
So I'm going to see if I can sell her on that to at least get like a momentary reprieve from giving anything. Because Troy's got the right idea. There's no reason.
I already sent a gift.
Yeah, he told us that you did.
Oh, you did?
Yes, he said it was a very nice gift.
Ah.
And we tried to say, Troy actually brought this up. It's genius of him. He said, why don't you kind of make it like a show gift? Like to see if that could be
I was
from
trying
the
to piggyback. Sorry, dude.
Oh,
see if that could be from the
yo.
show.
Damn.
We should all sign a shirt for him.
That would actually be his favorite gift.
He would
Yeah,
probably
he
like
would
that.
put it up too.
Yeah.
I should have got him a nice, like, something like that. Eric's good to me. He gets me stuff signed, like all that stuff. That's how we judge our friendships on this show. Who gets my picture signed?
Yeah.
It really is a shallow place.
Me and Eric actually had a moment, though, the
What?
other day. Yeah, he came up, and he had, like, the serious E-Rock face on. And he shook my hand, and he was like, I just want to, thank you for the... And he always tries to get it when you're alone.
Yeah.
Like
'Cause
no
this
one
is-
else is in the
he's trying to
studio.
make a real
He wants to have a
sincere,
real
serious
sincere
moment,
moment. So it's like, I just want to, thank you for the gift. And I hope before the smile and no problem, he didn't see the utter horror in my face that I had no fucking idea what Ange had bought for him.
I'll tell you this. I think that I think he was tipped off to that because he said,
Oh, was he?
He said, yeah, Aunt sent me a really nice gift. He told us it was like a wine refrigerator or something, and then he said, of course, the packing slip said Angela Maresca on it, but.
Oh, damn! Oh, tripped up!
So, but you got E-Rock a wedding gift.
Well, Ange.
Oops.
Hey, some things get lost in the mail. What are you going to do?
I got to give him something now, though. I have to give him
Whoopsie.
something.
I'll buy him a
Yeah.
twisty sandwich.
Postal Service is not reliable these days.
No, it's not.
Are you wearing a suit, Roland?
He's not going.
Oh, you're not going at all?
No, he can't. He said he wasn't the best man because he couldn't go.
Oh!
He's not going at all.
No. I'll be with a wizard hat. What?
What are you doing?
What? I don't even know what that means.
Harry Potter.
Oh, you're going to see Harry Potter.
No.
He's nodding.
Roland didn't want to be best man at a wedding to go see Harry Potter. It's the best thing I've ever heard in my life.
Oh, that's
It's supposed to be
fantastic. Wow, we get a suggestion coming in. Sam should re-gift the Nageltron.
Gotcha TV.
Yeah. That's a great idea.
That is a good one.
Yeah. He would feel the weight of it and be all psyched because he'd think it was a box of candy.
And now I also hear tell, a little more gossip going on.
Gossip.
That Eric is off until December.
That's right. December 1.
He's decided to just...
Yesterday was his last day.
Yesterday's the last day. He's coming back in December because I guess they're taking a honeymoon.
That's right.
Which is good.
The Nagels will be spending the next 2 weeks.
That's what I want to know. Where? It's got to be somewhere
nice
and sunny.
Okay.
I would think. I'm gonna guess Atlantis, Bahamas.
I'll tell you, you would be closer if you had said Atlantic City because the Nagels will be spending 2 full weeks, more, or maybe more at this point, in lovely Hoboken/Jersey City at the Nagel residence.
They're not going away.
I asked him. He said he was just sitting home.
Play Red Dead Redemption.
She's out. What is he doing?
I don't know what her work schedule is. I don't know if she's taking the time off, but I do know that he is taking off from today until December 1st, and I asked him what he would be doing, and he said, sitting home playing Xbox.
He gave her the longest lasting roofie I've ever heard
It's
of.
incredible.
It is amazing.
She's way... No offense.
Oh, out of his league.
Way
No
out of his
offense.
league. Much
Out
hotter.
of his
Very
league.
much out of his league.
She's a sexy chick, man. She's hot.
Yes.
What a bad judgment she has.
Oh, my God.
And she's real cool.
Yeah, she's fun to hang out with.
Yeah.
There's got to be something wrong.
I guess
You know,
opposites attract.
I'll bet you there's something.
Attractive, cool.
She's good at her job. I bet you there's something wrong with her. Like, she probably has no feet, and we just don't know that.
Oh, no. Yeah. You think there's just prosthetic little wooden feet?
Yeah, like she has just like two nubs for feet. There has to be something.
How great would it be if she heard this whole break and then canceled the wedding today?
Oh!
Because of us.
Just runs from the altar in tears.
Listen to former best man giggling.
I know, he's giggling.
And that's just not, oh, you said something funny laugh. That's real. I really feel exactly what you're saying.
He ran the scenario through his head for a second and really got a good chuckle out of it, didn't you?
Yeah, and the wizards are running in my head too.
Yeah.
You're excited about Harry Potter tonight.
I am going 2 hours early.
Harry Potter. Are people waiting online and shit? I think
last night was a massive line for the midnight.
Which
show.
one is this, the final one they're going to do?
It's a 2 parts.
it's a 2-parter. Why wouldn't they do that? So it's one movie in 2 parts. And when's the next part come out?
July, but this first part they have time to make in 3D, so that they're going to re-release it in 3D.
How smart is that?
So it'll be $20 per ticket.
So you're going to keep seeing the same movie over and
Harry
over
Potter,
again.
dude? I've never seen one.
It's
I
really
saw
good.
the first one.
Was it
of
good?
course, they were children, so it was very childish. Oh, Uncle Paul.
Yeah, I saw that. Harry Potter's good. You see him with the horse?
Yeah, you like that?
He's girthy.
That was Equus.
I don't know who that
It
is.
was different. That wasn't Harry Potter when he was nude.
I like when the boy makes a spell.
Yeah?
Yeah.
With his little magic wand?
Yeah, make this disappear.
What?
With your backside. Ta-da.
Can you make your parents go away?
Yeah. Could you make a cumsicle disappear?
Oh, God. Harry Potter, you're going, and I see there are lines, but now reviews coming in, not very good.
It's because there's a lot of death in the film, so kids are crying.
Well, is that good? Really?
Yeah.
Are the kids reviewing?
Fuck. No, they're just like bitching and crying, ruining my movie moments.
Is he too old to be Harry Potter now or no?
No, because in the books he gets older.
He is, though. No, it's so stupid.
Why do you read the book, though? I
There are
just hear
2
people
men
telling me.
and a woman. There are 2 grown men and a woman now playing fucking wizard shit.
It's like fucking Three's Company. It's Larry and Jack and fucking...
Yeah, it's the end of the line. Enough already. They're not cute little kids anymore running around with little magic wands doing fun little tricks.
How many have there been?
18. No idea. How many?
I think like 7. I think this is like the 7th
I think so,
film,
yeah.
something like that.
This guy's probably made a fucking couple $1 million off these things, man.
The guy?
Bit more than
Oh.
that.
Radcliffe.
Oh, I thought you meant the author.
60 million. he
Girl.
made.
How much?
60.
For what?
For all the Potter so far.
60 million, that's it, though?
Because of his wages.
He's got a piece of it? Does he own a piece? On the back end, as they call it? Has he got prints?
On the DVDs.
On
60 million's a
DVDs?
lot of money.
T-shirts?
T-shirts.
Action figures? What has he got?
Little wizardry hats.
Wizard hats and wands?
Little what?
Little wands and hats.
Yeah, 7.
Wizardry. Oh, okay.
So you're not going to Eric's wedding?
No.
Negative.
Well, I mean,
negatory,
it's
as
kind
they
of
say.
Eric's fault for scheduling it the same day that Harry Potter came out.
That was dumb.
Yeah, that's
was-
kind of stupid. I would just like to say we have just an action-packed show
Yes, we
today.
do.
From what I hear, Joe DeRosa's coming in with his driver, Bill Burr, because that's what I heard. I heard Joe's got a gig and Bill is driving him to it.
Who's this bitch Burr? What's he doing?
I know. Bill Burr's like a big famous guy. He's a big star. And no, I think they're both doing a gig. And
No, actually, I think I gave you wrong information.
what did you do? Oh, Travis.
Yeah.
You're fine.
No, Bill's at Foxwoods this weekend.
Oh,
Or
is it?
At least tomorrow.
Oh, okay. So
And
he's
I think
stopping in.
Joe's just going with him. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, and
Yeah.
Joe's going with
I
him.
think so. Yeah.
How fucking horrid.
How horrid.
Bill's coming in. Our tickets for our show, by the way, we're doing January 16th at the Borgata together. It's myself, Bill Burr, Brewer, David Tell. 10 o'clock this morning. They go on sale for January 16th.
Nice.
That show is going to sell out. So,
Real fast. So
I think
get
so,
on. Yeah, that's going to be a big one.
and I'll be in Poughkeepsie tonight and tomorrow at the Comedy Club Bananas. And Ant's going to be doing a fucking gig in the city.
Yes, I'll be at Bar 9. Bar 9.
When I'm missing that. I would actually like to
on
go to that.
9th Avenue.
What are you more bummed that you're missing, Ant's gig or the Nagel wedding?
Oh, the gig. Much more fun. I'm not going to be able to rub my dick on anybody at the fucking wedding.
And then, oh my God, in studio at 9 o'clock. Wow. Zachary Levy.
Levi, yeah.
Whatever.
From Chuck?
Do you know who he is?
And
Oh,
Tangled.
yeah? I met him. Actually,
That's what I
when
read.
when I went to Comic-Con the first time, I talked to the cast, and they treated us very well. Or me.
Okay.
Just by myself.
Yeah. And also the new Disney film Tangled he's in.
Can I read an email?
Mm-hmm.
I just want to read a little.
We have Kevin Nealon today, too, right?
And
That's right.
Kevin Smith is calling in.
Kevin Nealon and Kevin Smith.
That's a
Jesus
star-studded
Christ.
show.
A lot of confidence in the Anthony and Jimmy program, apparently.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
What do you think we're going to do? Just not
shit.
talk, look at each other, and go, your turn.
Plate spinners and fucking sword swallowers. What do we need? Cock swallowers. Of course, that joke's got to come up. Let me go here. Okay. Here's my email first. Zach Levi?
Oh, no.
Levy? Whatever it is. This
Levi.
This is to Travis, by the way, who is the producer of the program. I go right to the top. Zach Levi.
Levi.
Thank you.
I never got an email about Zach.
2 question marks after his name. 2 question marks, which really means talking.
That is true. The boss is speaking.
Talking. And then I kind of beat around the bush a little at the beginning. Who the fuck is he?
Oh, no.
And did we ever agree to have him in? Roland is getting a bit rambunctious. That was mine.
Whoa.
And then I get from the lovely Travis, my pal
We can
Travis.
just stop there. We don't have to.
Yeah, you both said yes to him. He's the lead in Chuck.
Mm-hmm.
I don't give a fuck if you want to cancel.
Oh,
That
Travis.
goes for Nealon as well. Just let me know.
Why, you don't like Kevin Nealon?
I don't have a problem with him, but if you guys change your mind, you change your mind.
He's just being accommodating as a
letting you know that,
producer.
things change.
Let me know if you want him. If you love him, you can have him. If you don't, you don't give a fuck.
He's neutral, like a good executive producer should be.
Now, I
as one former said,
absolutely do not remember this Zachary guy being pitched.
It was,
Could you please set the mood, set the tone.
It was with Jim Sturgis and Zach Levi. I printed out. I said these two I need a favor from.
But I
If you don't
thought
mind.
the favor guy.
With Jim Sturgis, right?
No, I said those two were.
Which one was he?
He was the guy who came in. The British guy.
Who was fine.
All right. What about the other favor guy that I thought that was the global warming?
Oh, no. I said that wasn't the favor guy. I said, would you guys like him? Also.
Oh, no.
I said,
Wow.
I said these two are the favors.
You're a verbal shell game with these guests.
No.
Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. He's fucking doing three guest Monty.
No.
That's what he does. Hey, where's the guest you want?
Yeah, I'll give you two.
This guy? Oh, shit, I got a Zachary Levy.
I'll give you 2 Zach Levi's for 1 Sturgis. All right.
Yeah, oh, here it is. All right, and as we look in the middle, there's President Bush. He's got a book tour going, and we go back and forth. Where's President Bush? Where is he? Is he on the right? Oh, it's Zachary Levi, the guy from Chuck.
Mm-hmm.
Levi.
Like the pants.
That's right.
I'll remember it that way.
Like the pants.
Like the pants.
So he did a Disney movie, and then once
A Disney movie?
Yeah.
Well, that falls right into our demo.
it does because Tron is coming out on Disney, which has a
Who we will get no one from.
We won't. Who's in
I
Tron?
don't think the favor things have ever worked
Never.
for us.
yeah they have
Who have we
Jeff
taken?
Bridges.
Who did we take in order to get Jeff Bridges?
Zachary Levi.
But now we're not
Oh,
going
wait. You're saying we're going to get Jeff Bridges?
Yeah, and
Okay, hold the phone.
Should I mark this down?
Yes, please.
Yes.
Mark it.
Mark
the time. Mark the date. Mark everything so we can play that clip
If you
when
don't-
it never happened.
If you don't, you could verbally be.
How about this?
I
Loser,
love that.
loser leaves town. If we don't get Jeff Bridges, Roland quits.
Holy shit, it's a loser leaves
That's
town.
right.
Yeah, you gotta buff my ass. I'm not saying now, Roland. This is
Yeah.
nothing against you.
Yes.
You're doing what is called your job,
Right.
And I understand this, but I'm seeing like these guests that I don't really like. I don't think. Now, if it's a favor, it's a favor. I'm willing to do a favor.
that's the only one
and
I said.
someday, and this day may never come, you will be asked to do a favor for us.
And you will get the favor automatically, no matter what.
Call Roland.
But they've never. You come through, but they don't. The studios
Yes,
never
that's what it is.
come through.
You hold up your side of the bargain. You do the favor. The guest comes in, And then big movies come around, and we never see these people.
Never. Edward Norton finally came in. Yeah. And I'm happy I was there. Not here, of course, but we never get them. They never say yes. Their publicists.
And that was years in the making, by the way.
Oh, absolutely.
If we hadn't done 18 phoners with him, we never would have gotten Edward Norton.
And their publicists always say no. Like the next time,
This one, I
like
promise
Gervais,
you,
we only got one time.
Because I talked to his people, he's coming back next year, 2011. Because somebody who...
You need to call your people,
No,
Roland.
somebody before I came here called these people and pissed them off. It said the wrong thing.
Yeah, because Roland wasn't here to
wasn't
Roland's
here.
credit.
No, I know.
And then I heard things through the grapevine. The person who's not here anymore tried to pitch it the wrong way.
Talking
and
about
then
E-Rock?
yell at these people.
E-Rock.
Yeah, someone yelled at this person saying, well, if you don't want them, fuck you guys, blah, blah, blah. And that hurts the publicist.
I know.
I know.
I'm just saying.
No, we didn't.
I don't. Oh, what's that? What's
no,
that?
we didn't.
Wait.
No, I don't believe you.
Let me just say that. 'Cause
We
I
did
think
not. We
No,
absolutely did not.
Yeah.
When?
In studio?
Yes.
No, we wouldn't.
Yes.
I would have said yes in a second.
The person who was before me told.
When?
It was the year I wasn't here in November.
How long ago?
Maybe about
about November, like
6
a year and a
months
half.
ago.
The audience knows we love Gervais. That would never have happened.
You know, I got a phone call from the publicist that day.
Turn it on because. Oh no! All right, that's something different. Jesus fuck.
Oh my God.
So, but I cleaned up all the messes, all clean. Everything's back to normal.
And if Gervais
after
is
Zachary
around-
Levi, I promise you, no more favorites from me. I promise you that.
I'll mark that down too.
I promise you.
Yeah. Could you mark that one down?
Mark that one down.
Mark the time.
I promise
date,
you.
Time stamp this tape.
Was that an in studio or a phone?
Listen to me.
That
No,
one.
I'm not sure if it was in studio.
was
It
in
might have been.
studio.
I think it was a phone.
I vaguely remember that.
I got the phone call after because I wasn't with you guys, and I told him I'm not with you guys anymore.
Because I vaguely remember that incident, and
I think it was pitched as a phone.
I believe so too. I don't think we would have ever said no. I know I never would have.
I never would have said no. To
said
that.
no. I think it was.
I
a
think that
phoner.
was pitched as a
a
phone.
phoner,
Maybe
yeah.
it changed after.
Every
but-
appearance by
phone.
him has been brilliant, and there's no way.
That was a
Well, you guys
phoner.
don't have
I
to
think
worry
so.
anymore. Everything's fixed, but everything's clear.
Yeah.
And all I ask is that
Everything's
Zachary
clear.
Levi, quick 10 minutes, and I will not ask for anything.
And he
again.
might be good because Jim
That's
Sturgis turned out to be a cool dude. He was
Exactly.
fun.
And Chuck
he
is a
did,
big show.
he
It's
did
gotten 4
Fallon
seasons.
last night. He's doing Conan next week.
Okay.
Then he's doing Leno.
If I don't watch
throwing out
it,
names.
it's not good.
Attaboy, yeah. Sure.
That's my litmus test. Yeah. Why don't we take a break because I have lovely food here.
Me too. I have eggy wigs.
Oh, everything looks so delicious.
Yeah.
And when we get back, I want to hear this thing. It's The Situation, I guess, and
Oh,
Bristol
yeah.
Palin,
B. Palin.
did a safe sex PSA. And from what I hear, The Situation is trying to act like The Situation and doing a horrid job. Like when sports stars are on sitcoms and they can't play themselves, they're so stiff. That's what I'm grasping.
Do you think they're bad sports stars in sitcoms?
It is the worst idea. Do they still do it at all? Do they still? Because
Not that often, no.
it's been the only ones I ever saw that were almost a little good was on Seinfeld, and they were almost like I think Keith Hernandez did a great job as Keith Hernandez.
There's a whole generation of people that just know Keith Hernandez because he was on Seinfeld.
On Seinfeld, and I thought maybe he acted as a player. You know, that was it. And then when George was teaching batting practice, I thought that was funny too. That was very
He drove Danny Tartabull to the.
Yes, that's another one. It just like to get Yankee that was kind of cool. But for the most part, especially back in the '70s and the Brady Bunch and things like when they just figured they'd boost ratings by having the star du jour, the
Joe
sports
Namath walk on or
yeah.
Muhammad Ali walked into the Drummond house on different strokes.
Did he really?
Yes, he did.
He thought Arnold was one of his turds.
Literally walked into it. He didn't open the door. He just walked into the building. See, because he's shaky. And
Kimberly was trying to put a tie on, so he pulled it, and she wound up in the rafters. Because she hung herself, I think.
No, I think it was a drug overdose.
Oh, good. Then that joke didn't work. For many reasons.
Man, whatever. But, yeah, I got to see if the situation really pulls this one off.
He wants to be a serious actor, so I bet he does well.
Yeah? Uh-huh. What else do we got there? That JetBlue attendant, Steven Slater.
He's a rap song.
Oh, yeah, it's
a
great.
rap song?
Yeah, I know rap, and this is a rap song.
Oh, God. What is it about? Like that?
Well, he's advertising an iPhone app.
His own?
No. A company hired him to do a rap song.
Why would they hire him?
Because he's pop culture, man.
He's
pop culture is pop culture for 10 minutes these days.
He's completely uninteresting to everybody.
Yeah.
He has to pay for the door. He's a douchebag.
Did he have to pay for the door?
Yes.
That's fantastic.
Should we take a break then?
Yeah, let's take a break.
All right.
We'll be right back.
BRB.
After these words.
Sirius XM, the virus. This is the Opie and Anthony Show. The Opie and Anthony Show.
A funka! Hi, everybody. Opie and Anthony Show. Friday edition. I like that edition. That means I can slack off all night. Tomorrow night, Sunday, and then you got to start thinking about being good boy. I was a good boy last night because I knew if I went to stretch 2 days off, wow, hell to pay. Hell to pay! I thought yesterday, I was just like, you know what? Why not? Just why not?
Why not?
Why not? I just didn't even have an excuse or anything. I was just like, you know what? I'm going to take a personal day.
God damn it.
Personal day. Since we signed our deal, what's the matter, Jimmy? What's the matter?
My headphones are broken.
Your little earpiece came off.
Yeah, I'm trying to talk, but I can't.
Aw. We'll get it on there. It goes on like a condom. Ask someone how that works.
Yeah, exactly. I usually just fuck and then go, you look pretty healthy.
Yeah, it's great.
I don't want to use guest headphones. God
No,
knows
ew, maggots in there. Or
Yeah,
whatever it is.
homeless people
Bed bugs.
use them.
Bed bug ears. Oh, Jesus Christ.
What's the matter with this? Can Mars fix this? Please.
Ooh. Yeah, I was a good boy last night because I took yesterday off as a personal day. All the speculation, God.
They do speculate.
Opie takes the day, and then he's got to take the rest of the week, and then I'm like, fuck, Opie's out. I figure, what the hell? Good opportunity to take a little personal day, which entailed talking to my accountant. One of those, you know how many of these job reality shows are out there now? They got the auctioneer site guy, and they got pickers, and then they got what's some of them other job shows they got?
Dirty Jobs.
Dirty Jobs. Pawn Stars.
Auction King.
Auction Kings. They got a lot of those things. The Ice Road Truckers.
Billy the Exterminator.
Billy the Exterminator.
Cake Boss. He stinks.
Cake Boss.
Ace of Cakes.
Ace of Cakes.
Pit Boss.
Pit Boss.
Undercover Boss.
Undercover Boss. Let's just suffice to say there's a lot of these shows on. You will never see Accountant Wars. It is the dullest job. So I had to talk to him yesterday.
Is he boring?
It's just like he's a nice enough guy, but it's just talking about finances, and everything involves so much paperwork and signatures and things that you have to get that have been filed away for a while, and you got to find things, and me with finding things, No, it's just a pain. So I did that. I sacrificed my day off to do that. Played a little Black Ops, which is fun. And then I got, no, I'm not being audited. As long as at least, no, let me knock wood on that one. And then I got hung up. I got great gaming systems, Xbox. I got Black Ops. I got Red Dead Redemption, all the fun games. And I sat there for what had to be 6 hours playing Angry Birds on my fucking iPad. It's one of the most addicting, stupid-ass games.
I never got it.
You ever play it?
No.
Oh, you have
You
to.
take these various birds.
Sounds horrible, Weather.
It's horrible. It's awful, but I can't stop playing it.
It's by far the best-selling game in iPhone.
It's the
pad.
number one game.
Angry Bird.
Ever
What happens?
on the iPhone? Okay, there's these little piggies. I like to call them nagels. They're all over the board. And they're in various structures, little rickety wooden structures and little concrete things. And they're all there, and they laugh at you. They make little sounds that annoy you. And then you get a slingshot off to the left of this structure, and you put the little bird in there, and you got to shoot the bird at the structure or at the piggies to kill all the piggies. With the limited amount of birds that you have, and certain birds do certain things.
Yes.
Some just fucking fling with the slingshot. They don't do shit. Other ones hit, and then you hit the screen again, and they explode. Other ones multiply, like you hit it, and then it breaks into 3.
Sometimes if you slide the screen up, the yellow birds, the velocity goes very fast.
The velocity, they go very fast. Like you get them on target, and then you slide, and the thing goes fast. And then that boomerang bird. Which I had such a hard time with. Oh, again, I kept boomeranging him into midair, and he just missed my target completely. But I did this to the point where my eyes, I felt like I was arc welding for 5 hours without a fucking shield on my face. It was burning, eyes burning.
You could have done anything else in that time, and it would have been more valuable.
Anything. Well, I was poking the fire, which I do in the fireplace, and drinking, because that's what I do.
How long did you play for?
It had to be from the time the accountant left, which was probably 3 in the afternoon, until 11:30 at night.
What?
Yes!
Angry Birds?
Angry, stupid fuck birds.
Did you eat dinner?
I quickly made myself a turkey sandwich.
And then ran back to get to the Angry Birds?
Ran back.
What the fuck?
And the whole time I was making the sandwich, I just was hearing, wah, wah, wah.
They're laughing at me.
They make sounds at you.
I can't comprehend ever wanting to play Angry Birds.
If you played it, you would keep playing it.
No, I
It's only
wouldn't.
like $1.
You
Try
can't.
it.
I looked at it 1,000 times and said, why is this the number one game? I would never fucking play this.
That's how
and
they
then
get you.
I played it, and it was over, Johnny.
I do chess puzzles, and I do a couple of them while I shit.
Are there birds in it?
Yes, there
and
are.
They angry?
And they pick up my bishop and move it.
Do they? I know you play chess. I see that.
Yeah.
I see that a lot, but I can't. I'm not good at it.
I'm very average. But at least I understand why I like that. Angry Birds, I can't comprehend.
But now here's the only thing I'll give to Angry Birds. There is a strategy thing involved. You do realize you have a...
delete it and have fun. That's the strategy. Get blown.
You have a limited amount of birds.
Sure, as life would be.
And a lot of times you're like, there's no way I can bring down this structure and kill all these little piggies with only this limited amount of birds. And you really got to start thinking like, I'll launch it over and have it come drop straight down.
So that knocks into that, knocks into that.
Yeah. You got to start thinking about the structure itself, and there is a strategy to it. It's not just flinging birds at the little piggy structures.
There's actually YouTube walkthroughs of like every level. You can't look at it because
if you use a YouTube walkthrough,
no,
shoot yourself in the head. You're being pointed at by Travis. He's ratting you out right now.
No,
Did you use
You've never seen
a
that
YouTube
happen.
walkthrough to get through Angry Birds?
Absolutely not. I found out about it because I posted on Twitter, I can't get past this level. And then everybody started twittering me, go to YouTube. But I didn't go through it. I never used
Why
a
would you
walkthrough.
think I can't get past the bird level? I don't get it.
I did spend an hour and a half trying to get past one fucking structure.
Fucking blows. Angry Birds blows.
And I was starting to yell. And I was starting to text people that I was very angry.
About angry?
More angry than the birds.
How's it coming over
I
there,
was
Mars?
very angry. Danny, line 2, please. Let's go to Justin
I
in
can't hear.
Tampa. I'm actually going to take a call. Oh, Jimmy doesn't have headphones. Here, go. Hey, Justin.
Jimmy.
Yeah, what's up, man?
I beat Angry Birds the other day, and I felt a real sense of loss that there wasn't another structure or level to beat. And now I've got to go back through the game and get 3 stars on everything, and that's a real pain in the ass.
Well, getting... You got to be good to get 3 stars in each one. You got to take them down.
Have a couple birds left over.
Yeah, a couple of birds left over. But, sir, have you played the Halloween portion? There's another download. He left. We could hang up on him. There's I guess a Halloween version.
Yes, that's true. I haven't downloaded it.
Which is some new levels and stuff like that.
Oh, what's the new Halloween version? I don't care. But no, actually, do they add birds, or is it the same? Or is it like?
I would. Think
I don't care.
It's addicting.
It really is addicting.
It just gets addicting because you could sit there. You could do anything. You could fucking poke the fire and drink. You could watch a TV show. You could do anything, and you just you're just shooting birds at things.
Does it really make that noise?
Yeah.
I don't care.
Jimmy really doesn't care about this Angry Birds.
No, but I've seen it so many times, and I just don't understand.
It's always the number one thing. If you ever tried it, you'd probably just keep playing it. I don't know.
Sometimes I try to play when I'm the passenger in a car, but that's a terrible time to play because your finger gets shaky.
Oh, passenger in a car. No, you'll puke.
Yes.
I can't do anything as a passenger in a car except look out the fucking windshield.
My girlfriend read a book all the way to Atlantic City in the back. I'm like, how the fuck do you do that?
I'd be vomiting.
Not because she can't read.
Oh, okay.
How do you do that without getting sick?
Pictures. Yeah, if you look down too much, if you're on your iPhone and reading, and then all of a sudden you'll get this whoosh of queasiness comes over you, and you're like, what the fuck? I can't even look at my phone. Then you got to roll the window down and look out the windshield. Just look at what the driver's doing. But then driving, oh man, you can read, you can do anything.
I get nauseous sometimes in the back of cabs. I get very sick.
Yeah, depending on how they're driving.
Yeah, synovial fluid builds up behind the ear, and it tells you your body thinks you're doing one thing, but your mind thinks you're doing another. So it's a reaction.
The cochlea.
The cochlea in the ear is what's kind of causing that. It's your body convincing yourself that you're fucked up.
It is some kind of a motion sickness thing. What gives you that? I think it is that fluid in your ear and your eyes aren't working in conjunction with each other, and that makes you nauseous. Why would that happen? Why would they put that stupid thing in a body?
I forget what your body interprets it as something else, like you're going crazy or you're having an optical illusion or something.
So why throw up? It's like, well, let's make him throw up. Do they think you've been poisoned? Maybe your body thinks you've been poisoned because you're all fucked up.
How about a body cuts the shit?
I know. Kind of figure it out. Look into the brain. Let the brain tell you, no, you're driving, dummy. Hate that. Hate feeling queasy.
Oh, it's horrible. I really wish that Dr. Steve or I never thought I'd say this. I wish Dr. Steve would call.
Oh, God, please.
Because I want to know...
it's either driving while reading or drinking a 1 little ounce of his wine. Makes you feel the same way. Projectile vomit. Get it? His wine stinks.
Is it not good? Uh-oh.
What happened?
I just broke the headphone, but it was an accident.
Oh, the little headphone jack bent. I hope it snaps. I hope it snaps off. You got a little 1/8 inch jack, and it's bent now. He's putting it in his little headphone hole. How's it going? Good?
Yeah. Yes. Put it in a hole. It wasn't going good.
Who's this?
I don't know.
Well, someone coming down the hall with a suitcase.
I've had enough of our fucking 1970s intern.
I know. What's with
Manson?
Him? Yeah. What do you call him, Manson?
I started calling him Charles Manson today.
Yeah. It's more like Foghat.
It looks like, to me, just a very young Charles Manson.
Like the singer from Fog. Oh, the cool one that used to write songs before he realized.
Yeah, I have his tape.
Do you?
Manson's music.
Really?
I have
you traded with E-Rock for a fucking 80s top 40 show?
No, I have Charles Manson's, I don't know if I have it with me, but I have his fucking CD.
Is it any good?
No!
Is he rocking?
He blows.
What's he singing about?
I don't know.
Nothing fun?
Nah, it's just,
sing happy, sunshiny songs? That'd be great.
I like Folgers coffee.
But I can't stand the bitch. Yeah, he fancied himself quite the songsmith.
He's a complete ass
in his younger
Manson.
years. And actually, I think some people were interested. From certain books I read, they were interested in kind of his wacky little loose lifestyle thing.
I got some Charles Manson songs. You want to hear one?
Oh, you got him?
Yeah, I got
cool,
a few.
me too. Okay.
He worked with the Beach Boys.
Which one you got?
Yes,
I got Don't Do Anything Illegal.
I got that one.
What year is that from?
95.
Garbage Dump.
I love Garbage Dump. That was one of my favorites. He's just singing about a garbage dump. Yeah, that's great.
It's a place to throw your garbage. Yeah, let's hear Lil Manson.
Sharon Tate's womb.
Play Don't Do Anything Illegal.
Oh, God, that's just awful. Unnecessary and completely the show. Oh, okay. I got a little change in my pocket. Gonna pay Tex to kill
The
people.
other one. It's only coming out of one.
God. Oh, this sounds like one of those shredding videos on YouTube.
Anything illegal. Beware of the eagle. That's right in the middle of your back.
It's like, it's almost like an Arlo Guthrie and the Doors.
They got you in a sack.
Oh, very nice.
And they keep you looking back. Don't do anything illegal. Beware of the eagle that's got you.
This is the most ironic song I've ever heard anyone sing. Don't do anything illegal?
His fucking vocals are way too low. What a dick.
Yeah. Doesn't even have the balls to put it heavy in the mix. What's wrong with him? Oh, listen to that guitar. He's terrible at playing guitar. He's good at convincing people to kill other people, but...
He's way in the background.
Yeah.
I got to see where you
Doesn't
begin.
work.
I got to see your ID, my
I'm juggling sound effects.
His voice is actually, it's better than you think it would be.
But he's not good at recording songs.
It's fucking awful. He probably had Tex Watson doing this with a bloody knife.
How'd your parents die? How'd your parents die? That's terrible. I'm sorry.
Wow.
That's terrible.
That's terrible. Oh, okay. This is horrible. Thank you.
Do you have one more song? Maybe one more example. I think one example is
Yeah,
not
just
really
one
enough.
isn't enough?
I don't think so. We're prejudging this guy.
All right, let's hear one more little piece of Charles or Chuck Manson.
Chuck.
Like you know how they call Charlton Heston, Charlton Heston. But his close friends was Chuck Heston.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, garbage dump. Oh, garbage dump.
I sing this every day when I walk into work.
Oh, garbage dump. Oh, garbage dump. Why you call a garbage dump?
Girls don't like when you sing this right before you go down on them.
With my garbage dump. You could feed the world with my garbage dump.
Oh.
You could feed the world with my garbage dump.
I drop these in the toilet. Good garbage dump. Get it?
Sums it up in one big lump.
Yeah.
When you're living on the road and you think sometimes you're starving.
And to bring it all back to the beginning of the show, this is E-Rock's wedding song.
Get them cans and start carving.
Yeah. Yeah.
Garbage dump, my
There's magic on these tapes, man.
Why are you called my
Garbage dump.
garbage
Dump.
my
Garbage dump.
Why are you called my garbage dump?
Stop it!
Market basket and a AMP. I don't care if the box boys are staring at me. I don't even care who wins the war. I'll be in them cans behind my favorite store.
He wanted to be like a fucking. He wanted to be somebody.
The reaction to this was so bad, he had to kill a pregnant woman to wipe the memories of it away. Do you understand the massacre he had to orchestrate to remove the memory of this one? He wanted to be known as anything but this so badly, he had to slaughter a coffee heiress and leave her head by a grate.
Holy shit. Danny, people are begging to have this put on my karaoke machine. Who wouldn't want to see maybe Sal? Row garbage dump! Oh, garbage dump! Row garbage dump!
I don't know. He's got trouble with the songs he knows.
Oh, I know. Please. Jesus Christ. Garbage. I like the big ending. That's fantastic. Good job, Charles.
Garbage dump. Oh, garbage dump. Who's not going to be hearing that in their fucking head?
Sucked.
My garbage dump.
Without the killing part, like, it seemed like a pretty cool thing he had for the 60s, you know?
Sure.
They lived on some old Western movie set. That's like a cool 60s thing to do. Just fucking all filthy hippie chicks. That's cool.
He's a very charismatic guy. In interviews, when you hear, he actually makes sense when you hear him interviewed. He's like,
Is he really?
Yeah. He's not a dumb guy. He's like, I didn't kill anybody. They were college students, man. I'm a beatnik. Like, he makes really good arguments where you're like, he technically didn't kill.
He probably, if tried in a court today for the same type of crimes, with all the legal wrangling they do now, he probably would have gotten off the hook. Because, he didn't kill anybody.
He did not kill anybody. And he said they were college-educated people, man.
Yeah,
He's good. You have any interviews with Manson or no?
Yeah.
Oh, there's
this is a good
one.
documentary.
Wow.
Can you just hear him for a second?
That's crazy.
The pain of Charles Manson.
That's the guy.
Began early.
I am a street child. I'm a runaway little girl at 15 years old out of Kentucky named Kathleen Maddox. I didn't have a husband. My husband's name was Scott. And he married somebody else and went down the road, and she went to Cincinnati and had a guy named Charlie Manson.
Charles Manson was born on November 12, 1934, in Cincinnati, Ohio, in Cincinnati General Hospital. His mother, Kathleen Maddox, was just 16 and unmarried when he was born.
His whore mother. Born of a whore mother.
Wow. She looks like Nurse Ratched.
Really does.
Wow, she looks like Louise Fletcher.
She was as motherly looking as my mother was.
Manson childhood friend.
Dolores Longwell.
You sure don't want
Went
that.
to prison for 5 years for strong-arm robbery. Her brother had to deal a trick in off the street and put the yoke on him to get some money to eat.
Put the yoke on him.
She was a prostitute. It just... I couldn't believe that either.
Wow.
And she went to prison, and I used to visit her in the prison visiting room.
Sounds like George Bush.
His mother's
Oh my God, he does.
He sounds like Bush.
A dream of Charles Manson's throughout his childhood.
Wow.
Manson's...
Except he makes more sense.
Get it?
All right, it's nothing good. Nothing here. I would like. This is one you want to watch.
It's just good. Yeah. I just like the.
We ain't surrendered.
Oh, is
He sounds like Bush.
And we'll be rebels until the end of time. Because I ain't accepting no Yankee school. He said, don't go to those schools, boy. So when I was 9 years old, I set the school on fire. And I went to
All right. You cannot go to the school. You don't have to set it on fire.
How do you get Manson for an interview? I would love to interview Manson.
We have to do a favor first. We have to interview people that had tickets. People that had received some parking tickets, and then we work our way up to Manson.
He's like, could you interview Joel Rifkin, and then it's a favor they want, and then they'll give you Manson.
Yeah, then they'll give you Manson.
You got to interview other serial killers. Yes, could you interview? There's a guy who did 3 rapes. They just want you to interview him first, and it's a favor for the penal system. They'll get you Manson after.
I just want to just kick my own teeth out for a second, because when the clip first started playing, I went, God, that Manson's crazy. Really, Anthony?
Well, that's a good point, Anthony.
Aunt Anthony. He's like some kind of a crazy person. Jesus.
Oh, bring him in.
Yeah. Oh, Kevin Nealon is here. You may remember Kevin Nealon from a little show called Saturday Night Live.
He and I've never met Kevin.
Really?
Never met him, no.
Have you played at some of the same venues?
Maybe he's much more famous than I am, so it's possible, but he's probably doing gigs I'm not doing.
I hear Telly's a tall drink of water, as they say. A tall drink
Is he
of
big?
water. Tall. Not big, tall. I don't know. Look, Sam just ran down the hall.
What did you want to play? Did you want to play anything before? We don't have time.
Oh, of course I did. But with Kevin Nealon coming in, I'm in a quandary. We're in one of those is there time to play that? Is Kevin Nealon walking down the hall? He is walking down the hallway.
What is it?
Look, he's got an entourage. He's got Troy and Roland.
What a horrible entourage that is. God, Charles Manson's mother, I cannot believe how much she looks like Nurse Ratched.
She does look like Nurse Ratched.
Wow.
And probably just as sympathetic to raise a child like
he was already in prison when that movie was
Chuck.
made. That's how. And when The Godfather was made, Manson had done 2 years already.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how long that fucking guys.
Man, that's something. Kevin Nealon. There he is.
Oh, okay.
And see, he is tall.
Yes, he is.
It wasn't trick photography or anything. How you doing, sir?
How you doing?
Anthony, hi. We bring people in on the air, so a lot of people are confused. They sit down and go, after 5 minutes, they go, "Oh, are we on the air?"
Yeah, no.
It's like, yeah, we're on the air.
It's more entertaining to bring them in.
Yeah. Well, you're a morning. What do you got there?
Well, I have an apple and a banana.
Oh, very healthy guy there. Yeah, right.
Yeah, and then and then just some brownies.
Apple, banana,
a couple donuts,
brownies.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'd love to shove sweets into my fucking fat mouth right now. I'm starving.
Are you a sweet guy?
Yeah, I mean, I try not to be because my eating habits are despicable, and it's kind of hard. You know how it is, man. On the road, it's fucking brutal.
It's the worst.
You can't eat healthy anywhere but New York or L.A.
I bought an apple and a banana. I'm not going to eat them.
No.
Just hold them around. Just try to remind me this is what I should be eating.
Just have it.
Throw them at homeless people. Here, have this bum, and go buy cake.
You know what? I bought some food for a homeless guy once. because he was asking for money. I said, "What, are you hungry?" He goes, "Yeah." So I got him some food. I brought it back to him. He goes, "Nah, I don't like this. I don't like it." Yeah.
That is one of the biggest insults, I think, in the homeless community. We look at it as something nice to do. They look at it as look, I want drugs and booze.
Yeah.
You're just screwing with me here, giving me food.
I know.
I don't want to eat.
Yeah, I mean, he was really just insulted. He was. He was just, No, I don't want that.
Because the sign always says, I'm hungry, I haven't eaten. But it's look, I'm playing poker here. I'm bluffing.
Yeah. And
don't call me.
Yeah, you're right. And what about these guys that will work for food? They're not going to work. And plus, what would you have them do?
Yeah, exactly.
Would you bring them in the house and have them clean up?
Yeah, could you just stand here and smell for a few hours and I'll be happy to give you some food?
Yeah.
Yeah, put your sign in my truck.
There's an old lady I need bricked in the side of the head. Would you take care of that? That's probably good.
That's the kind of stuff, yeah.
You probably get a homeless guy to fucking do some damage for you.
Or maybe get them to, collect on some of the loans that people owe you. Because they're good at asking for money.
But they'd forget and just they'd forget who you asked to clock on the head and just find an old tourist from Australia.
You got to write it on their cardboard sign. Say, "You owe me." You owe Kevin Nealon $50.
Well, those dummies that probably collect $50,000. They just go buy Boone's Ferry. What is it called? Boone's Farm wine.
Boone's Farm.
Boone's Ferry.
Boone's Ferry.
I took Boone's Ferry once. Oops, wait a minute. It's terrible.
I've been sober too long. I forget.
Boone's Farm.
Boone's Farm. That's right.
Strawberry Hill was one of the ones that.
Yeah.
As a kid,
And what about
you would
Ripple?
Ripple. Ripple was like the joke from Red Fox's joke. From Sanford and Son, and I never thought of going to Ripple.
Yeah.
That to me was, wow, you're at the bottom of the barrel. But if you got Boone's Farm, Strawberry Hill, a little Martini and Rossi Asti Spumante around the holidays, and got together with some of your friends, underage friends, and chugged that stuff down until you vomited, you were having a great night. That was friendship. You still tell the stories, to your friends.
Wine always made me horribly sick. Do you drink?
I used to, not heavily, but I mean, I used to like to get. I figured, why drink unless you're going to get drunk?
Right.
I mean, why not? I mean, that's the reason I drank.
I drink for the taste. Says the guy with the the scotch that's warm in the bottom of the glass.
Yeah.
They pour out that 1/4 inch 18 times. Then by the time you know it, you're pretty hammered.
His codependent wife's in the corner with a black eye and a sling on her shoulder.
Here's the thing for me. I couldn't drink when I was until I was 21. But the drinking age was 18 in New York, so I grew up in Connecticut. A lot of guys would take the train in to the Stumble Inn right in Portchester. It was the name of the place. But I looked like I was 12 until I was about 30. Yeah. So even if I had a fake ID, they wouldn't believe it.
Hard to get booze.
Yeah.
Growing up it was kind of easy. Somebody was always able to get something, and we never hung out in bars. It was always the woods. Because I grew up out on Long Island, just very suburban, so we just went out in the woods and drank like Jack Daniels and
Did you sniff glue?
Vomited. No, we're never into. I knew guys that were into like just that. They'll do anything to get high.
There were always those guys.
I was such a little pussy. I wouldn't, which I guess was good. But I wouldn't huff the paint or sniff glue.
We sniffed, I guess is what they do now in people. It's almost like anal nitrate. It's that you'd open like a little jar of it and you'd hold it and your whole head would go like... You
did that?
Oh my God, when I was a teenager, it gave you a very bad headache after a while. That's what guys do.
Worth it, though.
Well worth it.
Worth it, yeah, it's so worth it.
That's what guys do when they blow each other in booths, I heard. They do fucking, you'll hear that. If you ever watch it in a porno movie, you hear like... And then you hear like fucking somebody getting blown. Yeah, right.
How does that enhance the
I
situation?
have no idea. I can't do it, but I don't know.
I guess doing that makes you kind of forget you have a headache. It's like, God, I'm blowing a man.
Oh, boy.
This is terrible.
But it must be good for sex.
But you can't get a lot of that stuff now over the counter. That
nah,
stuff that makes you high.
they keep all that stuff
But
away.
you can still drink cologne, though, right? Kids are drinking cologne.
Last I heard doing that was Kitty Dukakis many years ago.
Did she really?
Cologne and hairspray and
At
stuff
least
like
if you have a hangover and you throw up, it smells good.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about that awful smell coming out of the toilet.
Dude, I knew
Fantastic
people who were
in
sober
here.
who said they used to drink fucking Sterno, the thing that you burn under.
Yeah.
I mean, you can drink anything to get fucked up.
That would make you blind, though.
I'm sure it's not good. You're probably not in a rational place when you do it.
No, that's
Yeah, that's
true.
it, Danny. Danny's show. It's like Rush. Exactly.
And now
Rush.
some
Hoppers.
of these drinks now that with the caffeine in it, they're starting to ban.
Yeah.
The alcohol and the caffeine.
I don't know
drinks.
why are they banning that? Because it's New York State, I guess right now is taking the caffeinated alcohol beverages off. Because it's the poor man's speedball. It's a hell of a lot of caffeine and some booze. You drink it. Why are they taking that away?
They're saying that the FDA is saying that it's an unapproved a food additive, caffeine. It's okay to have the alcohol, the alcoholic beverage, but it's unsafe to then insert
I guess
caffeine
what they're
into
saying
the
is
alcohol.
it keeps you awake too long to drink more.
You can't drive.
Well, put it this way: it's full of it's like an energy drink, like a Red Bull. It's full of caffeine and taurine and all that stuff, and it's a 12%. Alcohol by volume drink. So what that really means, and then it tastes like it tastes like shitty Kool-Aid, like alcoholic Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
So a college kid could down one of these things in 10, 15 minutes, and it's like the equivalent of drinking 5 beers. And they'll have like 2 or 3 at a time,
So
and then
they're
they don't even
appeasing-
realize that they're
So it's for the college kids.
Mostly.
It's
And
got
poor
to be
people.
eliminated from New York State completely because of the college kids, who, by the way, will drink anyway.
and who get prescribed Adderall like it's like it's Flintstones
Adderall,
chewables.
Xanax, vodka, and Red Bull. That's it.
Yep,
that
that's
makes
the
a nice
life.
cocktail, by the way. You got to
You
know
ever
how
go-
to make it. My mom makes it.
Oh, they
great.
should make it during the holidays.
Yeah. Oh, fantastic.
Do you ever drink like at a high altitude? Not in a plane. But
Only in a plane. Yeah, only in a plane. And if it never lost cabin pressure, so I didn't know
you
the
didn't feel
feeling.
effects.
What do you mean, like actually climbing a mountain?
Like if you're in Lake Tahoe or somewhere, or Aspen.
Oh, I did drink in Aspen and Denver.
I mean, it really, speeds up things.
Yeah, you get really drunk fast, and I didn't like this also because I was in one of those a condo thing in Aspen, and 10 stairs to get upstairs, and I was like shot. Like I actually thought I had to go to the hospital. Something was wrong. I instantly got like leukemia or something.
Yeah.
I had no energy whatsoever.
I lived in Lake Tahoe for a while. I had a condo up there. And it's 89 stairs to get up to the condo.
Oh, my God.
And when you first get there, you're not used to the altitude, and you're bringing suitcases up. I had to stop like every other stair. And,
It's the worst. And you initially, you don't think about it, so you grab it and go at the normal speed you would at regular normal person
drinking a beer on the
altitude.
way up the stairs.
Yeah, beer, smoking, whatever you want to do. And then you realize 8 steps later, you're falling down.
Who are you living next door to? Tom Hagen? Why would you take Lake Tahoe?
Tom Hagen. Tom. Yeah, it's and you do get really wasted very, very
and they
quickly.
charge you like $10 a drink there. And at first you go, well, $10 a drink, and they go, oh, okay, but this one will have the effect of 3 drinks.
Right. Yeah.
So you don't complain.
That's a money saver then.
It
right
is.
there. You just fly into Denver. If you take the cost of the plane ticket off, you're doing very well.
Yeah, if you take that fucking $450 off the top.
Yeah, right off the top. You're at the Stress Factory.
I will be.
Yes.
Not right now, but I will be.
You will be.
Tonight and tomorrow.
Tonight, tomorrow. Doing 2 tonight, 2 tomorrow.
Have you worked out there, Jim?
Oh, many times. Many. It's my home club.
Everyone knows that.
Yeah.
New
It's
Brunswick,
great.
New Jersey.
Yeah.
It's a 732-545. Jimmy, what?
Well, because Vinny knows how to get customers. 732-545, ha. Because that's what a laugh sounds like, so you remember that.
Oh, I hate it. I hate it when they add the letters on the end. Then you got to look up the numbers.
Yeah.
It's.
You can Google that, though.
Can you Google
the
it now?
numbers. Yeah, you could just go H. What is H?
H.
You Google it.
Oh, it's
You know,
so much
it just takes
easier
maybe
these
10
days. Technology.
10 minutes.
10 minutes just
Yeah.
to get online and Google something on your phone, which you should just be putting the letters in anyway.
You know, eventually with all the technology, I think people will be giving their numbers the way it sounds when you dial it. Like, my number is boop, 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 boop. You know.
Just give them the beeps.
Got it, dude.
Do you like the influx of all the technology that's going on now?
I do actually. I'm not a big tech savvy guy, but I know enough to appreciate each item. You know, I keep dropping my iPhone. It's always shattered.
Yeah.
You know? And I've been waiting to get the. I was thinking about changing from the iPhone to a BlackBerry. I'm not going to do it. But I was, it's like suicide. I threatened to do it, but I never was. Just for
you're
attention.
going backwards. Yeah. What'd you do?
For attention, that's funny.
What did you do?
By the way, almost impossible to commit suicide now with these hybrid cars. You got to sit in the garage forever. I'm serious, man. It's like you die of boredom before anything else.
It's just water vapor coming out of your hydrogen fuel cell car.
Yeah, you got to turn the
hoping
radio
to
on.
drown when the garage fills up in 20 years.
You got to turn the radio on to make sure the car's on. Okay, that's what I thought. I thought it was on. But
Dude, it really
nothing's
is
happened.
creepy. I rented a fucking hybrid when I was in LA last time, and for the first time, you keep hitting the button to start it, and it's already on.
Yeah.
It's amazingly silent.
You rented a hybrid?
Well, they rented it for me. That's what they gave me.
Who's they?
NBC.
The others?
Yes, the others.
The others.
Oh.
I don't know. I kind of like a vroom sound. Vroom. I like
I
that
just make it
internal
yourself then while you're
combustion.
driving.
Is that what you do?
Yeah, I just did it
that's
myself.
a little,
You do that out of your mouth.
I've talked about it before. I'm terrible when it comes to my carbon footprint, as they call it. A lot of people lambaste me about that. I have an Escalade. I got a sports car. It takes a lot of gasoline.
What is a sports car?
It's a Mustang GT500. It's been modified. It's like 800 horsepower. You could watch the gas gauge just drop down to empty going around the block. And then the pool with the heater that I need. And people come over and they're like, it's 95 degrees, the water. And I just don't care because I look at all the problems that we had as a planet up until this point. It hasn't been, as I like to say, hunky-dory all these years up until now. And no matter what the older generation does to fuck things up, the younger generation comes in and figures out how to fix it. So no matter what we do, the Earth's still going to be spinning. And
Look, you alone are not. You're not going to screw up the environment.
Thank you, Kevin.
You can have your sports car, but nobody else should do that.
No. I'm just saying
You
me.
should be the exception.
I get upset, as a matter of fact, when I see other people doing what I do. I go, "You're being very selfish and greedy." And what of the children? What of the children?
That's not too far off, though. Streisand got caught doing that. She's very preaching about, energy saving, all that. So then she's got her fucking air conditioner 24 hours when she's not even there.
Well.
So the house is like 60 degrees. And then her publicist or spokesperson said, well, Barbara doesn't say that she does that, but she was saying that it was some horrible statement.
Oh, it's
that they
not
gave.
her.
Yeah, they
Do
handled
as I
it so,
say, not as I do.
They couldn't have been worse if she said, look, you're poor, you should all be killed.
I say more solar power, less electricity, and we start in the prisons. No more electric chairs, solar power chairs.
Solar chair.
It's a much more humane way to go. It's a slower death, Jim.
Yeah,
Start off with a nice
slow.
tan.
Yeah.
And then the vacation's pretty much
It
over.
probably initially would just feel like one of those old arcade machines of how sexy are you, where you hold on and get shocked, and then you just realize, okay, it's killing me. Solar power.
Did you start doing stand-up? Were you a stand-up when you started? I mean, I don't think we ever met. I've known who you are for many, many years.
Yeah.
And it's like,
I've seen you around out there, too, and you just wrote a book a while back?
2 years ago, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's weird how you know comedians, we had never met, and you started doing stand-up before you were acting.
Oh, yeah. Stand-up is what I wanted to do, and I never had any intention of doing anything else. I wanted to be a stand-up comic, so I moved out to L.A. from Connecticut and got into stand-up. And I've been doing it nonstop it's been over 30 years now. Remember when you first start out, people say, how long have you been doing this? And you go, oh, just like 2 years.
Yeah.
4 years, whatever. And that's what it seemed like for a long time. It's just 4 years. And you could say, so, if I'm not that good, that's why. I've only been doing it for 2 years, 3 years,
And then it turns
But now
into
it's like 30. It's like there's no excuses.
And guys that are, and we always like to say we're doing it less time too, so it looks like we're prodigies. Like if someone says, if you're doing it 8 years and someone's like, how long are you doing it? You go, 4 years. Like, wow, pretty good for 4 years. It's a way to make ourselves look more naturally gifted.
Unless somebody goes, oh, wow, really? Because I thought it was like 2.
Yeah, no, say
but a hooker will never say 30. I've been doing this for 30 years.
No. Never.
They'll say, it's just like, I'm just a couple weeks.
It's my first time.
Yeah.
And they'll never tell you that you're the 5th client of the day.
That's right. But you'll suddenly know.
Yes, you will. When she sneezes and there's tapioca on your rug.
Oh, God.
I was fuck, man. Do you have your old tapes? Do you watch your old shit like from when you were in your first 5 years? Do you have any stuff from then?
Oh, God, yeah. I mean, I just ran into Norm Crosby. And he was the first TV show I did. Wow. Norm Crosby's, I think it was Comedy Hour or something like that.
Wow.
And he reminded me that I did his show. But yeah, I've got all that stuff. The Tonight Show, Letterman.
So you did it with Johnny though, right?
Yeah.
That's funny. How many Carsons?
I don't even know.
Oh, a bunch.
I don't know.
Fuck.
I mean, it wasn't a bunch, but I did maybe a half a dozen with Carson, and then I did all the guests. Gary Shandling, Joan Rivers, anybody who guessed us that I was on there.
Did you get called over to the couch at all?
Well, this is the thing. I auditioned for the Carson show probably prematurely. You audition, you're not really ready. And the guy, the coordinator,
Rupert
and so I would do it like I auditioned several times, and I was so nervous. I would have sweat coming out of areas I never knew. I had sweat coming out of the back of my knee, dripping down my leg as I was auditioning. And then you finally get to do it, and I had like a 3-day notice that I was going to do it, and so all I'm doing is in my head I'm going over my 5-minute act. I'd be talking to people on the street. I'd be nodding my head like I'm listening, but really I'm going over my act in my head for the Tonight Show. And then the curtain opens up. I go out there. I swear to you, I forgot my act on the way out to the tee. Because everybody's applauding, and Johnny's sitting right there with that McMahon.
It's like, here I am.
And the applause is starting to die down, and you realize you got to go. You got to say something. But luckily, I remembered it. And
you ever have to talk for a second? Sometimes you got to just talk to get your mouth moving. It's like, how's it going? It's things are okay, and then you're like, oh, there we go, and then you finally land on where you have to be. It's fucking terrifying.
Better.
It's the worst when you get out there. You forget what you're going to say, and your first line out of your mouth is, "So what else is going on?"
So Johnny, hey, how about a hand for Johnny?
No.
But I got panel the first time I went out, and I finished my stand-up act. And you don't want to turn to Carson to get you don't want to look like you're begging for it.
Can I sit, please?
Yeah. So you kind of, as you're about to leave, you kind of look over and wave to him, and he waves. And then I get behind the curtain, and the talent coordinator, who I was sweating in front of so many times, goes, "I think stay here because I think Johnny wants to talk to you after the commercial." So that's what happened.
And he brought you out.
Brought me out.
That's great.
Lift back of the kneecap stains on the chair.
Yeah.
You get up, it's all wet.
You should have showed some balls and just walked over and sat down regardless of what he said. You should have done like 2 lines and just walked over and started doing panel.
Yeah. or when he goes, "Stick around, Johnny wants to talk to you." I don't think so.
Yeah, I got to go somewhere.
I got stuff to do.
I'm
you should have thought about this earlier.
My fucking flight's in 2 hours, stupid. Trying to upgrade. Yeah, I'm always amazed by guys. I obviously never did Carson, and I'm always jealous of guys who did Carson because he's just the greatest. It's like you never realized that he was saying he had information beforehand. Like, how would he know that you went scuba? How the fuck would he know that?
Yeah.
Unless somebody told him that.
Yeah.
He's just a master of lobbing up questions to people.
Yeah, and he would always preface it by saying, "No, somebody told me."
Somebody. Yeah.
I understand
that researches
that
you.
But the sad thing now is a lot of times if people have done the Tonight Show with Johnny Carson, they don't put it on their resume because it's a little too dated.
Oh, right, because it's pre-93, right.
Long time. Oh, wow, you've been around that long?
Yeah.
Jesus
like
Christ.
You don't see a hooker put Johnny Carson on her resume.
No, never.
No.
No.
No, so I guess you don't put the other, what's his name, the deaf guy that you were talking about earlier. That
Norm Crosby?
Norm Crosby. I guess you don't put that on the resume either.
That's probably not there either.
That was a while ago. That was during the days, I love that when they had the old variety shows and they would always yell, the announcer, "And now the Norm Crosby Show! With the guest star, Kevin Nealon!"
You never knew why they.
What are you doing?
I mean, I did Merv Griffin, Mike Douglas, John Davidson show.
Wow,
he had a show.
I remember that.
John Davidson, was he on Real People or one of the? No. What show was he on?
One of those shows.
Another guy.
Yeah, no. But that was Skip Stevenson, Sarah Purcell, and
Stevenson.
Byron Allen.
Was he on That's Incredible? John Davidson. He was on one of those
shows. Yeah.
One of those shows that got huge ratings, and you watch now and go, why?
Yeah.
What were we watching?
Did you know
back
Skip
then?
Stevenson? He was a stand-up. He died.
I didn't know him that well. Yeah, he did.
Oh, but you did know him though.
Poor guy.
Huh?
You did know him.
I just to say hi to him. I didn't really. Talk to him.
Were you still doing stand-up like during SNL? Were you,
Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah. After this first season, Dana Carvey, Dennis Miller, and I went on a tour that was sponsored by Swatch.
Swatch. Ooh, the Swatch tour. I mean, like during when the show was on, not hiatus or anything.
Oh yeah, we go out to clubs around town here.
Clubs, yeah.
Yeah.
It would seem like a lot of work.
Well, people they always say that schedule on Saturday Night Live must be grueling. Well, it is if you got a couple sketches going.
Oh,
but
shit.
if you're not, if you're like in a couple of sketches, but you're just kind of background, or you got a couple lines, you got the whole week to go out and hit the clubs, and so we go to Catch a Rising Star or Comic Strip or the Improv, any of those clubs.
Would it piss you off? Were you like, God damn,
you know what?
Sketch.
In the beginning, there was only like 8 of us on the cast. When I first came on, I came on with Phil Hartman and Dana Carvey.
What years were you there?
I was there 86 to 95.
Oh, you were there for 9 years. Wow.
Yeah. So, we usually were in a lot of the show. But then as the years picked up, I stayed there for 9 seasons, and other people left, and I was kind of like the inmate that never got, didn't leave.
Couldn't get paroled.
So I saw a lot of cast members come in, and then during the last couple of years of my run there was a lot of people on the cast. The intros took maybe 15 minutes.
Yeah, it started getting to the point where it was like, wow, this
featuring
the featured player and
hanging around.
Key grip. What?
You got to have one of the. Daryl Hammond, I think, has the longest run, but you got to be very, very close behind that.
Daryl's the kind of guy you go, is he still on the show?
Yeah, I still don't know if Daryl has officially left the show.
You see Daryl on a show, you're like, is this a rerun of something?
But occasionally I'll have
special?
somebody ask me, they'll say, now, do you guys tape in New York? Are you still on the show? I said, no, I left like 95, 15 years
Does
ago.
it feel like that long?
No, it doesn't. In fact, I was just coming up here, I looked over at 30 Rock, and I thought, wow, I just felt like it just brought me right back again. I remember walking into that building many mornings, or afternoons, thinking, geez, what am I going to do?
Did you leave under good circumstances? Or because I've heard it can be a very difficult place to work. I mean,
you know, I was really I was like the guy in there who I knew what it was. I knew it was a great gig. I wasn't in a rush to leave. I loved working with these different hosts, and it wasn't like I had a lot of heat on me on that show. I did a couple sketch here and there, characters, Hans and Franz, Mr. Subliminal, Weekend Update. But I saw people come in and they were very ambitious and they wanted to be stars overnight, and it would drive them crazy. They would.
I guess that didn't work out too well.
Yeah.
Oh, so you and Daryl, he came in 95 to 09, so he basically came in as you were leaving.
He took over for me. Yeah, we were both great impressionists. That was the other thing. I didn't do like a lot of impressions. Before I got on the show, I lived in a home in the Hollywood Hills. I shared with a couple of comics, and one of them was Dana Carvey. He rented an apartment over our garage, and he would come down from San Francisco and he'd stay there. And we were friends. And he got on that summer he got picked to be on the show. He auditioned, and he got the show. And I was dating Jan Hooks at the time, and she was up for the show. And I was a stand-up, and I never thought, because I didn't do characters or impressions, I was just a tall, funny guy. And Dana calls me, and I was reading Backstage Live from Saturday Night Live, just kind of, excited for both of them that they were going to be on the show.
What a magical house.
It was a magical house.
Wow. I lived with Florentine. Two abject failures.
Damn.
So you're with Dana and
then
else?
David Spade used to rent my room from me, sublet from me, when I went to do Saturday Night Live. And then he eventually got on the show.
Right.
So anyway, but another one of my roommates has cancer now, so it's not a real lucky house.
See, one person had to pay for your success.
That's true. So anyway, Dana calls me from Lorne Michaels' house in Amagansett one summer night before he was on the show. He goes, "Hey, man, I'm out at Lorne's house in Amagansett. Guess who's out in the kitchen?" I said, "Who?" Something like Bill Murray and Gil Rounder. "No way! Yeah." And I'm thinking, "Jesus, this is great." He goes, "Hey, I think they need another guy on the show. They need another cast member. Looking for one." And I told him about you, and I think they might be interested. They might want to see your tapes. I said, "Really? Bill Murray? Bill Murray's in the kitchen?" and not thinking anything would ever come of this, because I don't do characters or impressions. And so I send my tapes. You know, they want to see my tapes. I send them. Never think anything would come of it. And a week later, Dana calls me again. Hey, guess what? I'm back out at Lauren's house. Guess who's in the kitchen? You know, Chevy Chase, Dan Aykroyd. No way, really? I think they like their tapes. I think they're going to fly you in. I think they're going to fly you in for an audition. And I never like believed it from the get-go. And they flew me in, and I think I'd be the only one going in. But, of course, there's a whole plane full of people auditioning for the Tonight Show. The pilot even comes out of the cockpit. Hey, you guys think this is funny for my audition? And so, you know, I get there, and
What is the process? You have to go in? Because I remember when Daryl Hammond was going through it. It's
really?
What happened? What's your first audition for these guys?
Well, back then, they brought us up to Studio 8H, and it was right in the studio, which is pretty intimidating.
Yeah.
And they had a camera kind of set up by the bleachers off to the side, and they were all sitting, the people that were on the cast already were sitting behind the camera with Lauren. And you get like, I don't know, 5 minutes or whatever to do your stuff.
With people who were the cast was watching?
Yeah. They were sitting there. And so, you know, I just did some of my stand-up. I did some stuff that Dana and I used to kid around with at our house. But, you know, just pretty much being myself. And then you know, I did my audition, flew back home, never thinking anything would come of it. And a week later, I'm meeting with Lorne Michaels, and he's, you know, offered me a job as a feature player, which is 7 shows, you know, guaranteed to be, you know, in. And my manager said, well, you know, we can't really do that. You can't survive in New York just being a feature player on Saturday Night Live, you know, so let's make him a writer, too. And get, you know, at least $4,000 a show. So that's what I did. I became a writer and a feature player for a year, and then they made me a cast member the next year.
When you what cast members were watching you? Like, who was particularly intimidating?
Nobody was intimidating because I knew I wasn't going to get the job.
Oh, really? You just wrote it off like
it was John Lovitz, Dennis Miller, Dana was there, Nora Dunn, Lorne Michaels, and then some of the production people.
How long's he been on Line 12? Just now? Oh, he just called in. Okay.
He's been there a little while.
Has he?
A little while. But we have Kevin Nealon, so I figured.
Hey, 2 Kevins
Smith
is
could wait a little while. Kevin's just hanging out, probably smoking pot.
He probably doesn't even realize he dialed the number.
Yeah.
He probably just fucking fell asleep with a joint in his mouth.
Let's, if you could excuse us for a moment, feel free to
Do I need to step outside? Or?
No.
No,
Do you know
not
Kevin?
at all. You know Kevin Smith?
Oh, yeah. I've met him a few times. Yeah, I did a radio show with him in San Francisco once.
Oh, cool.
Hi, Kevin.
Kevin Smith.
Huge SNL fan, so listening to Neil and go on, it's like porn. I memorized that backstage at SNL book backwards and forwards. Before I wanted to make film, that's all I wanted to do in life was write for Saturday Night Live, not even be on it. And when I went to college up in the city, I went to the New School for Social Research, Eugene Lang, for a semester. I'd skip classes, just go down to 30 Rock and sit in the lobby and wait to be discovered.
Wow. I didn't know that.
As a writer, dude, with nothing on, no placard saying I am a writer, just literally sitting there going, Lorne Michaels will know when he walks by.
I don't think you could be discovered as a writer just sitting there.
I was fucking retarded.
It's not quite like Cary Grant as a soda jerk.
These were in the days where I tried and then successfully completed sucking my own dick. So I wasn't using my head that straight. But Mr. Nealon, that was so thrilling to listen to. I would listen to fucking 10 hours of that.
Oh, thanks. I have about 9.5 hours on that.
Oh, fuck. All right. Well,
but, you know...
It sounds like Carvey has 10 hours. Can I
You know, getting on Saturday Night Live, a lot of people do ask me, they say, hey, how can I get on that show? And it is like trying to go out with a real hot woman.
Yeah.
You got to just ignore it, you know, and let it come to you.
Yeah, you got to, I guess, have a radio show, make a lot of money. And that's the only way it'll happen for you. See, I'm talking about the only way I could get a girl.
You?
See? Self-deprecating humor.
Well, you do great. Anthony, he does an amazing impressionist. I mean, the impressions are very important on that show. That's groundbreaking information by Jim Norton. Impressions are good on SNL. Back to you guys.
I'm always trying to...
Yeah, but Nealon had not only...
I've never heard of a college for social research. Is that where you went, Kev?
Yeah, I went to the New School for Social Research. That's where they do. It's over on 12th, I think it is. It's where they do the inside the actor's studio. I think shoots in their theater. And inside the New School, they had a couple colleges. One was called Eugene Lang. I think Parsons School of Design was also part of it at that time.
It was like a mall for colleges.
It was kind of like a mall. I went to the food court part of it all.
What were you hoping to achieve by going to that?
I just had to go to college. My brother and sister went to college, and, that's what you're supposed to do.
I love the go to college just because you have to and have no idea what you're doing there.
It doesn't exist anymore. That thought process has fallen away.
Yeah.
Like that now, that whole generation has ceased to exist. The whole, you got to go to college to make it work. And nowadays, that's not even the case.
So why do people go to college then?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Are there actually nobody wants to start life that early, man. No one wants to jump in the deep end of the pool. They're like, let me tread here in the kiddie end for a little while.
Yeah, the school end. Yeah,
totally. And why wouldn't you? Looking back now, it's just like, man, I wish I'd wasted more time in school.
Yeah, but you know what it is? Everybody.
It's not always a waste, to be fair. Before I get slit by every college, they're like, "What do you mean I'm wasting?" For some people, it is a waste. For some people, career education is not. For me, it would have sucked to sit around for another few years because I wanted to get going.
Everyone I know that is in college now, though, is freaking out. Like, I don't know one person that's going to college that isn't freaking out to the point of tears and like this is too much pressure and stress and that.
Well, because the illusion is shattered. Back in the day, it used to be if you go to college, you're going to get a good job.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people who went to college, there was a good percentage who found out that wasn't even true back then. But now, there's nothing close to a guarantee you're going to get any job, let alone a quote-unquote good job, by going to college.
And when you start off doing stand-up comedy, you have like an education, whatever, or you have a job to fall back on. You always say to fall back on. I don't think anybody's ever fallen back on that backup job.
Fall back on the trade.
Yeah.
I did some roofing.
Yeah.
I could always go back, go from comedy, go from doing Carson and, that to roofing.
Yeah.
No.
Well, you start
You'll
to see
jump off the fucking roof if it came to that.
I'm sure you know people too. Like I know guys that go back to from stand up to doing real jobs after 15 years. And I'm like, I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you fucking just relate to people like that.
I'm no stand-up, but I've always been prepared to go back to the regular world and stuff. And I know I could get a job at almost any fucking convenience store on this planet.
Oh, please. They'd love you there.
I'd be like, hire me for appearances at your convenience store.
Yeah, you'd go behind the register to be taught how to do it, and they go, no, could you just stand out in front?
Yeah, I'm like, no, seriously, I'm a good worker. They're like, we don't want you to work, fat boy. Just stand there and be left.
Stand by the door.
All right, right now you've lost your job. You can't do stand-up anymore. What are you going to do?
Honestly, I don't know.
Lottery tickets?
Dude, I have nothing. I purposely didn't leave myself a safety net.
Lottery tickets or buying lottery
tickets? Buy lottery tickets.
I don't know. I have no comprehension of what I would do. I purposely said I dropped out of high school, so I have no backup plan.
You really just all eggs, one basket.
Yeah, I'd probably put on a little push-up bra, and I would just start filleting men. Not even for money, just because I was being a self-hatred spiral.
Is this part of the question or just today?
Yeah, it was just something it was just a random thought.
How about you, Anthony?
Well, I was in the construction field. I did install air conditioning and heating systems.
So you can
much
do
like
that.
you're seeing here. But no, I would never do that again. I don't know what I'd do because I couldn't bring myself to be cutting a piece of sheet metal in an attic with an inept helper and go, guess who I used to be? Really, huh? What? That show. Yeah, you guys got in trouble for something once. Could you pass me that clinch collar? Yeah, great. Yeah, I'm on it.
When I first started doing stand-up on the road, I was working with Brad Garrett at this club in Oklahoma City. And we come into town, and nobody really knows who you are. I mean, I did a few talk shows by then. Maybe I did a Tonight Show. And we, they typically pick you up from the airport, and they bring you either to the condo or they bring you to the club, so you kind of check in, And so they bring us into the club, and we go to the receptionist in the office, and she goes, "Can I help you?" And I told her we were from the air conditioning unit. I'm from an air conditioning company because it's pretty hot in there. And she goes, oh no. She asked us. She goes, "Are you guys from the air conditioning company?" We said, "Yeah,
sure, of course." And
and she goes, "Oh, great." And we looked up at the ceiling, and I said, "Can I take a look? Let me take a look up there." And we stood up on our desk. We're pushing papers all over the place. We're taking tiles off of the ceiling. We're saying, "Oh, this does not look good." We didn't know a thing about air conditioning.
Just looking in there, it's really bad.
This is bad. We're gonna have to shut down the room for about 3 days. Oh no, you can't do that. We've got the shows. Oh, who's coming in? Bill Garrett and Ken Nielsen. No, it's not going to work. We're going to have to take out all these ducks and put up some cinch tape. We were just making up names.
She doesn't know either.
But that's what she gets for not knowing who we were.
Exactly. Yeah. Two tall, cranky comics. That's great.
So we put some nice air conditioning in there, and we made a couple of extra $1,000 that weekend.
It was one of the worst jobs ever because no one wants air conditioning in the winter. So you're in attics constantly that are 120, 130 degrees in the middle of the summer when they decide they want that. And then you're such scum of the earth that if you're sweating, you want water, and you just kind of poke your head down from that attic hole in a hallway or something and go, excuse me, can I have a glass of water? And I swear to you, I've gotten the hose is in back of the house. And you have to get down from and
that's a bad job.
Walk out, and now you're just drinking out of the hose that's been sitting in the sun, so PVC and water is going into your mouth. It's wonderful, wonderful
hot
job.
water. What's worse than hot water through a fucking hose?
It's terrible. The only upside of it is now I absolutely get to treat all the people that work at my house like that, and I laugh. I'm like, work slob.
That's a bad job, but I bet it's not as bad as the jobs I've had. My worst job. Kev, what was your worst job?
My worst job, I worked at a cemetery, and the backhoe went out, and I actually had to hand dig some fucker's grave.
Holy Jesus!
Right
fucking Night of the Living Dead.
It was bad, and right then and there, I was like, I gotta get funny for a living.
That is pretty bad. I thought I had the worst one.
Absolutely blows. I can't put fuckers in the earth. There's bad karma to that.
Old school grave digging. Wow.
Yeah.
Between that and an Italian bakery I worked at for about an hour, I can't stand fucking Italian desserts like that cannoli shit.
They are awful.
And I don't know why I got a job. I think it was my mother's like, somebody needs help there. She'd been in there, and she's like, they had a help wanted sign. You better get in there because you can't just sit around the house all summer. And I went in.
Watch me.
Wow. And they looked at me. I was coming through the door like a heavy kid, and they were like, oh, fucking great. but they had no idea. I got back there. I was like, oh, my God, I hate all this shit so much. It's the only kind of, like, sweet or dessert I can't get my head around. It's like that diabetic candy to some degree. So I was just like, at one point, they were like, we need you to go pick up milk. I was like, all right. And I went to pick up milk, just never came back.
Never returned.
No.
Like Hamilton delivering the fish to IBM.
Yeah, you're like Hurley's father.
When I first got into stand-up, I worked for Manpower. It was a temporary help agency.
The temp place.
Yeah. So you would work these crappy jobs during the day, but you had your nights off, and you made just enough to pay the rent. Which of these three jobs did I have? Okay. Multiple choice.
All right.
Car leasing company, delivering cars to the stars. Mm-hmm. Cleaning dog crap off of mufflers, or department store Santa Claus, or making donuts at Dunkin' Donuts.
That is really.
Wait, are you East Coast or West Coast?
West Coast, but
I'll eliminate Dunkin' Donuts.
Well, I did. That was one of the jobs, though. Wasn't Manpower, though. But that was a good elimination right there.
I was trying. I was like Sherlock Holmes in it. But
you were.
I don't know.
Okay, so it narrows it down to a department store Santa Claus, delivering cars for car leasing company, or cleaning dog crap off of mufflers in a warehouse.
You don't really have the physique for a department store Santa, even though I know they stuff
those
things
remember, I was 23
up,
at the time.
23.
24, 23.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to say it's cleaning dog shit off mufflers because that's too obscure a job to make up.
It really is an odd job.
Well, the answer is all of them. I did all.
That was really. There was no way to win that one.
Yeah, but department store Santa Claus. I worked in San Diego, which is right over the border from Tijuana, and I was a skinny Santa Claus. I looked like a kid with a beard. And
was everyone asking for citizenship?
Yeah. What would you like? A hiding place?
They weren't speaking English. That's the problem. I mean, these Mexican families would come over with their kids. They were dirty from Tijuana, and they had no wonder they were peeing on my lap, and they Scotch guarded the Santa suit because it would just bubble up on the suit because this happened before, I guess.
Beads up and rolls off.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah. And the cleaning the dog crap off the mufflers, that was like the guard dogs.
How does it get on the mufflers?
The guard dogs. Oh. And it was in a basement somewhere. And there was these tight little shells you had to crawl up on, and the dog crap had been there forever, and there's mold on it. And you had to clean all that up.
Wait, how would it get on the guard dogs for the car lot, you mean?
No, where they stored the mufflers. This muffler shop.
Oh, okay.
An auto body part, I guess it was. But then the Dunkin' Donut one, though, that I wanted to buy a Marshall amplifier when I was like 17.
Yeah.
And I was working as a lifeguard at the time. You didn't make any money. And I thought, I'm gonna apply for this job at Dunkin' Donuts. We make donuts at night from 10 to 5 in the morning. And then I'd be a lifeguard during the day.
Jesus.
But all I needed was like $500. And so finally the general manager interviews me. You know, I'm next. And my plan is just to work 2 weeks, make enough money.
And you're out of there.
I'm out of there. I'm gone. And so he interviews me. It's a nice interview. I think I'm going to get hired. Then at the last minute, he goes, "Now you're not going to just work a couple weeks and then quit on me, are you?" Because I guess a lot of people do that.
Wow, yeah.
And I thought, oh my
Marshall
God.
Imps.
He had me pegged. And then I told him, I said, no, this is what I want to do. I want to make donuts.
This is a career.
This is it. And I see the guy making donuts, and he's got burns all over his arms, from the grease.
It's been there a while.
Yeah.
Oh, battle wound. So what happened, 2 weeks?
So I worked 2 weeks and quit. Never got the money for the amp.
Oh, wait a minute. He didn't.
He hired me. I didn't tell him, I was going to quit.
You didn't get paid, though?
I did get paid.
Oh, okay.
But I didn't make enough money.
Oh, not enough? I thought maybe you were too, bashful to tell him that you were quitting after 2 weeks, like he said, and just didn't show up.
No.
Keep the money. I'm sorry. I'm an asshole.
I did work a job once at Sikorsky Helicopters in Connecticut.
Now, that sounds like a cool job.
It does, but I was working in the factory. I was sanding blades and refurbishing blades. And I said, my foreman goes to me, after about a year there, he goes, what's a young guy like you do working in a place like this? I said, I'm just working to pay off my college loan and to get some travel money to go to Europe. And he looked at me and goes, yeah, that's what I said 20 years ago. And that scared me so much, man. I got out of there the next year.
Goodbye. That's
20 years later, I was out of there.
20 years later, I left. That's what happened with the sheet metal work, with the air conditioning stuff. I'd see these guys, they were 60 years old, still climbing rickety ladders and cutting themselves on what amounts to giant razor blades, these pieces of ductwork. And it just about brought me to tears. I said, I can't, I'm not this guy. I don't do this. Yeah. I swear I have some type of talent. Get me the fuck out of here.
And there's still a lot of guys like that working those jobs now that could be great
I always said, I think the greatest singer in the world is like a farmer somewhere in the Midwest, and the greatest comic is working at some machine shop somewhere that just never got the break.
What's the worst thing for me is when people who come up, they're 35, and man, because I started when I was 21, and they're like, I wanted to start when I was 19, I just thought of it, and I never did, and it's like, oh, thank fucking God I tried it. That would have been me.
You'd have been that guy.
It's heartbreaking when I hear guys in their 30s and 40s who just never try. It's like, just do it.
Yeah.
I tell you all the advice you can give them.
Starting early is an absolute help because at the end of the day, look, if it hits, if it takes, then you're leading this bucket of win life way earlier than you anticipated. But if it takes a few years, then you tend to appreciate it more and or turn it into bitterness later on.
Yeah, exactly. At least you can make other people's life miserable.
Exactly.
But I swear
I've never understood, and you see it a lot in this business, particularly with actors, because actors face so much rejection on a regular basis, and usually years of it in a row. Everyone's always telling them, no, you're not this, you're not this, you're not this. And then you would imagine when somebody finally says, you're the one, you're right, and they get tapped, and let's say they make it into that elite 10% or something like that, that it would be slobberingly grateful gratitude and appreciation you'd always hear out of their mouths. But just like a human being, just like all human beings, as soon as you get accustomed to something good, you start fucking finding its faults.
Yeah.
Just like somebody, is just like, I'm tired of fucking Julia Roberts. There's always going to be a point where you're just like, I
say
don't
that all
care
the
how
time.
Yes.
good everyone says it is or how good I thought it would be. It's just, it's now based on how I entered into my new matrix. I'm not as appreciative for it anymore. So you read so many and meet so many actors who are just bitter. And want to make other people's lives on set miserable because of the shit they went through for 10, 15 years of their lives.
Names. Come on, Kevin. Oh man,
well, I think
that wasn't just that wasn't just some odd observation Kevin was making.
Man, I'm sweating.
That was from experience.
Do you know what a dick you have to be to upset Kevin Smith?
Totally.
Yes.
It takes a lot, I think, to kind of hit me in a way. The people I've worked with hit me in a way where I'm like, oh my God, you fucking intolerable dick. And there are people I've worked with a person who was just the absolute absence of passion whatsoever. And I know people like passion; they get paid to do a job. Any job that involves you getting up in front of people or making pretend for a living or making movies or making entertainment of any sort of way, shape, or form requires a degree of passion to get you past everyone else to do it. Because otherwise everyone would do it. But not everyone wants to do it. They don't have a passion for it. Some people just like to watch it. But some people like to do it. And if you like to do it and you've kind of got enough passion for it, you've got to bring that to work. I worked with somebody who had no passion, one of the most passionless human beings I've ever met.
Male or female? I know you can't say, but was it male or female?
It was Jim Norton. Come on.
It was so fucking scary, man, because you're like, there's a couple $1 million on the line whenever you're trying to make a movie, and nobody wants to make a bad movie. But when you've got that much money riding on it, you want everybody there wanting to be there, wanting to see it accomplished.
What are some of the things that show you like, oh my God, that person just has no interest in being here or doing this?
Okay, when you're setting up a shot, when you're shooting a sequence, and I know this is weird to do orally or over the radio because it'd be so much easier to point and shit, but try to bear with me. I'll try to build a little word picture.
You kind of have a talent for telling a story there, Kevin. It's okay.
Let's say I'm standing next to Kevin Nealon.
You lost me. What's happening?
In the physical space of time, I am standing next to Kevin Nealon. And I say, Kev, there's your mark. The mark is kind of where Kevin has to stand in order to be captured by the cameras. So if he's standing to the left of the mark, he's off camera. So you need the actor to hit the mark. So I'd say, Kevin, there's your mark. You're going to hit that mark, and you're going to say some shit, and that's it. We're done. And then you say, okay, action. And Kevin goes 20 feet to the left of the mark. And then you go, maybe it's me. Maybe I didn't explain myself correctly. And then you say, cut. You go over and you go, I'm sorry, Kev. I didn't mean over there. When I said the mark, I meant this mark right here where all the cameras and lights are pointed. And he goes, okay.
Where the cameras and lights are pointed?
Inside the studio.
And then Kevin would go, okay. And then I go back and I go, action. And then Kevin walks 15 feet to the right of the mark. And then you're like, okay, is he mean or just willfully retarded at this point?
Wow.
And then you go over, you say cut, and you go, I'm sorry, dude, maybe I didn't, it's here, it's right, this is the mark. Oh, okay, I got you. And then you go back and you kind of wipe the sweat off your brow and kind of smile awkwardly at everyone around the monitors who are like, what's going on? And then you say action. And then he just walks over to the craft service table.
Oh, man.
And then you
Wait,
realize
on action?
you'll do that. I'm not lying. You'll do that 4 more times before you realize what he basically wants is for you to go wherever he wants to go. So basically you're like, okay, that actor's going to set the market, ladies and gentlemen. Let's readjust as soon as he lets us know what it is. Like somebody who's literally working against the production, just sitting there to be like, how can I fuck with it today?
Really?
That kind of passionless piece of shit. You get to work with that person, you appreciate any actor.
I know who you're
any
talking about.
filmmaker,
I would
cast, crew member,
love
anybody
to
who
know.
wants to be there, you suddenly appreciate more than anything in life.
Wait,
Even if they're not good at their job, the fact that they come with passion to do it
Right.
and a willingness to learn, I'd take that 1,000 times over the person who steps on the set who's just like, yeah, I'll be here. I'll do it when I want to.
Did you argue with this person? Because Kevin's a very easygoing guy on set. I mean, I can't picture you ever being rude to anybody or shouting. Did you argue with this person?
I couldn't. That's not in my fucking makeup, and that's what I believe that person wanted. Some people you meet need drama, need to create drama to create drama. Like they need to literally create some fucking off-camera drama so that they can go and take that onto the fucking
Oh,
set,
it's part of the
onto
process.
the camera. Yeah, they're like, hey, man, that's my process. This dude wasn't even that. I mean, if it was that, I could deal with it because it's like, hey, man, it's wacky, but at least this person's giving me gold.
I know who you're talking about. Okay.
Fucking
I got
Ben
it.
Affleck, man.
Yeah,
You're right.
Wow.
Ben, how dare
Fuck that guy.
And they say he's a good director now.
Yeah, right?
You know what gets me?
Did you see The Town?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
He did a fucking awesome job.
Yeah, where'd he learn his shit? Where'd he learn his shit,
Definitely
Kevin?
Not for me, because I saw that picture. I was like, where'd you learn your shit?
But he was off frame a little bit. You know, I noticed he was off frame a little bit here and there.
Yeah.
You know what gets me too is when people are surprised that somebody's nice.
Kevin Nealon, that's no way to get a job in Ben Affleck's movie. Telling him he's off frame and shit.
I'll never get a job in one of his movies.
Sure you will, man. You're fucking Kevin Nealon.
Do that? Yeah.
He actually offered me, there was a role that he wanted me to do and I couldn't do it.
Lying.
You're right. Just felt good to say that.
You know, and it always surprises me when people are like think somebody's a nice guy in the business and they're surprised by it. You know,
Yeah.
It's like, you know, this guy, you know, Kevin Smith, he's a nice guy. He's really. Well, why shouldn't he be?
Really?
You know?
Nice guy. Kevin.
Yeah.
Really?
It's like this.
In my opinion, they should all be nice guys.
Exactly.
And girls for what they're when someone says to you, you're going to be able to make pretend for a living. You know what your job in life is going to be? The same shit you did when you were 9.
Right.
And you get to dress that way as well. That's a win. Like, why would I ever be bitter? Why would I ever be fucking
Yeah, you want a huge portion of what is the life lottery.
Yes,
You know?
yes.
And you...
The lucky few, man, where it's just like, here's a bunch of money. Go make some shit up.
Yeah.
Hey, Kev,
dude blows a donkey. Like, very good, very good.
Hey, Kev, what was your first writing job?
I wrote Clerks. I mean, I never got
That was it,
job,
huh?
really. It was. I mean, I guess the first time I was paid to write something was on Mallrats.
Right.
Really?
Because Clerks I wrote for nothing and we shot for nothing, and then I went and pitched Mallrats to Universal after we went to the Sundance Film Festival in '94, and they bought it and so they paid me to write it. I think I got paid like, let me think, $75,000 or something. And this
Righteous
was back in 1995. 95 though. And I was like, I would have sucked a dick for that money, man. I was just like, 75,000?
Yeah.
Yeah, right? What?
I'd still pop a cock in my mouth for 75 G's. Hey, who is in the film you just did now? What is the Red? What's the name of the film?
Red State. Oh, we just fucking finished it. It's the tits, dude. This is the hands down the best flick I ever made.
Really?
It's so fucking good. Yeah, it's this little horror movie we made. I can't wait to show. We submitted it to Sundance, and hopefully we'll hear back.
Who's in it?
It's this dude named. There's a bunch of people, but I'll focus on one. We got Michael Angarano, who's a teen actor, not a teen, he's in his 20s. Kyle Gallner, this dude Nick Braun, this chick Carrie Bechet, Melissa Leo, who was up for an Oscar a couple years ago for Frozen River, not last year, the year before. She's in this movie, The Fighter, that's coming out. She's been in tons of stuff. She was on Homicide. She's one of the most respected actresses in the business. John Goodman, who's just dynamite in the fucking flick.
I saw John Goodman the other day. He's lost about 200 pounds.
Yeah, he's really he's pretty. I mean, he doesn't look like he did for the last few years.
I hear he doesn't stand on his mark, though.
What's that?
I hear he doesn't stand on his mark, though. And
John Goodman's the opposite. John Goodman now Kevin Nealon, back me up. When you're making a TV program or a movie, generally speaking, they'll have somebody as a stand-in for you.
Yeah.
Somebody where it's like Kevin's on a set and he's like, I don't want to stand here while you light the shot. I want to go over there and text. And they're like, well, you go over there and do that. And then they bring somebody in to stand where he's going to stand on that mark that I was talking about before, where they're lighting and aiming the cameras. And then after about a half an hour of setting up that shot, the stand-in is replaced by the person who's going to be in the scene. He's like, thanks, man. And then the dude takes off. That's a real job. That's a fucking actual job.
And then eventually...
John Goodman stands in for himself. John Goodman just hangs out on the set all day long. He's like, I'll be here. I'll do it. And he just stands in for himself, so he gets himself lit. He is a fucking dream. And then, he opens his mouth in the middle of a fucking take, or at the start of a take, and everything he says, he's such a fucking pro. He's been doing it for so many years. It falls out of his mouth. He throws dialogue away, and you're suddenly like, this dude ain't acting. Like, he's literally having this conversation. Like, it's watching a pro work. Somebody who's been doing it for years and years. It's fucking amazing.
My dream is that one person talks about me this way once.
But the big guy and the big gun in our movie is Michael Parks. He plays our baddie, Pastor Aben Cooper, because the movie's about religious fundamentalism.
Michael Parks, man. Holy shit.
He is so fucking...
Then came Bronson, motherfucker.
Exactly.
Yes.
If this dude don't win an award off this movie, there's no justice in this world. He is astounding in the movie.
And
he plays this Aben Cooper character,
so
this
cool.
pastor from this church, and he's a dude who, if people don't know the name, he was in a lot of Robert and Quentin stuff more recently.
And
he always played
great
Sheriff
parts
Earl
in those,
McGraw
yeah.
whenever he comes out and he's hanging out with his kid, and, well, son number one, the older dude, that's Michael Parks. He fucking drops an anvil on him, and it's crazy. It's one of the 5 best performances I've ever seen in my life.
His dialogue at the beginning of Dusk Till Dawn inside that liquor store was
that's why I wrote this
fucking
movie.
fantastic.
I saw that in '95. I went to this sneak screening that Dimension was having, and Bob Weinstein was like, "Come watch this movie. Come watch Robert and Quentin." And I went and saw it, and the first 5 minutes, 10 minutes is the scene in Benny's World of Liquors, and it's Michael Parks as the sheriff.
Yeah.
And he is, for me, I was fucking like captivated. It was love at first sight. I was like, that's, the way this dude's delivering dialogue, I've never heard anyone deliver dialogue like that before.
It was like, so low key, but like
you
were completely fixated on it.
I loved it. Right then and there, I was just, and then he dies in the first.
I know, and then he's just out of the movie. He's like, what the fuck?
And I was just like, I can't. do this, man. I can't not work with this man. Like, that dude is fucking astounding. What would it be like to do a whole movie with him? And so 15 years later, I finally figured out what it was, because I didn't write movies that lent for money. You couldn't put Michael Parks in fucking Chasing Amy, you know?
No.
It'd have been weird, but this movie you could absolutely put him in. And I finally found something.
Oh, that is cool, man.
Drop him into. But can I tell you a quick story about casting dude? Swear. So I was trying to explain to my wife. She's like, "Who's going to play that part?" And I was like, "This dude, Michael Parks." And she's like, "Who is he?" And I was trying to explain it. And I was like, "Let me just show you From Dusk Till Dawn." And I bring the DVD into my room. I got this big 103-inch television player. Television player. I sound like I'm from the 50s.
Television player. I watch my stories on it.
So I've got a big Blu-ray player attached to it as well. Pop the DVD in, and so basically you're watching a cinema-like presentation of From Dusk Till Dawn. And so we watched the first 10 minutes and shit, and I turn it up because I like my shit loud. And so after I pause it because the kid comes in the room, Harley, and the movie's a little grown up and shit. So I pause it, don't want her to see it, and we were like, "What's up?" And she's like, "The police are outside." And I said, "What?" And I look out the window, and I see a cop is talking to Raina, our housekeeper. And so I go downstairs, but before I go downstairs, I kind of go over to Jen. I'm like, "What should we do?" And she's like, "What do you mean? They probably have nothing to do with us." I said, "They're talking to Raina." And I look back at the window, and Raina points, and the cop looks up at me, and I wave at him because I don't know what else to do. And he goes, "Do you live here?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Get down here right now. Get down here." And I said, "Okay." And we had just had some Baja Fresh delivered. And I felt weird. I felt scared because, as we all know, I like to imbibe in this house from time to time.
Uh-huh.
So suddenly I was like, and I had just imbibed fairly recently. I said, what's going to make me look the most low-key and casual? And I grabbed a container of Baja Fresh chicken that I just bought and took it downstairs with me. Opened the door, and the cops do that thing where they take one step backwards, put one hand on their hip, and one hand extended forward.
Holy shit! What the fuck?
There's two of them at the door, and I'm in the doorway, and it's my kid behind me, and she had two friends over, and my wife's behind me. And I just saw Raina as I was coming to the door. I was like, "Raina, what did the police want?" She's like, "Oh, I don't know, Mr. Kevin. Everything's okay." She doesn't speak much English. So I was just like, all right, open the door. Cops, hands on hips and shit. My kid goes all wide-eyed, and the cop goes, "How many people are in this house?" And I go, I didn't know I was going to have to do math that quickly. So I was just like, "Well, it's me, this one, this one." I said, "There's about 6. He goes, "Why don't you step outside? I need you to step outside right now." I was like, "Okay." And I'm still holding the chicken. He's like, "What's that?" I was like, "Chicken." And he goes, what's going on? Who's in this house?" And I was like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "We got a call from somebody. Some neighbor or something said that there were screams for help coming from inside the house."
Oh, man.
And I go, honestly, I have no idea what you're talking about. I said, "We're the only ones here." I said, my friends, my kids' friends are over. I said, "Me and the wife were just about to have some Baja Fresh. As you can see, I'm holding chicken right here."
As you can see.
Goes, and then one of the other policemen goes like, No, it wasn't a neighbor. Somebody walking down the hill called it in." And the guy goes, "Oh," because at first they were implying that the call was coming from inside the house, and I was like, "Wow, this is like when a stranger calls."
Yeah, no shit.
But I was like, "Somebody walking down the hill." He's like, "Yeah." They said that somebody was crying for help out the windows. And my kid is like breaking down at this point, man. She just starts like getting sobby and shit because she's never seen anything like this. And it's just like the police are like, "Get out of your house, little kid." And the whole time, like, she's upset for one reason, I'm upset for another reason, because I'm like, did I leave a joint upstairs in that ashtray? So they're coming into the house to kind of look around because of this phone call they got. And I go, "Officer, wait, by any chance, are you guys here looking for the Gecko brothers?" And he's like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "I got a 103-inch television upstairs, man, and I was just playing the opening scene from Dusk Till Dawn. That, too, is kind of a hostage situation. There's a lot of screaming." And the cop, he was older, he looks to the younger cop, he's like, "Is this true?" And the younger cop goes, "Yeah, it was the best part of the movie." And he goes, "All right, well, let me just take a look inside." And they walked into the house and looked around a little bit, and they were like, "Okay, everything seems to check out." And I was like, thanks so much, man, thank you. And he was like, "I'm sorry we bothered you, I'm sorry." Like, I said, "Dude, if that's your response to something like that, I'm more than happy to be involved. You guys were great. Now I feel super safe if something ever does happen. You never have to apologize about coming in here." And so they left, and I closed the door, and my wife is looking at me with wide fucking eyes, and she's kind of breathing heavily now, and I'm like, So yeah, that's Michael Parks who's going to be in our movie.
It'd be funny. Cut to later, all the cops are sitting there eating chicken with them, watching the whole film.
They stayed outside for like 5 minutes, though, man. Like they were like, well, we kind of believe what he says. I like the fact that they came in the house because for all they knew, there's somebody standing behind the door with my kid with a gun to their head.
Yeah. Right. And then they leave.
They were like, they didn't buy my whole they started like getting in my kid's face, not in her face, like yelling at her, but they were just like. What's your name, honey? Who lives here? Who lives here? And I was like, that's my daughter. I was like, I'm not asking her. I'm asking you, sir. I'm asking her. Because they want to make sure that I'm not, like, I answer the door in a robe. I'm carrying a fucking fistful of chicken.
You're not the bad guy.
Yeah, I could be the dude that was in there being, hey, everybody, this is my house now. Like,
by the way, how was the Baja Fresh chicken? Kev, how was that Baja Fresh chicken?
That Baja Fresh chicken is amazing, Kevin. It's worth facing down the cops for.
Yes, with their hands on their hips and their front hand out.
Hey, man, can I pitch a gig real quick?
Sure. Please do.
I'm doing a gig that I've always wanted to do because I grew up on the East Coast and shit, and I've always heard of this place and never got to even go there, let alone play there. I'm going to the Westbury Music Fair.
Oh, wow.
Oh, on Long Island.
They probably don't even call it that anymore.
No, it's like it went through 8 bank names, and I don't know what it's called right now.
It's the theater in Westbury, maybe. I'm not quite sure. But
it's called Eastbury now.
Like, every commercial, they would be like, and the Westbury Music Fair. And it just sounded so celebratory. It sounded like a Renaissance fair.
Yeah.
So, I'm finally playing there, man. I'm going there 2 weeks from Sunday. I think it's December 5th.
What are you doing there?
That's going to be
I'm just doing that Q&A shit that I do, stand up and talk to people for a while.
You will absolutely sell that room out. It's a theater in the round.
I don't know. Right now I'm at half capacity. I think I'm at like less than half. I think I'm at 600. So
yeah, but don't forget, this is a weird holiday.
The Long Islanders, the last minute motherfuckers.
Yeah, you'll do great there.
Some of them will come after your show.
Buy these tickets, folks. I want to go to this thing. I can't. I want to make sure it happens, man. It's always been. Do they have a? Does the stage turn?
Yeah, it's in the round kind of a
I'm
thing.
gonna get like a workout while I'm actually doing my shit.
No, you can just stand there. Either you get a workout or you get dizzy. One or the other. You got to either keep your focal point
and then get dizzy and just pass out on stage.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's what we call the Peter Finch.
Before we let you go, I want to talk about the Smodcast. It's Saturday, 2 p.m., episode 145. It's Twin Pines Mallrats.
We're doing a whole, we did it. They're running on XM this weekend. They're running the episode of Smodcast that we put up last week, and it's pretty much all about Back to the Future and Michael J. Fox. So
Back to the Future. I know. Me and Danny did a Back to the Future show once a while ago. We actually had people sync it up. We played it and commented on everything, sort of a Mystery Science Theater.
Yeah, it was kind of like doing a live riff tracks.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
We
mostly did like fucking Doc Brown, like Marty responding to the asshole line. That's what we became obsessed with. When he's just like, what, have my kids become assholes?
Assholes?
And then instead of going back in time, he's just like, well, you're a doctor. Give her an abortion.
Hey, Kevin, if I could ask you.
Asshole kids, Doc. Keep your hands in there.
I got to apologize for not hearing the Smodcast that you did of the Back to the Future, but is there any talk about how Doc is just basically a lunatic? Like he's a madman with a suicide plan?
No, but that's kind of it. I mean, why talk about that? That's part of the plot.
A lot of the right. A lot of the shit coming up since it's the 25th anniversary, and they've been doing so much. 25th, right?
Yeah.
They've been doing so much publicity with it, re-releasing the movie and everything. A lot of people have come up with these new theories that I don't know what to make of them. One was that Doc Brown. At the very beginning of the movie, knew exactly what was going to happen the whole fucking time.
Yeah.
Like, he already had the vest on. He knew Marty was going to go and take the car from the
but he didn't.
He didn't know that yet.
But he didn't have the vest on in the beginning of the movie.
No.
He had the vest on after all the events happened, so he would have that knowledge after Marty would write the letter.
Yeah, but wouldn't he?
In the beginning of the movie, no vest. End of the movie, he does have.
No,
vest.
no, he didn't. And I'll tell you why.
All right.
Because
tell me, Danny.
Because that universe no longer exists.
Yeah, but in that universe, Doc Brown died. He was shot dead.
Yeah, in that universe. See, Marty changes. It's that whole tangent universe thing. Like they might as well be living in a tangent 1985.
Don't you get stuck
it just
in
worked
a
out.
paradox loop though, where it happened before? It's just we didn't see the beginning of the movie. We just saw like a middle point in what would just keep going and going.
Yeah, like that. It's kind of like the architect scene in The Matrix. This is all happened. Kind of like it's happened a zillion times. Of all these variations. Sooner or later, Marty gets to a white room where a dude clicking a pen. It's just like, you fucked up again. You're supposed to fuck your mother. Now go back and do it.
All right, now I could shoot that theory to shit. It wouldn't have been the Twin Pines Mall then.
It would be what? The Lone Pine?
It would have been Lone Pine. Right. If he would have went through all that shit he went through. Oh.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
That makes sense.
Lone Pine.
Lone Pine.
And when he comes back, isn't it Lone Pine Mall?
When he comes back,
yeah.
I hate this fucking movie. I fucking hate Back to the Future.
Cannot stand it.
I'm still more interested in the fact that Doc says, if my calculations are correct, then when this baby hits 88 miles an hour, you can see some serious shit, because then he grabs Michael J. Fox, Marty, and he's not sure if this thing is going to happen or not. So he's basically, and he knows that he just stole plutonium from a bunch of Libyan terrorists that are coming to get him. So he knows that he's going to bounce to either the future or the past, wherever he wants to go, if it does work.
Yeah.
But if it doesn't work, he knows that he has Libyan terrorists coming to kill him. So to clean up his little mess that he's made, he figures that he'll commit suicide and drag Marty and the dog into it, so that way no one's left.
So he gets hit by the DeLorean if it didn't disappear.
Exactly. It's just a mess of meat.
And Marty does. It's dead. It's on video.
And no one understands why. And because at least he doesn't get killed, from a rocket launcher, shot by terrorists.
Kevin Nealon will be at the Stress Factory tonight and tomorrow. 2 shows Friday, 2 shows Saturday. The great Kevin Nealon. 732-545. Ha ha. For tickets in New Brunswick there. You can get there from the city. It's very easy.
The great Kevin Nealon. And, of course, Kevin Smith. What's the new movie, Kevin?
Red State. We hope to debut it at Sundance in January.
That sounds fucking great, man. Michael Parks.
I'll bring the teaser for it. We've been putting up a podcast for it on the Smodcast.com network.
Red is good.
You can listen to the teaser, but I'm bringing the teaser with me to the Westbury show, so we'll show it there as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Red is good to have in the title of a movie, because Reds did well, and then Red just recently.
Yes, of course. They always do great.
Yeah, good colors.
Good color for a title.
I have to piss.
All right, we'll take a break. Kevin Smith, thank you so much for calling in. Kevin Nealon,
thanks
you guys for
guys.
popping in. A lot of fun, and we'll be right back.
See you soon.
Sirius XM, the virus. This is the Opie and Anthony Show. Opie and Anthony Show.
Or something like that. Hi, Opie and Anthony Show. Friday edition. Woo! Steven Tyler screaming. Right. Isn't it too early in the morning? Oh, my ears. Travis, my ears. We're joined in studio right now by the lovely and talented Joe DeRosa.
Hi, guys.
Joe DeRosa was coming by. We didn't find out about this until earlier, and I swear to you, you're one of the few people that can pull that shit off. Because when they try to dump fucking guests on us last minute.
Apparently, yesterday, you asked Mr. Bill Burr to come back in, and he said, I will bring DeRosa with me. And they said, okay.
Yeah.
And then, but guess what? Where's Bill?
Yeah, where's Bill?
Is he coming?
He said he's coming.
We have a show going on sale in an hour. It's for January. I have to plug it because my fucking commercial hasn't been running. So yesterday when we weren't here, there was no plugs for that at Poughkeepsie. That's good.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, my fucking annoyed. Tonight, it's January 16th is myself, Burr, David Tell, Jim Brewer goes on sale in less than an hour at theborgata.com. And I'll be in Poughkeepsie tonight and tomorrow. But, you wouldn't know that if you were listening yesterday because the fucking commercial was not running Wednesday or yesterday. So thank you. Thank you. So that I want to fucking.
Why are you thanking them for doing something?
I really want to bite somebody. I fucking hate. It's like that's my job.
Yes, it is.
Ugh.
And someone else had a job and it wasn't done.
That sucks.
It makes me want to fucking cave somebody's head in. I hate people that don't do their jobs right.
Oh, that
hate
was
them.
me. I was supposed to be here yesterday and I wasn't. Oops.
Well, you're not in charge of running promos.
I just took the fucking day off.
But I figured promos are running. I figured they'd be running.
Yeah.
We're not here.
Figure. Yeah, things like that would be scheduled, as they say.
Cool.
Yeah. Ope's been out a couple of days on some personal business.
Okay.
But I was just like, you know something? I'm taking a personal day.
Yeah.
It's a perfect day for it. I mean, why not?
Well, you took a day off. Everything's going to shit.
I know, right? You know what the fucked up thing about taking days off when you have this job? Because I will always say one of the easiest jobs ever in life is this fucking job. The hardest part is getting up in the morning.
Right.
But it's 4 hours of goofing off and talking.
Right.
Never thought I'd get paid for it. It's fantastic. But when you take the day off, you sleep until you would have been home anyway. So it's almost a waste. Believe it or not, Anthony is the one saying this. It's almost a waste to take a day off.
You're growing up. I like it.
I woke up and it was like 10 or something, 10:30, and I'm like, I would have been home already. Already.
Well,
I've been home already. Hi, sir. Just take a seat. Don't mind Joe DeRosa. Joe DeRosa. Zachary Levi is in right now, and it better be Levi because someone said, okay. How many times do you get called Levy? A lot, right?
Mispronounced. It's Levy. It's Levy.
Oh, please.
It's like the
Levi.
jeans people. It's Levi.
Yeah.
Call me 501 if you want to.
You've had to say that your whole life, too, haven't you?
Pretty well.
It's like the jeans, like the jeans. Wrangler?
No.
Oh, I tease.
Like Jordache? You a Jordache guy?
Yes.
No. Classic button fly, thank you.
Of course. You, of course, from the popular show Chuck.
That's right.
Yes, that's what everybody's telling me. I am going to be the biggest asshole ever. I haven't seen Chuck.
That's what makes you the biggest asshole ever?
No, that's
I
number.
think there's probably a laundry list of
number
things.
73.
All right, good.
And there's many more before and after. Believe me, I know that. What is that about? Please explain.
Let me break it down for you real quick. So, Chuck, basically, I play a guy who works in an electronics store, like a Best Buy or something like that. And
you could stop right there.
Wow,
done.
wow,
wow!
I'm hooked. I'll watch it. And then, basically, through this crazy series of events, he ends up with all the government's top secrets in his brain. So the government sends two of their best to protect Chuck and use him to fight bad guys and terrorist plots and things like that. Yeah.
See, that's God. It should
titillating,
be
isn't
something different than Chuck, though. Because I see Chuck and I think,
Norris.
Well, that or just some guy on a sitcom kind of thing.
Oh yeah,
that sounds like something intriguing.
I appreciate
that.
Yeah. I just, as long as I can pitch it to people personally, I think.
Well, that's
where the viewership is. Yeah.
You have to go around to everyone individually, like
every Nielsen home.
No,
I'm
Chuck
like
is this.
Yes.
And don't stop me at the I work at a Best Buy type place.
No. Although that's pretty good.
That is pretty good.
That is pretty good.
Because I go to Best Buy and it's some of the most fun times of my life. I usually leave with something I'm very happy with.
That's good.
Yes, computer,
you electronics
games,
guy?
Camera, always.
I love
have to get like the latest thing. I have stuff in boxes. Not that I'm a hoarder. I aspire to be.
Oh, good.
But I'm not.
Yeah.
But I have like boxes of some electronic stuff that I never threw away. And it's like old zip drives with a giant serial port plug that's like a foot wide. Bunch of ribbon cables and matrix dot printer things. And I should just throw them out.
You could cobble that all together into your own personal robot to do your bidding.
I could do that, sort of a la A-Team, where I can make anything out of anything.
Yeah, make one of those Jackie Gleason spaceman costumes out of it.
I'm the man from space. I thought we were being invaded, Rob. Yes, of course.
I'm a man from space.
Can I compliment Zach over here for a second?
Please,
that's why I came in.
If I may. So on the show, you play like a nerdy guy that works for the Nerd Herd, which is like Best Buy's Geek Squad, whatever.
Yes,
right?
this is true.
Nerd Herd.
He knows his Chuck. I like
know.
this.
That's why he's in here. Thank God.
When you watch the show, like, I'm a comedian and I aspire to do more than just stand up. And I watched the show and I'm like, I could do something like this. I could be in a show like this. And then you sit next to him and see his stunning beauty, and you're like, that's why I can't be the star of a TV show.
He is a handsome fella.
Holy crap!
If I had a nickel for every time I've heard stunning beauty
from another man.
From another man. Wait a minute. I have all those nickels. It's one. I have one nickel.
You owe him.
It's exceptionally good looking.
Yeah, that's what happens.
You're too kind.
In Hollywood. How'd you get that big start? Was it looks? Was it talent? What'd you do? Casting couch.
Casting
What
couch.
happened? What
no,
happened?
man. I'm really, really blessed. Honestly, I think part of it was I was a theater nerd. I grew up just doing lots and lots of theater. And
were you the high school play guy and everything?
Heck yeah, absolutely.
What was some of the plays you had to do?
Oh gosh, bye bye Birdie. No.
now and forever at Setauket High School.
Yeah. Speaking of hoarders, that'd be a great sketch, like some viral video, just like some hoarder, and then with all these cats, but it's like the cast of cats, and they're all just in someone's home.
Crazy cat lady, but it's Rum Tum Tugga.
Yeah.
How do I know that? Don't even ask. I think I took every date back in the 80s to see cats.
Yeah.
Why don't we get a white trash Long Island piece of shit, and I'm proud of it.
Did you get lucky any of those times?
No. The only pussy I saw with the cats on stage. Stop it.
Tell me you got a drum roll button around here.
No, I have
honk a horn or something.
I have that.
Oh, that's good.
That awful friggin' car crash.
That's not awful. That's poignant.
Yuck. But I did. I went to and I had to get hey, let's get a limo. We'll go into the city.
Jesus.
We'll dress up. We'll go to that friggin' the Russian tea room. And then we'll go see cats.
Yeah.
Just a complete white trash night out in the city.
Every time I think I'm starting to get to know you, you come out with another white trash garbage gem from your past. I'm like, all right.
Oh, come on. You know you got to roll that big white limo like Tom Hanks and Big. You're popping out the top.
The
you're looking
sunroof
at the city.
up.
Yeah.
You got to put your hands up.
Yeah.
Hey, look at us. We're in the city.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Did you pull a can of pate out of your suit pocket?
Here you go.
Hey,
wait a minute. This place is all class.
Yeah.
All class. The Russian tea room. Look at the size of his hat. It's got to be good. Yeah. I did some trashy shit, man. Great.
I never went there.
do.
I never went to the Russian tea room. I never saw cats.
No, what's wrong with you?
I saw Glenn Ross. That's not exactly a blowjob fest on a day. You want to come watch Alda on stage? It's terrific.
Yeah, not a date show.
No, not at all.
How was it, though?
Awesome. It's a good conversation starter.
Yes, it certainly is.
So, what did that mean to you?
Yeah. Some 23-year-old girl you're trying to suck her tits, ask her, did you prefer Jack Lemmon or Alda in this role?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. I
go Lemon every time. I go Lemon.
I actually agree.
Go Lemon.
Yeah.
You got it. And then it got to the point where after my divorce, and I would start dating, I'd have to go to different shows like The Little Mermaid.
Oh, my God.
And Beauty and the Beast, Lion King. Girls of that age like those shows.
But they're good shows.
They are. It's music. It's dancing. It's costumes. I felt good about myself. I laughed. I cried. I got laid. It was wonderful.
Look at that.
Oh, my God.
Musicals are fucking atrocious, though.
You don't
They're
like the
atrocious.
but Disney musicals are different because
Disney's
you're kind of
different.
like, all right, I know that.
There's an element of fantasy with that, which is a little bit different for me.
Not quite Jim's fantasies.
No, not mine at
no
all.
one dumping on anybody.
Yeah, be a coffee table with a bunch of people squatting over it singing, fucking belting out arias.
Is this a subtle segue into what I've just worked on?
Yes, it is.
Wow, this is really subtle.
You saw
So I was with this 23-year-old broad I was trying to bed, and
I know.
great. And Zach, take it away.
You saw exactly where we were going with that
Yeah.
one.
I just did a movie, an animated Disney musical called Tangled.
We're talking about Disney.
No, it's true.
No, of course.
It is.
Tangled, and who
Called
do you
Tangled.
play?
Well, it's basically the story of Rapunzel. Mandy Moore
I
plays
saw the
Rapunzel.
commercials for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're good.
I love that Disney animation. God damn, they get those little subtle things. Animation went to crap for so many years, and then Disney's always been good. And they do have those little subtle things that look so good. Reminds me of my childhood.
That should be that should be a review for the movie.
It is.
Love the Disney animation. God damn, they got those little subtle things. That should come up on the commercial at the bottom of the screen.
They got those little subtle things.
Yes.
Yeah.
I actually got excited when I saw the trailer for there was one animated one before this, the Frog Princess and the Frog.
Yeah.
It's not really, I'm not the demographic for it, but I got excited to see that Disney was going back to the old school, actual hand-drawn animation again. Because everything's been, CGI or CG, whatever it's called, it's cool, but it just kind of got a little...
Well, Tangled CG.
I thought it was.
No, it's all right.
Sorry.
My job this morning was to just rub all this in your faces. That's
I'm sorry,
they're like,
man.
listen, Zach, go in there. We're not going to prep them at all. You're going to go in. You're going to go for the jugular.
But it's CG animation. It's not
it is.
quite
It's
like
CG
Toy
animation.
Story.
No. It's like Toy Story.
3D-ish.
But by the way, it's a valid point. Look, when I first got the job, I thought it was going to be 2D because I was seeing Princess and the Frog stuff, and I was like, oh, they're going to go back to 2D, which
Right.
I'm a huge fan of. You know, we all grew up watching that kind of stuff. But
Right.
Tangled it's fantastic, man. It really is a throwback to classic Disney animation and storytelling, but you have, younger audiences now that are accustomed to CG, and they're accustomed to 3D, and they're accustomed to all these kind of newer technologies and implementing those into animation and film. So that's the way they went with it, and it's still great. And I don't really feel like it's jarring. You don't watch it going, oh, this is CG. You watch it go, oh, this is like a really cool animated film,
See, that's what I meant. Jesus.
Of course.
I was talking about that because I did see the trailer.
And don't worry, it'll go to Broadway in a few years.
It will.
And you'll have another date show.
Oh, thank God.
You
I've
can
run
rent a
out.
limo.
I've run out.
It's a
The limo
pate.
from Long
It's
Island.
been in this coat since '88.
And you know what? I like wearing a tuxedo T-shirt. It cracks everyone up. I don't wear the tuxedo.
It's hilarious.
Oh, people seem to love it.
What-
You are also now. This came from our crack staff. That's right. You like playing Black Ops?
I love Black Ops.
Yeah,
I'm a big video gamer in general. But Black Ops is kind of the soup de jour.
Yeah.
As it not to use French in any way, especially since I don't speak it. But no, it's great, man.
I mean, played the whole series.
All the Call of Duties.
All of them. Yeah, all the Call of Duty.
Me as well.
And
I as well. I don't know what the correct.
Now you play PC or Xbox?
Xbox 360.
Yeah. I started my first-person shooter career on PC. I could zero in very easy with a mouse and keyboard. I am so
I love the
bad with
nerd that is coming out right now. Continue.
Controller. I am so bad with it. I suck. I don't know how people get 20 kills, 0 deaths, things like that. When I'm pretty much on the bottom every time. 3 kills, maybe 1 assist, 30 deaths.
Yeah.
I shoot around everybody. I get stabbed constantly by some 12-year-old that's calling me a fag or something. It's horrible.
Dude, there are nasty, nasty kids online. It's really not. And it's really sad because these kids think that there's such an anonymity with an online kind of personality or avatar or whatever, and their parents don't know what the heck they're saying.
No, they're not.
So they're getting away with really atrocious nonsense like racist and sexist and just overall bigotry. It's you want to reach through the thing and slap them across the face and say, I don't care who you are. You can't say stuff like that to people. That's horrible.
I know. Yeah. And by the way, that's probably Noodle61, which is me. So I get mad, though. I get so angry. I yell at the game.
I do understand, though. I have a lot of friends that started playing first-person shooters, or any games, really, on their PCs. So I understand the frustration of going from a mouse and keyboard to a controller. I only started on consoles, so I never really had the problem.
Elitist,
you shall not triumph. But I love. I like the controller. I always have a hard time because there's so many other keys on a keyboard that my fingers start finding other things.
At least it's laid out flat, though. Like the controller, it's like, okay, I'm hitting the bottom of it, the sides of it, the top,
Well,
listen, Father Time. Get with the program.
I don't know, you kid. I liked Coleco's football game.
Are you trying on PS2 or PS3 or Xbox?
Xbox. Yeah.
I can't do the PS3 control. I hate the PlayStation control, but the Xbox controls I think are very easy to use.
It's a good control.
Ergonomic.
I'm not. Look, I'm not trying to pawn it off on the controller. I personally suck.
Okay.
I'm bad at the game, and it frustrates me because I want to be really good, but I'm not. I see guys walking around, and I'll follow a group of 5 guys, and I'll be like, all right, I'll go with these 5 guys. One shot rings out, I'm the dead guy.
Yeah.
It just never fails. I suck. How do you do? Are you good?
I do pretty good. It depends on how much time I have to dedicate to any game. Like, if like in the off season when we're not shooting and I've got nothing but video game time, I can get pretty good. But, during the season, I'm at work all day, every day. So there's not really enough time to dedicate. Because the guys that are really good at these games
oh my God,
spend insane amounts of time playing. Like,
crazy.
to the point where it's not healthy. You know, I can't imagine that they don't have bed sores or something. You know,
just eyes are constantly beet red,
and the only thing running through their veins is Mountain Dew. There's no Mountain Dew and pizza. That's it. You know.
How does Black Ops hold up to Warfare 2? Because I thought they released them too close together, man.
No, you know what? I will say the campaign for I've only played the campaign really, and the campaign for Black Ops is really good. You know, there's this constant. To nerd out just for a second,
please.
So, please, by all means. Treyarch and Infinity Ward are the two kind of producing companies that have gone back and forth producing all the Call of Duty games, right? And, you know, for the longest time, Infinity Ward, I think a lot of people felt like they were the first one. They made Modern Warfare 1, and then they made Modern Warfare 2, and those were the big sellers. World at War was Treyarch. That was a good one, but you know, I don't know, but I think Treyarch, they're the ones who did Black Ops, and they've done a really good job incorporating a lot of the good stuff you like from all the Modern Warfare titles. You still have your perks and all that stuff. Plus, you have the zombie mode, which is a lot of fun.
Yeah, zombie mode's
You
always
can play
good.
as JFK and Castro and Nixon fighting off zombies. I mean, any game that affords you that opportunity, I think you need to buy.
That really is hysterical.
All right, I'm going to get it.
I'm going to get it.
It is a fun game. They got a lot of the similar weaponry and stuff from the other games, but then there's that little radio controlled car thing is just a pisser. That one pisses me off. I'll be crouched down waiting for somebody to come around a corner and hear. It's like, oh, here I come. I'm dead.
Yeah.
That's great. Thank you.
Bobby Kelly talked to me about that remote control car for 10 minutes one day. He made me watch clips of it on YouTube.
Yeah, Bobby is just hooked.
Dude,
too.
they got a remote control car, dude, and it blows things up. And look at this, dude. And he was showing me the footage, but I was like, dude, it kind of just looked like Modern Warfare 2. So I was like, I don't know, man, maybe.
It is similar, but it's new maps.
Yeah, it's
They got
new
some
maps,
really cool
it's
maps
new guns,
and
you know, lots of new gadgets and gizmos. And
You can play
all
as
that.
Gidget,
and
which is fun.
you can play
Yeah,
as
and fight
Gidget,
beach
and
party.
beat people to death with a surfboard. It's amazing.
Yes. The Bobby Kelly, though, when we were playing with him and fucking Dane, playing with him, and Dane Cook is a knifer, and I wanted to kill him because it was the game. But he would just stab everybody. And it's like, oh, he's got like 80 kills from just knifing people. And I love when you get the jump on him.
Yeah.
And I'm shooting with a machine gun at somebody, and he runs up and just knifes me. I fall to the ground going, I had a machine gun.
That's because he likes to keep it personal.
Yeah, it is a very personal
Yeah, it's
thing.
like, you know, homicidal people. They, you know,
yeah, when you watch 48, first 48, and they finally got it stabbed. It's like, well, obviously this isn't. This is a personal.
This is a
matter.
crime of passion.
You don't stab someone in the face 80 times, and just for a robbery, it's.
Dana and I bonded a bit on the Star Wars games. We were really emailing Star Wars.
Galaxies or
well, not Galaxies. Old Republic, the trailers for Old Republic, and Force Unleashed 2. And he sent me one of the trailers, and he goes, DeRosa, watch this trailer. It'll make your dick hard and glow green. Which I thought was perfect. Of course, with Star Wars. Are you kidding me? I flipped. Check out Force Unleashed 2. That's a fun game.
I've seen it. The trailers for it, I was at E3 earlier this year, and the trailers for it were incredible, and I played the first one. I've been playing a lot of Fable 3, because that's what
how is it?
It's good, man. I mean, look, you know, Peter Molyneux and Lions, you know, they do a good job with the game, and it's really immersive, and you run around and, you know, just kind of geeking out.
It's like an EverQuest or World of Warcraft.
Yeah,
kind
it's
of
kind of,
vibe to
but
it.
it's lighter than that. You don't, you know, it's deep, but it's not so deep that you are completely lost.
I liked that, but the trouble with those games are you can't leave them for any length of time and just come back. Like, I still have a character from EverQuest that from 1998 that I pay a monthly, you know, whatever it is.
Seriously?
Just in case. I'm like, I can't get rid of it.
Yeah.
Just in case. I haven't played it in years because I don't know how to play.
It's like
it's a whole new interface. They've changed it. There's new upgrades, new this, that. I mean, and I'd be in this zone where nobody is anymore going, this used to be where the parties were. What happened? And like, I don't know how to kill anything anymore, but I'm just so...
That's a real new level of nerd when you treat a video game character like a gym membership.
But I remember... I own it. I just don't go.
Yeah, I just don't go.
But you do, and to be a complete nerd and geek is to know playing those games and being like, I remember that area. And like it almost becomes a place where you knew. Like, I remember running around that place. I remember going into that cave. I remember having a pretty hairy battle with something in there. Like, you remember those moments from games. It's sad. I understand your look on your face. It is sad. But it's what it is.
It's only sad because it reminds me of my own life. That's all. I'm not judging. I'm
a
just sad
huge game,
with
but
you.
I'll play anything at least to give it a try. Except, you know, obvious horrible games. But, like, even Sims, I played that. I like Sim City.
I never played any of the Sims.
Like
I mean,
no.
I think, again, I'm like you. I think every game kind of presents a cool thing to check out or try out or whatever. But when you have a really limited amount of time, you have to narrow it down and be like, okay, what do I really want to play? And it's normally first-person shooters or some adventure games. And, you know, stuff like The Sims, I think, is fascinating, especially how they've taken the franchise and they've made this, you know, whole world you can create. And all that out of Sim City, too. You know, because if you go back to Sim City, I remember my stepdad playing Sim City and being like, what is this? You're making your own simulated city. Hence the name, genius. But, you know, it's cool. And hurricanes and things and coming through. And now that you can take over your own, these little lives and families, and they're procreating and going to jobs.
It's
and
like a juggling act, too, because, you know, you can't leave any one thing alone for too long or else it screws something else up.
There was always something very, like, Peeping Tomish about The Sims to me. Like, my friend was into
watching him go to the bathroom.
Yeah, and I'd go over, he was into it, and I'd go over, and he's like, you got to see this dude. Look, and it was the first time I'd heard of it, and I was like, what? I don't understand. What do you do? And he's like, you just watch these people and make them do things. And I was like,
God complex much?
Yeah.
No,
exactly.
it's totally that. It's totally that. But, you know, I think people just get into the whole idea of it, but, you know.
Jimmy plays chess.
I do,
just trying to add you in.
That's okay.
Jimmy plays chess.
You go play in the park with the timers?
No, those guys are home. A lot of those homeless guys are as good as master level players. No, I don't at all. I don't
How
have the
does
guts to do
that
it.
happen anyway?
It's all they do. They play for food
I
and drinks.
cannot get my life together, but I can play chess.
Grandmaster's actually one of those Washington Square to play against because they're just they shit talk. They play 2-minute games. They're
literally
fucking animal.
shit talk. They're talking and shitting themselves at the same time. It's
but they're
terrible.
They're loud. They're taunters.
Rook to king.
And then you feel bad because he checkmated you, and then he goes to sleep under the table. You're like, well, I guess it all comes out in the wash, doesn't it?
You just lie in wait, don't you? You just sit here, you listen to us go on and on about nonsense, and then you come out with these zingers. That's smart.
That's Jimmy.
That's calculated.
Or he sits and fumes about incompetence.
Yeah,
which
I'm in a foul mood, which has nothing to do with you at all.
No, of
something
course
that
not.
happened off the air.
Actually, Zachary has to go. We've just got the note.
Well, hey,
what are you doing? Some kind of TV? What do you got? TV?
What do you mean?
A face like that has to be on television.
A face like that.
He doesn't get that picture.
So Chuck Monday nights at 8.
Yes.
Tangled coming out next week, November 24th, day before Thanksgiving. And then also I got my company that I started talking about, you know, speaking of nerdy things.
Yes, nerdmachine.com.
Yes, thenerdmachine.com, yeah. And right now, I mean, basically the whole idea of it is just like, I'm a nerd. I've been a nerd my whole life. And I've kind of looked at our demographic of people who watch the show, and really they're amazing people. They go down to Comic-Con. They've been super supportive, and they're like me, you know. I mean, they're ballsy and confident. They'll wear a Chewbacca costume if they feel like they need to.
Yeah.
And I felt like, you know, there's all these other brands and things that represent different demographics, but nothing that really gives love to the nerd. And so I was like, well, forget it. I'll start it myself. So that's what it is. And there's a lot of shirts and apparel right now, but, you know, later on there'll be software, hardware. I want to make my own games. I want to make, you know, and iPhone apps and, you know, just add-ons and plugins for computers and whatnot. So
I don't want to speak French, but entrepreneur.
Entrepreneur.
I think that's what I'm seeing.
That's the second French term used today.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Anyway, Zach Levi.
Levi, thank you.
Thank you for coming in.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Thank you. No problem.
Be well.
We'll
Good to
be
meet you, man.
right
You as
back after these short messages.
The Virus. Sirius XM. You're listening to Opie and Anthony. Opie and Anthony.
One who doesn't care is one who shouldn't be.
You just come back on. Hi, buddy. We're very happy. So we just had a welcome to the Opie and Anthony Show. Bill Burr just came in. Just so you know, what we're dealing with off the air is we're just having a major issue with this guy's publicists are just the most entitled individuals.
Yeah.
They're awful.
He was cool.
He was great.
He was fine.
He was a very nice dude.
Yeah.
I'm in a bad mood because our promos were not running for the last couple of days.
You're a loose
wait,
dude in a bad mood.
Joe, you know what time it is?
What time?
15 minutes till the tickets go on sale.
Holy shit.
Oh.
January 16th, of course, myself, Burr.
Hi, Bill.
Great show,
Hello.
man. Attell and Brewer. But I'm in
Almost
a
too
horrible
much
mood.
show.
Yeah,
dare
it really
I
is a
say.
great show.
Almost. Just short of
the
too
Miami
much show.
Heat
Yeah,
of comedy shows.
It really is.
She came in here. She sat in the back. We never let publicists in the room because they're fucking draining, life drainers. And while the guy's doing his interview, she taps me and asks for my pen. And then she's holding up a sign to me with his website on it.
To plug it.
And I'm like, would you do that if it was television? She got mad because she's an extraordinarily entitled individual as a publicist. And everybody kisses her ass. And she got mad because Danny and I reacted annoyed because I'm on the radio and she fucking tapped me.
Do you believe she tapped him and held up a sign for his website?
I've never had that in 20 years of
What
comedy.
I can't believe is that Jim didn't take it and then rip it up in her face.
I know.
Because I'm in a horrible mood already, and it would have gotten. I would have said something barbaric to her, and I didn't want to do that.
Barbaric.
Jimmy, that's radio gold.
Barbaric.
Yeah. And I would have listened. I would have listened.
She's awful.
Oh, yeah.
She's and she's like, I don't know why it benefits you to have a bad relationship with me. I don't give a fuck.
Benefits you?
What?
It's not, wait a minute. First of all, I'm not having a bad relationship with you. You started being a bitch about
That's what you got to say. If all your clients left you, what talent
what
do you
do?
have? What exactly?
Yeah, what
Can
would
you
you
spin
do?
some plates?
You'd be barking in Times Square for Chicago tickets.
Yeah.
That's all you'd be able to fucking do.
You fucking cab driver.
I told her we have a rule, an on-air rule.
you.
No publicists in the room. It's not about the. I was trying to let Roland and Talent off the hook because it wasn't their fault.
But it's not even a rule that's
I don't
like
want him in
one
here.
of our rules. No one lets the publicist in.
Yeah, so if he's doing
studio.
Conan, are you going to walk out and sit with him on the
She's
fucking
sitting
set
on
of
the
Conan
couch.
and hold up a set? Or are you going to stand by the camera and hold up? No,
Yeah.
you're going to stay in the back.
She literally said, I don't know how it benefits you.
The arrogant, and I'm like, well, I don't know how it benefits you to have a bad relationship with us. We have a massive audience.
Yeah.
I don't care if she's like, I'll never do your show again. I'm like, I don't care.
Because we were good to her.
I'm like, we
client.
treated him great.
So it's not about him. It's about how
I
we
said
treated
that
her.
to her. It's about
she's
you.
gonna fuck over her clients based on how she felt she was treated.
And by the way,
fuck you.
By the way,
fuck you.
I'll never do your show again until one of your clients goes, I want to do the Opie and Anthony show.
Right.
And you bow down and go,
yeah, okay.
you fucking leech. You fucking leech.
Fuck her.
That's the problem with publicists like that. You never. They should not. That's why I love my publicist. She never comes in with me. I don't need to be coddled. Stay outside.
You
it's
don't
their
come
nature.
in here and hold up a sign to Jim Norton like that.
The fucking nerve of that woman while I'm working. How fucking dare you? And I know she apologized.
Didn't she see you had your tuxedo on, Jimmy?
But has she
you
never?
You were doing the show.
She's like, she's like, I've done a lot of radio shows. I've been radio shows before, and that's the respect they have for radio guys. That's the way they look at radio as a medium, and that's why a lot of these dumb publicists,
Jimmy.
That's the truly insulting part, is because if you use the Conan defense with her, she'll go, well, Conan, that's different.
I said to her, would you bring? I said, would you if it was TV, would you be holding up a sign?
Show. Huh?
It's a talk show. It's
but that's my point. She's going to fucking sit there and tear off everybody and go, well, you guys are here. That's over there to me. Yeah, fuck her.
She sounds like a wonderful woman.
She certainly does.
An entitled person, and I did let her know that, and I'm like, you're making it about you. It's not about you.
No wonder why certain publicists are found in their cars in L.A.
Wait, can we get...
Jesus. I thought where this was going. I thought initially,
dude,
I thought Jimmy was riffing on this person who got shot like the beginning of Godfather.
Can we get Billy Crudup into the conversation here?
He really looks like the guy.
So much shit.
There's no way he can't get you Coke. He's like, back in the day when he still cut an album, like that's the guy.
Yeah.
Was he there when John Holmes got murdered? In Wonderland?
One of our interns. What the hell's his name?
His name is Boogie Nights.
Boogie Nights.
She threatened to not bring her fucking client in if she wasn't allowed in the studio. If I would have known that.
Yeah, she said, no, I'm coming in. And then Kenny went, no, you publicists stay out here. And then she said, my client won't go in unless I go in.
That's the arrogance of this woman. I don't care who she is. I don't care who she handles. She doesn't get me booked on The Tonight Show. She's never going to help her hurt me.
Is she in every scene that he's in movies and his TV show? Is she in the background to make sure she's there with him during
awful.
every facet of his life?
I don't care who she... I really don't. I don't care if she has the whole fucking cast of Tron. It's irrelevant to me. We've done the show a long time. That's the first person to
She's scared. She's scared that her client's going to come in here and kill it while she's out there and realize that he doesn't really need her at this level.
She's a troll. The fuck... Can you imagine? I'm not going in if he doesn't go in. If I don't go in, I wish I would hear my publicist say that. I'd fire her on the fucking spot.
You fucking shit.
You shit.
God, that annoys me.
Fuck you.
Piece of shit.
And we have promos that are supposed to be running for the show. They weren't running for the last 2 days. They weren't put in the system. So I'm just in a fucking horrible mood. So yesterday we weren't here, and the promos weren't running. And that's,
God.
It's okay. I Facebooked and told people they could buy tickets like 3 days ago because that's how good I am on the internet. Then I got like 20 emails. Dude, just to let you know, the tickets haven't gone on sale yet. For the Borgata.
It's going to be huge.
January 16th.
Yeah,
the
I think it'll sell very well.
Of comedy shows.
Is.
That's if I was a publicist, that's the spin I would use.
Yep.
Yeah.
I would too.
Huge spin.
Oh my!
Huge.
After talking to her, I hate her even more. I have absolutely no respect for her. I don't care if she hears every word of this,
How did you look at her and not just...
I'm not going to yell and curse at her because there's, again...
Like an
you're
insane
a professional.
chimp bite her face off.
I even said to her, and don't threaten to pull him. I'm like, don't hurt the rest of the platforms. I don't care if you pull him from our show. Go ahead. But don't pull him from the rest of the show.
Yeah, what arrogance that... Well, then, no, she will not be in any of this kingdom.
I won't bring any of my people. That's the problem with publicists. And artists bring it on themselves because fucking artists cower behind their publicists, and most of them have no personalities.
Some should just turn around and go, hey, lighten up. Like, you work for me,
fucking
fucker.
people kill me, too. How dare you insult me? I will never give you the cast of Gossip Girl on your show.
You're a no talent.
Yeah.
That's why you do what you do, because you have to associate with the business somehow. You have to glom onto it somehow while contributing nothing artistically.
You know the interesting stories she must have about celebrities that she tells her family, like she's inside.
Yeah, but then you got to tell it like you're so over it and you don't watch TV.
Right.
I don't want to name any names, but and if you don't
Eddie
Deason, I go across the street to Mitch and Murray. Fuck you. You're a fucking secretary.
That really, and maybe I should have went out there and talked to her, but I didn't want to see Roland get blamed for something that had nothing to do with him. Were you nice to her at least when you told her she couldn't?
Oh. I kicked her in the cunt and told her.
It was procedure.
Yes, that's what I do.
The bottom line, for her saying that, there's nothing Kenny could have done to inspire that.
I was following procedure.
Roland held the door open for the guy to go in. She tried to follow in, and Roland said, no, I'm sorry, you can listen from out here.
So I gently tased her.
And she goes, no, I'm going in. I'm going, no, I'm sorry.
Not the fucking fact that she would say to somebody that works here, no, I'm going in. Who the fuck are you?
You know what she sounds like, you, Jimmy? Did she irk you?
Dude, I know. I looked at her face. I know exactly the type of person she is. I know exactly the kind of person she is. She's there's nothing there. She's entitled.
By the way, to the listeners, Jimmy has been standing since I came in here.
Because
Jimmy is standing up, man.
Because for the greater good of the company, I did not curse at her, and she thought I was being rude. Here's the problem: nobody confronts that woman.
I was just going to say,
on her
awfulness.
She's entitled. Everybody kisses her ass. I don't know. I'm a stand-up lady. I don't give a fuck about who you handle. You're not going to handle me.
You just going up to her was rude.
To me, it was
up to her was rude.
To me, it was a courtesy that I showed her.
Is Jimmy the greatest?
He just sounded like Archie Bunker. Only thing you need to do is call it dingbat. Jimmy, why would you let yourself get this worked up about a piece of shit like that? Who gives a fuck?
I don't care what you think.
Don't ever ruin your day.
Dude,
Whatever.
I'm already mad. I'm already
like...
mad because down the hall they were supposed to put our promos in, and my promos for Poughkeepsie, and they weren't in for 2 days now. I'm very angry about that. But that annoyed me because I saw on her face, she's everything I despise and don't respect in show business.
Oh, jeez, the publicist wants to come in. Huh?
What are you coming in here for there, dingbat?
Well, let me tell you
sit over there?
You can stay outside. You.
The Jew broad publicist wants to come in and count his pennies.
Oh,
Jesus.
To hurt her client like that and not let him promote in front of this audience. It's like, do you know how stupid
she sounds
you are?
like? She sounds like, remember when they did the TV version of the Letterman-Leno battle? Remember Leno's manager?
The manager.
Yeah,
she wasn't
sounds
that
like
bad. Helen Kushnick.
Yeah, like because obviously you never met her in real life. The TV version, the book version. That's what she sounds like.
Right.
But to me, it was a courtesy to go talk to her. Because I guess, again, publicists, they're like everybody else in show business. They're just all behind-the-scenes sneaks. They're non-contributors. Nobody just talks face-to-face. Nobody just goes, look, that was our rule. That was not rolling. That was our... Nobody does that.
And by the way, in front of one of our bosses... saying that we were assholes.
But we weren't assholes.
It's a great fucking thing.
Which one of our bosses? Who? What boss?
Who was it, Kenny?
The new boss of the talent handler.
That's not our boss.
Oh, it's not my boss.
Same as
Roland
the old boss.
It's Roland's boss. Fuck him.
Well, no. She Roland was great to her, though.
I'm teasing, of course. I love
And
the
fucking slave mentality that perpetuates every goddamn artist in this business that lets these fucking pieces of shit actually go, no, I'm the one that needs to be tended to right now. I'm important. Go fuck yourself.
She was the important. To her, she was the important one in this whole thing. Fuck with it, whatever he wanted to say or do or anything. She's in charge.
I'm not going to say a bad word about her because I don't know how it helps me to have a bad relationship with that person I've never heard of.
Bill Burr, you are right.
But it was almost like I was going over there.
Jimmy.
If she didn't tap me...
You want to be on Hot 97 ever in your life, buddy?
Bill,
I can make that happen.
She tapped me and held up a sign. That, to me, was all I needed to know about her.
The sign said, wanna fuck?
Yeah, and I said, no. The pomposity, if I may.
Yeah, you may.
The lack of respect for radio that people like that have. This dummy, who obviously doesn't do her job well, would rather have him promote probably on a local news show than on this show, which has a lot more listeners because they don't understand what radio... They're just dumb.
And it's going to make him more personable. It's not just like...
And he was great. It was nothing to do with him.
No, we were talking video games with the fucking guy. It's not like... And everyone that comes in here doesn't have to talk about that movie. We'll plug it. We'll get it across and everything. But how about you let the guy be a human fucking being and be relatable to people that go, oh, wow, okay, that's that guy. It's
I'll never do that
like
show again.
And she's sitting there holding up a sign, plug the website.
Not for nothing, and this is no disrespect to that guy because he was really cool, but I was in here when Ed Norton was in here. You didn't get anything like that with Ed Norton. And Ed Norton is a goddamn Oscar-winning fucking...
Yes.
Right?
Who was
it? Am I wrong?
It was Zach Levi. Yeah.
No way.
The guy from Chuck?
Yeah, Chuck.
Chuck, holy shit. Well, I don't even know what that is. If it's not on ESPN, I don't know what it is.
I said that
it's not a conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
Let me tell you,
wait a minute.
She was exhibiting signs of mind control. Mind control. I think the HARP unit was tuned into her.
That made me laugh so hard just then that I got lightheaded. I almost passed out. And it was such a shooting laugh that came out of my face.
The secret society of the publicists. That's what it's all about.
You know,
it's something that it's the Illuminati.
You know what I like? I like when he goes to storm in somewhere and he acts like they don't know he's coming, and they show him from behind walk in.
The camera's there.
They're already in the office.
Yeah. When he walked in,
what are you doing here?
Yeah. Aha.
But you know what's worse? Those are the only guys.
Club.
Those are the only conspiracy theorists that they put on TV. It's just like Jerry Springer. It's the worst of the worst. They get on there. I see things.
It's that approach. It's the storm in and pretend like you're just storming in thing, or it's the Michael Moore thing when you walk into the Kmart corporate office and they go, "Yeah, you can't come upstairs with your fucking cameras." Just showed up, and he goes, "Well, obviously they're hiding something."
They're hiding something.
No, dickhead, you can't roll up with a fucking camera crew spur of the moment.
I like the Jesse Ventura approach is the Ralph Cramden approach when he walks in. Aha! Oh, cocktail time! Come on out, Hav! Come on out, Hav!
I know you're up to something, and you know that I know.
You know that I know that the HARP unit's doing mind control. Hamna. Area 51, hamna. They got guns.
Let's run, Naughton.
Wouldn't it be great at the end of every episode when Ventura's stupid theories are proved wrong? If he had to act like Cramden when he realizes he's wrong, just
and make that face and kind of wave his arms around, and then just go to the black girl at the table. Baby, you're the greatest. You're the greatest.
The sad thing is he isn't 100% wrong. He's not the guy.
He's so not the guy.
He's not the guy. If you just sat there and just talked about the Federal Reserve in a calm manner.
Yeah.
First of all, they couldn't have it if they figured out everything was built on sand.
I'm going in. Here's the secret building where all the conspiracy is.
Why don't you just fucking ask somebody? Walk in.
We spoke with a man in a van in the middle of the desert. That was the most ridiculous thing I ever saw.
No, the worst one is that Ghost Hunters.
Oh!
Like, I love how you're going to watch the episode. Like, this is the episode they're going to prove that ghosts exist.
Yes!
But for some reason, this isn't international news at this point. Like, you're going to walk into the office the next day. Hey, did you see? They proved it.
The trailer is always some kind of thing where it's like, did you hear that?
Dude,
I don't know what that was. Something went, ah! And then Ghost Hunters.
And then it's always grainy footage. The best part is when they sit there and they get mad at the ghost and they set up all this stuff and the ghost always has a name. They're like, Mary Ellen, you have 17 minutes to show yourself. Or else what?
I love that.
Or else what?
I've been here a while, 17 minutes. I could do that on my head.
I love that fucking reality show, like Tease. I used to do a bit about that, how like they'll be like, coming up next on Bakers or whatever, and I'll be like, it's two guys in the kitchen like, I'm gonna fucking rape you. And you're like, holy shit! I'm like, if they raped each other, it would have been in the paper 6 fucking months ago. Like they raped each other on this show.
It's the most dramatic moments. That's another one. Like any kind of paranormal activity or something. They always have that night vision. It's grainy. You see the people's eyes are all open wide, and you can see their retinas.
What was that?
It's like, what was that?
Downstairs, and then they run downstairs. It's like, why don't you have a camera in every room?
Shaky camera, and then you hear, oh my God! Tune in for the next... And then you tune in, and nothing ever happened.
Yeah.
The oh my God was like, we're at a film. Oh my God! Someone should have gotten the film.
That's fucking
I can literally go on the internet and look at my apartment from outer space, see a picture of it, and they can't find a ghost in an 8-room colonial. No. they can't get footage of it. We just missed it.
That's a great point about not having a camera and every. They literally react like a dad that just had a kid for the first time. All right, honey, we're gonna tape everything. Quick, get over here. He's walking.
You know what it is? It's the Music Man. That's what they're doing with ghosts.
With ghosts?
What does that mean?
The Music Man was this old musical. The guy didn't know anything about instruments, and he came there and he got the town all fucking stirred up that they were going to put in a pool hall. Jesus, Joe, I can't remember. We did it in 5th grade.
It's old.
76 trombones.
Let the big parade.
There you go.
I know that song.
I think I did it in 5th grade too, or something.
Yeah. I was. Oh, did I ever tell you that story?
Were you with the Star? Or?
No, this is the best thing. You know that song, The Wells Fargo Wagon?
Oh, Jesus.
They got this thing, the Wells Fargo wagon is a coming, but this was their big excitement.
The big number. Busby Berkeley movie.
No, like back in the day. You gotta let me get this story out before you trash me.
I won't.
The Wells Fargo wagon was like the stagecoach or whatever, and that would show up, and whatever you ordered was coming to town. There was no internet, no TV, so this was a big deal back then. So in the movie, it's pulled by like a bunch of horses, and everybody's screaming, the Wells Fargo wagon, singing, right? Arm in arm, dancing down the street. So in our thing, obviously our production, we don't have money for fucking horses. So there was this one kid, that kid who's just 5'10" in the 5th grade, mildly retarded, and they had him pull the Wells Fargo wagon in, right? And so the whole cast is singing the Wells Fargo wagon, and all the parents are there, and this big kid comes in, pulls it in, and the crowd is so freaking out, like he starts getting freaked out, and he's pulling it in, and he's just going, he just started yelling, and all the parents went from excitement to immediately feeling bad. They made this kid play a team of horses.
And he was retarded?
Yeah, I didn't even realize it until years later. I'm like, holy shit, so-and-so, I'm not going to say his name, was playing a team of horses.
He got all excited.
Did they at least put a horse costume on him?
No, they didn't. They dressed him up. They dressed him up like a postman or like a clerk, a bellhop, and they had him pulling a stagecoach.
And he got all excited.
Well, first he was like smiling, and
Jesus
then
Christ.
everybody was going like, woo, like all like, and then he fed off their energy and just started going. He brought it in, at least, and then everybody got all uncomfortable.
I'd have loved to see that.
It was brutal.
Holy shit.
It was brutal.
At least dress him up like an Asian guy with the fucking straw hat.
Like a rickshaw.
Yeah.
The fucking Wells Fargo rickshaw comes.
No, dude, he looked like he was going to be an offensive lineman. That's how big this kid was.
Holy shit. Oh, and then he fucking took a shit on the stage like a horse would.
No, he wasn't like full on. He was a little touched, and there was something about when he felt. It's like the first time he get a laugh on stage. That was his.
Yo, that's bad.
His reaction.
That's bad. When retards get touched, they kill things sometimes.
Yeah, they gotta twist the neck. They
Yeah,
gotta twist
mice
the neck.
and men, they fucking hurt stuff.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Joe. I just wanted to. Now! Tickets are on sale now!
Oh, shit, yes! Yes! Right now!
Sorry.
I'll tell you, if I was a comedy fan, there's
please.
only one comedy show that I'd be going to. It's a 4-in-1 comedy show.
It is.
It's like one of those things they sell late at night for $19.95.
But wait, there's more.
If you
That's what it is.
We also have Jim Brewer coming out.
Jim Brewer coming back.
Just pays separate shipping and handling.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe you get 2 boxes of something, you know.
Chip will be there.
I actually, by the way, on the side note, read Jim Brewer's book, man. It was fucking great.
Yeah. What I read of it was fantastic. I didn't read the whole thing, but what I read was excellent, too. It was really, it's like, you just want to look for a couple, everywhere you start, it's like, fuck, this is a great story. Fuck, this is a great story.
Dude, his SNL stories are alone.
Yeah.
I remember
worth.
him telling him here those stories, but I don't, I'm not a big book reader.
It surprised me about you.
Yeah.
With your video games and your gun collection.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? I read a lot. I just don't read books.
What do you read?
He goes to I'mRight.com.
Yeah.
And backs up all his theories.
I'm right.
I knew it.org.
Yeah.
I told you.
No, that's what everybody does, including me. You have your theory, you have your mind made up before you even go into your research, and then you just read shit that
Then you
backs up.
find the shit that backs it up.
Dude,
Exactly.
I do it all the time. As soon as I read something I disagree with on the web, I go, yo, you can't trust what you fucking read on the web.
I go like, let me go to Snopes. And I go to Snopes, and it's like, this is false, and then I'll copy-paste and send it back to the person, and go, see, that's fake. Meanwhile, why am I trusting this Snopes? What do I know what their sources are?
No, all you got to do is just write in whatever point you're trying to prove. Someone's going to agree with all those people on there.
That's all I need to back up my part of the argument.
I do it all the time.
Yeah. I read a lot. I read a lot of periodicals. I read a lot of like Popular Science, Popular Mechanics. I read American
I just picture you
Rifleman.
walking around your house in a bathrobe with like a candle. For some reason in my world, you live in like a castle.
That's kind of. I have been known to walk
He
around.
doesn't have
with
doors. He just has
A candelabra.
He just has those long drapes that you just sort of walk through.
long flowing drapes.
Yeah, and a big chalice of wine.
And I got that big long gowny sleep thing with the pointy hat.
Yeah.
And
It's
a little
you're old
candle.
school.
I trust your journey was pleasant.
Yes.
He's got the big knocker.
I hope you find your room to your liking. And it's just a
Do you hear the werewolves? They are the children of the night.
I'll see you in the morning. Yeah.
Have you ever been to his house? You never been to his house?
It's
awesome.
It's an experience.
Of course it is.
So much
It's
fun.
it's the greatest place.
Oh, thank you, Jimmy.
It's a fucking, I mean, with the exception of the host, it's a fucking.
Yeah.
Get out of here!
Long
He's
Island
ripping
piece
ants.
of shit.
No, it's an amazing fucking hang, dude. The pool, the jacuzzi. It's like it's just a great fucking hang.
But when I do that gig with you, where is it again, Jimmy?
Oh, it's fun. I forget. Borgata,
Yes,
January
Borgata.
16th. By the way, I
January
didn't
16th.
show Bill. This is like the billboard we're gonna get.
Oh, my God.
Which is fine. It's
I
all
have
of our
I
heads.
have that up on my Facebook page.
But have you seen the original one?
That's what you want. Simple. Our names. Boom. This is boom. You know what, dude? This is the original artwork. They didn't have David Tell's picture yet. This is what they wanted to do.
Yeah, why would you? He's just the best comic for the last 20 years.
No, this was not the final prop. They were going to put Dave in here.
Oh, my
This
God.
is what they wanted to use.
Look at what they wanted to use.
Look at you. You're holding a fish.
Why?
What is the theme?
It's some famous
Can you please send
rowing
me?
picture.
It's not a famous rowing picture because no one knows it.
Is that horrendous?
The publicist.
That looks like we're remaking on Golden Pond.
Oh, yeah, you're holding Walter. Big old crafty son of a bitch. Holding that publicist. Rotten fish face. Beat it, self-important taxi cab driver. Hang your fucking hack license in the back, replaceable.
Wouldn't you love that?
Excuse me, replaceable contributes nothing. Could you bring in talent star famous? And then couldn't make it latches on. Could you take actor / talented guy somewhere? Thanks a lot. Does nothing, won't be missed. Thank you, gives nothing, contributes nothing. Could you bring in memorable famous?
Oh, one more thing, easily replaceable.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Hey,
it's all about you. Could you please not come in the studio?
Yeah, hey, unrecognizable from the next. Could you please bring in stands out in the room? Thanks a lot. Appreciate that. Thanks a lot.
Willie Loman. Get out of here.
And one more thing, desperately trying to be important.
Yeah. Wow, I can't see how. I'm sorry. If my publicist did that, I would step on her foot.
Oh, that'd show her.
It really
Excuse
would.
me, stands next to someone who actually does something.
That's literally like your chauffeur.
Yeah.
Getting out and saying, Ted Danson is not going to walk the red carpet unless I can walk in front of him.
Yeah.
You're a chauffeur.
Is that it? You're nothing. You're a chauffeur and a schedule person. You're a calendar.
I guarantee she's going for a reality show.
Oh,
the publicist. Yeah.
The publicist.
Superstar publicist.
I hate publicists for that
We
reason.
always see the
reps them
celebrities.
all.
But who are the people behind the celebrities?
Here she is. Let me get my iPhone. See this? It says Friday the 19th, and I touch it, and dates come up.
Yep.
Here's what she is. It's a calendar.
It's a calendar.
2 presses of a button. I could hit things and know exactly where I got to be. Oh, tonight I'm going to be at Bar 9 with Brother Joe and the rest
She
of the
is a
guys. And we're going to be
secretary
performing.
with delusions of grandeur.
Dude.
Yeah. Yes.
Especially when I was not cursing at her, and I gave her the courtesy of coming out and addressing her. This is a woman used to being handled with kid gloves, and it's like, bitch, I don't give a fuck who you have.
She's the one that gets the last word. She says you guys were pieces of shit and walks away and is like, well, I showed them. The idea that you came up to her and said something is unfathomable. She can't believe.
She is of absolutely no relevance to me. I don't care if you book people on Leno. I don't care if you handle De Niro. But I don't give a fuck.
Would you fuck her?
Yes. Just so she has the memory.
The angry fucking Jimmy would give her.
Just so she have the.
Can we look her up on IMDb? I want to see her roster. I'm curious.
Yeah, where is it?
I don't know her name.
Have IMDb Pro?
I honestly don't know her name. I'll find out.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Fucking name.
I plan on contacting whoever she works for. I'm not saying it's going to matter, but the fact that she I'll never bring anyone to your show again because we didn't want you no talent, sitting in the room with your fucking leech energy. What do you do? That's my job. Then do it before he comes to my job.
Yeah.
How dare you?
She actually went for the old, like, you'll never work in this town again.
Yeah.
kind
Jimmy,
of
if you
thing.
tore up the level of ego that she sounds like she has, if she poked you and tore and you nodded and you did that classic Jim Norton.
Just tore up.
Guys, my client doesn't feel comfortable unless I'm sitting behind him constantly blackberrying the entire fucking interview.
Constantly blackberrying and then holding up signs when we're having a fucking human
she
conversation.
Sat there with and I could see her from where I was, and she sat there with a fucking scowl on her face.
She's a
and you're talking about
distraction.
energy sucking.
She's
it started to get in my head.
Distraction.
It got in my head. I was like, is she pissed off at the way this is going? Like, who the fuck is she? Is she his assistant? Is she a cunt? Who is she?
She's a nobody. No, she's just a publicist, and they're pushy by nature, which is how they get their clients things. But I know the balance. She was despicable. She was despicable and rude and entitled. And I'm telling
Suffer and succotash.
artists that have that fucking person, you have an idiot representing you. I don't care who she handles.
Yeah.
If my publicist pulled that shit, I would spit on her.
It's unfucking believable, dude. Those people are butlers, and it's like...
I'm not going to say her name on the air.
No,
She's not
I have a roster, though.
Okay,
if you had a fucking dinner party and your butler treated somebody like that, you'd be like, what are you, out of your fucking mind? You work for me.
She probably has a great roster. She's probably a good publicist.
No, don't hedge your bets now, Jimmy.
I don't care.
Let's stay with the
see
anger.
what the roster is.
Yeah, she's, let's see.
All right. Yeah. I'm looking.
She's vice president of entertainment for this one. Boom, boom, boom.
I don't see shit.
There is not. If I would have
Danny's
known,
shaking his head.
If I would have known what her roster is, I would have pissed on her foot. She has nobody I care about.
No, I mean, I'm sure they're nice enough people.
Right, now, Jim,
Mandy Moore's a great actor.
Trying to make it in the world.
And Zach was I liked him. Yeah. He was a good dude.
Zach Levi was very nice.
I literally
don't
know who any of those people
I don't either.
She was abysmal. That couldn't be their whole. That's just got to be hers. That's just got to be hers. Yeah. But the rest of the agency, look up the rest of the agency.
Is that our last name?
Well, guess what?
Fragrance.
Well, I mean, that supports something I didn't want to say earlier before I had the information, but it's like people that represent tons of reputable people don't fucking act like that. Anybody that throws their weight around doesn't have
Joe,
shit
you've
to
been
throw
in the
around.
business long enough to know how a publicist acts.
Hey, Bill, you know, they call me Kid Showbiz where I come from.
From everywhere. That's what I heard.
Everywhere.
Yeah, not
everywhere
I got a great
go.
YouTube video.
Do you?
Yeah,
YouTube
we got it. Whenever we go to take a break, I got to show you this.
When we
guys.
take a break,
we're done.
Home time.
By the way, is anybody on Twitter?
Mr. got here fucking 5 minutes before the show was over.
Is Zach Levy on Twitter? Is he on Twitter?
That was the beginning of a trashing, and I totally avoided it.
I totally avoided it.
Sorry, buddy. I apologize. I'm not paying attention to them. I'm very bad today. I'm sorry.
Huh?
I wasn't going to trash you.
Come on, that's what you come in for.
No, it isn't.
That's what I come in for. I'm saying that's what
I love Bill. I love Bill Burr.
I'm not buying this. He's setting me up for the overhand right.
I really do. I find you very...
His name is, it's ZACHARYLEVI at Twitter. He's a cool guy. Don't fuck with him. But his publicist...
don't fuck with him.
He was very cool, and he's a good actor, and, you know, I liked him a lot, but his publicist was really embarrassingly entitled and awful.
Yes.
He should know that. Maybe he doesn't even know that. She's awful.
Yeah, he
by the way, me and Joe are going to have a little road trip driving down to D.C. We're going to be performing there tonight, actually.
Yeah.
At the, was it the Listener? I'm the worst. Listener Auditorium.
The Listener, what is it? It's going to be a listener there.
Are you a bad plugger?
I am the worst. You know what it is? You know, some people can't.
Publicist.
People can't. We really just proved why I have. I love my publicist.
So do I.
After we're sitting here, I'm agreeing with you guys calling them chauffeurs. In the back of my head, I'm just feeling him going like, really? Is this how this son of a bitch views me?
Is that how he feels?
They're pushy by nature, which they have to be, but there's a lie. My publicist would never have that rude. That's just rude, man. You say you threaten to not bring your client to a radio station?
Just to recap, how did you feel about Zachary Levi's publicist? Just for people who got here late.
Sum it up.
People who got here late.
Remember when De Niro in Raging Bull was being thrown in the jail cell? The way he was speaking to those guards, that's how I wanted to talk to her.
Yeah,
that's actually how she got in the fucking room. He was actually politer going into that than she was getting in. Poor Roland. What an atrocity!
You don't know where you're going because you don't know your history. You got
Last 3 times I've come here, Roland has been wearing that same Bruce Springsteen.
Those are the lemon dropping.
Yeah. He is apt. And I was gonna say I would not be surprised if he owns 3 different ones.
What?
Dude, one of the greatest things I've ever seen is when I did this show for the troops, and Bruce Springsteen was there, and Roland was a ridiculous, likes Springsteen more than you like AC/DC. He was floating. He couldn't even move. He was like paralyzed every time Springsteen walked by. It was fucking awesome to watch a man like him have a dream come true. He got a hug from him.
Wow,
do you really like AC/DC?
I love AC/DC. Do you like them?
They're great, man. I think that they're very antiquated when it comes to their online business. They're really dumb when it comes to that. But as far as a band, they're kick ass.
They are. You know what? I just saw the Rush documentary that came out last year, and I put all my Rush the albums from the '70s on my iPod. And I've been going fucking crazy.
This whole Rush.
God, dude. I haven't listened to them in so long.
Yeah, it's because it was a pain in the ass, like, to just...
I never got into those guys.
You don't like the Trees? There is unrest in the forest. There is trouble with the trees. The maples want more sunlight, but the oaks ignore their pleas.
Not one of the biggest hits.
I know, but that's a good one.
Trees is a classic Rush song.
But
Great. There is unrest in the forest.
It's no Limelight.
Is it really about trees?
Limelight.
Come on, Limelight.
Dude, they're the only band I've ever listened to that I still love, even after I heard this lyric. Who has come to slay the dragon?
Yeah, they really are just nerds.
Yeah, nerds. They're LARPers.
They talk about that in the documentary. They talk about, like, after their 5th album, they were like, We decided after that album not to do any more 20-minute songs that went through 5 parts about kingdoms and dragon slaying.
Fucking Renaissance fair shit.
Dragons are queers.
We get it.
They talk about playing one of their 20-minute fantasy epics for Ace Frehley, and they go, he just didn't get it. Like, talk about the culture clash.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you know, you like to fuck hookers and do blow Ace? Listen to this 20-minute song about Frodo Baggins.
That's funny.
Hey, you know, I'm going to try to cram in everything I wanted to talk about. I was out in L.A., right, and I turned my TV on, and the show you got on here, the girl there with the leopard boots, had Wendy Williams. Had brought Richard Simmons out, and he comes out, all right, he's lost like 30 pounds. He's 61 years old. You know, you start to lose your elasticity, so you actually look better if you stay fat when you're old. And he comes out, dude, with those little candy striped shorts on and that tank top on, with his hair plugs from like 1983. He could see
awful.
through.
You see through his hair.
It was fucking horrific, and it just made me think of like, you know, people who you go into show business, and some people are themselves, and other people are a character. So you have a costume.
Yeah.
Like he might be at the top of the list. You know, Michael Jackson kept wearing the loafers and the short pants, and it starts to get embarrassing when you hit 50. He is 61 years old. I think he might be at the top of the list. I was even thinking like fucking Angus to a certain level, dude. Like that guy, when he's 60, dude, to still be wearing the schoolboy outfit.
Schoolboy outfit.
But my vote goes Richard Simmons.
With the little shorts and then the wife beater tank top.
Oh, and his I used to be obese man tits, 61-year-old man tits peeking out the side. And he didn't even have his fake tan. He was a fucking mess.
And you did, like, that hair was this sparse, like shit. Somebody yesterday said it was like that little stuff that you throw in an Easter basket before you put the little chocolate eggs on it.
Richard Simmons and Gene Wilder. The only two people that have that hair on the fucking
Gene
planet.
Wilder tried to do a comb over with it.
Oh, man. Is there anything worse than old, fake, straight-haired Gene Wilder when he started flattening it down? It's the
comb
worst,
over.
man.
No, that's the funny thing about, like, when you watch those hair plug commercials and you always hear the guy go, like, he goes, I wish I did this 10 years ago. It's like, no, you didn't.
If you did.
No, you didn't.
All you'd have had left with those plugs. All your other hair would have been gone, and you'd have had the...
No, that's why all these people who are getting plastic surgery, they're heroes. They're letting them practice on their face. Like all those real housewives that you see with their fucked up face, because when we're 80, we're going to actually be able to look 20 because of what they did to those people's face.
That's one more the doctor went and went, okay, I should have done this.
Yeah.
Did you ever hear that Patton Oswalt joke that he did about when they were doing the celebrity? Remember they were doing that show where they make you look like a celebrity through plastic surgery?
How fucked up was that?
Patton Oswalt
permanent plastic surgery?
Yeah.
Patton Oswalt had a joke about it where he goes, do you realize if they did this show 20 years ago, he's like, there'd be a guy on the table, and just as he was going under, he'd go, make me look like Gutenberg.
I don't even know who that is.
Steve Gutenberg.
Oh, Steve Gutenberg.
He goes, we'd have dudes walking around looking like John Oates. it's like
yeah, it really is kind of a time-sensitive little project you're going for there. God, that would suck.
Who would you pick? Who's the timeless celebrity? The one you could go...
Paul Newman.
Brad Pitt,
Tom
right?
Cruise.
That would work.
You couldn't go wrong, right?
I don't know. Could you?
Jerry Vale.
Who's the doctor? Who's the doctor in Cannonball Run?
That doctor.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Eli.
We're going to dislocate your orbital.
Or
Do you ever
Elam.
heard somebody threw a pencil at him? He got a pencil in his eye when he was a kid. Yeah,
he should thank that guy. That's why he had a career.
Totally.
He would have been the same without that eye. That eye is what made that guy.
Well, that's the great thing about show business.
Jack Elam?
Everything that didn't get you pussy before you got into show business, when you get into show business, that exact thing is the thing that's going to make you huge.
What got you into show business?
Jamie Farr's nose. They probably pulled him around during lunch break.
Nose, right?
Mike Tyson's tendency to rape.
Yeah.
Got him a lot of pussy in show.
Bad while you're growing up. Good once you're famous.
Yeah, once you're in show business, it's phenomenal.
Fantastic.
Totally acceptable.
What the fuck is that guy's name? The doctor.
Schwarzenegger?
It was Jack Elam. I think is his real name.
What's the line you were going to say? Dislocate what? What the
No, I
fuck?
was going to say that's what, if they were going to make you look like him. The doctor, they announce what they're doing. Now we're going to dislocate his orbital ACL.
We're cutting away at the muscle that holds the eye in place.
That
So we
prevents
can
it
give
from
that
just looking to the right.
distinct cockeyed look.
We're adding gut.
Him and we're also using pictures of Marty Feldman. Remember him?
Marty Feldman.
Oh, my God, yeah.
I mean,
He's a
seriously,
cross-eyed
thank
guy.
God he was as ugly as he was. It made him fucking famous. I'm not saying the guy wasn't talented or funny, but, I mean, those fucking goofy eyes and all that shit.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have went as far, right?
No.
You know, folks?
I wouldn't think so. I wouldn't think so, folks.
That's what I'm throwing out there if you guys are on.
Yeah, if you just want to keep this, I love this topic is just slowly dying.
It's just,
We're starting, we're all
it
starting to
doesn't matter, though, because the show's fucking
we're
over.
all starting to have that slow look of panic in our eyes. Like Jesus, Anthony, you got anything?
Not a goddamn thing. I got one thing, though. I know I'm going to be at the Borgata on January 16th.
Yay!
I am absolutely going.
Good.
And I am going to see probably the comic show of the decade.
millennia.
It was a great show.
Let's say the decade right now.
I'll be
like
like KFC tonight and tomorrow.
the new
too.
decade, because it'll be a brand new one starting up.
Can I plug my show?
No.
Yeah,
Thanks.
Please do, please.
As long as you're not January 16th at the Tropicana.
It's not next week, but we're off next week, I think, probably because of the holiday, but every Tuesday at the Ace of Clubs at 9 Great Jones Street in New York City, I co-host a show called Righteous Kill, 8:30 p.m. Please come down. It's always fun.
Righteous Kill.
Yeah, it's named
Great
after-
ass.
Yeah, come to the show.
Nice.
Going to be a good
Continued
fucking show.
success.
Worst death line ever.
What's it?
When Pacino was dying at the end of Righteous Kill, he goes to De Niro, continued success.
And then just drops
Worst
that.
line ever.
Horrible.
That movie was
I
a
don't
real
know.
disappointment.
What about the one I showed you last night on YouTube? Shark Attack 3, famous line.
It was a classic. That was great.
Famous line from
real
Shark Attack.
line from a
I got
movie.
this thing
Doesn't
on
have to be a famous movie for a famous line.
Just a horrific. I just got this segment on my podcast where I just started. Do you remember that? It started with that movie, Over the Edge. Do you remember that? You must remember that movie. Matt Dillon, one of his first movies. It's about these fucking suburban white kids. They're going crazy. And at one point, somehow, the parents and the cops, they all have they have a meeting in the cafeteria about their out-of-control kids, and they're all yelling at each other. Meanwhile, the kids sneak to the school. They lock them in the room and start vandalizing the school. So the cop runs to the locked door, and he's looking out the window. This fucking 6'2" lummox-looking woman student runs by with a giant globe for some reason, stops and looks at the cop and goes, "Eat it, you stinking pig." One of the worst lines I've ever heard. It's so bad, I loved it. And I didn't realize that there was worse lines in movies, and people have been sending me these things. And there's this movie called Shark Attack 3, and just at one point in the movie, the guy just goes, "All right, kids, I'll see you in the morning." And then the dude's talking to the hot chick. He goes, "Yeah, I'm feeling a little tense." She goes, "Oh, yeah, how can you lose your tenseness?" He goes, "Well, I could lose it after I eat your pussy." Just out of nowhere. That isn't the exact line, but it's just completely out of nowhere. You're just like, what?
I hate to disagree, Bill, but I would put that as one of the greatest lines.
Well, it is a famous line. It's a famous line in horrific movies. They got all those. I got them up on the MMPodcast.com. Somebody sent me a movie trailer of this movie called The Car. And it's a car possessed by the devil. That's the premise.
Not quite Christine,
of the whole. Yeah, it's the complete ripoff of that, and it's absolutely horrific.
It looks like it came out before Christine, though. It looks older than Christine.
It just looks that way.
It looks like it was made before they understood how to make a good movie.
Maybe Stephen King lifted Christine from the car.
No, he's up there in Maine. He's up there doing his own. His own devices. He doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah.
He doesn't watch TV. All right, do we have to get out of here?
We do. We're done. Yeah.
Yeah, that was great. We sort of petered out.
No, it's okay.
I like Jimmy's his test pilot jacket.
Oh, thank you. This is a good warm one.
That's good.
It's a very nice one.
Pilot to Bombardier.
Bobby Kelly just bought a jacket that folds up into a pillow.
No,
and
he didn't.
Dude, it literally, when you go to his house,
it's the best.
Dude,
unfolds into a tent.
You go to his house, it's literally like watching QVC.
It's all kinds
like,
of
dude, look at this,
gadgets
dude.
and gizmos.
He's trying it on and shit. Do you like this, dude?
Dude, and now look, it becomes a pillow. You're on the plane. Boom, you're laying down.
Telling you, dude,
sleep.
sharper image, dude.
The jacket is literally this thick. And I go,
There's
Bobby,
nothing to it.
I go, is that warm at all? He goes, It's the fucking warmest jacket I've ever owned, bro.
Of course. It's some kind of fucking futuristic space jacket.
Yeah.
No.
Dude, it's the fucking warmest jacket I ever owned, dude.
Maybe if I light it on fire, you fuck.
Yeah. Dude, look at these forks I bought, dude. They have fucking little pockets on them. You can hide shit in the fucking pocket that hangs off of the fork while you eat. It's fucking amazing, dude. Best fucking forks I ever brought, dude.
Bobby Kelly has made $4 million in this business, and he's blown it on fold-up bicycles, ponchos,
fishing tackle.
Yeah.
He's a gadget idiot.
He loves that shit.
Dude, look at these. They're energy rocks. You put them, they would look like earrings.
Really?
You're a fool.
You need them, dude. Believe me. Beforehand, it felt like shit. Now it just feels
Boom,
great.
put them on your chest, you relax, you fall asleep, boom, good dreams.
I got
just
this
try it. Do it
keyboard.
for me. Just try it. Just try it.
I got this keyboard, dude. It was $9,000. The buttons are flat. But you have that one over there with regular buttons, dude. Ugh. You gotta press the buttons down, dude. It's the fucking worst.
Dude, it's the future, dude.
Yeah.
It's
you
the
won't
future.
go back to the old way, dude.
You know what's the best is when Bobby buys something you actually like. All you got to do is hang around for about 9 days before he tries to sell it to you for like half price.
Yeah.
Because he's getting a new one.
It, dude.
He does have a very short attention span with his
Sure he does.
gadgetry.
Like a goldfish.
Bill Burr. Where are you? Comics at Fox?
That one's sold out. Listener,
That's sold out, so don't bother.
Listener auditorium in Washington, D.C. tonight. Me and Joe DeRosa, the teen idol sensation of the Opie and Anthony program.
When are your comics?
Comics tomorrow night.
Oh, in Connecticut?
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Tomorrow
That's
night.
good.
After and I saw your rave reviews of the place. You said
It's a good gig, man. Yeah, it was very enjoyable.
And Bill's got his DVD, Let It Go.
Let It Go.
Available at
Which had-
Amazon.com.
Yeah, which has an extra 21 minutes that they didn't show on TV because of the commercials there.
Yeah, see? Commercials, huh?
The commercials
The
there.
publicist there can go fuck herself there, read it. Oh, jeez, meathead. And then, of course, we got that. And, of course, January 16th, please don't forget.
boy.
Go see all the boys down there in Atlantic City.
And good luck, E-Rock.
Down there. E-Rock, his nuptials are today. E-Rock will be a married man after this.
What's the over-under that he pukes during the ceremony out of nervousness?
Out of nervousness or eating too much?
Yeah. I bet they have a mayonnaise cake.
It's just frosted in mayo. This is wonderful. They're pushing mayo into each other's face.
That's really
I love
disgusting.
you too.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Oh, shit. Clang, 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 clang. Time to eat a milkshake and give a toast. Oh, shit. All right, let's get out of here.
You clang the fork on the glass and you eat some toast.
Yeah. Oh, Danny. Do we have to leave it there?
Yes.
No, I'm fucking with
Oh,
it, Danny.
Danny, it was going great.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Danny,
I don't mean to say words when comics are in the room.
amazing job helping out. Thank you so much. Of course,
It's like the old
Travis.
days when we used to do the canceled.
When was
uninformed.
that?
Oh my
The
God!
uninformed.
I don't even remember that anymore.
Many moons ago.
Remember that? When we used to have
Yes.
fun here?
Yeah, we used to have fun. Just come over here.
good
Yeah.
old days.
There was something about me flying 3,000 miles for free that just sort of killed that show.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Why didn't we should have been drinking that whole time doing that shit. We did it at fucking midnight on a Saturday.
Oh, because we had hope. We had hope that it was actually going to do something.
Fuck,
was going to
we should
happen.
just be getting
Well,
bombed.
you guys had like 2 live shows. Everything
Yeah.
was like pre-taped on a Sunday at 2 o'clock.
That's
Leave
true.
the hope at the door.
Yeah, well,
We've-
that was the
we've
whole
learned
thing
that.
about not getting paid. You know, you had to go out and get paid
No, I
Saturday
hear you.
night.
Believe me, I'm not. I'm there with you.
Look at Danny. He's taking swipes at the damn show that
know,
never.
right?
Don't bite the hand that doesn't feed, Danny.
The hand that starves you.
See, I don't bite the hand that is slapping everybody, right?
Ah, Chip. You're
Jesus.
precocious. We'll see you all Monday. Have a pleasant weekend. And I'll try to also. Thank you.
Yeah, bye.